One.
Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Shut the fuck up!
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our humble abode, the FanDuel Thunderdome, on this winter Wednesday, December 14th already. This show starts now. Football! December 14th, 11 days away from the day in which Jesus Christ came into our world via a virgin lady in a barn and changed the entire game forever. Happy holiday season. Happy week 15s tomorrow. Happy life to everyone. Week 15 starts tomorrow.
That's wild.
In Seattle, San Francisco 49ers, Seattle Seahawks. All eyes are on that game in the NFC side because there's a lot of playoff implications on the line. The Green Bay Packers obviously hoping that Seattle will lose, hoping that the Niners will get in there and get a big win. Seattle loses to the Panthers. Niners dominate against the Bucks. Line's much more different than you would expect it to be. Somebody has to know something. I think we're in for a good one tomorrow night. Can't wait to potentially watch it live and in person as I travel out there to meet up with my Vegas Bowl commentary cohort. There it is. Compadre.
That
works too.
That was what I was like. Yeah, there's an R in there. There's odd in sound. That was going to be tough for
Same
my brain
thing.
to figure. Nonetheless, I'll be there in person.
Let's
Got
go.
a super boost that I am going to try to will
Here we go.
into victory from being on the field. Can't wait to kick off week 15. Can't wait to dive into today's conversations with the boys, who I get to chat with every day, which I'm very lucky to do so. The Toxic Table, at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. Ty, don't mean to just say, kind of shoo you off here, because this would be very rude of me to do. So know that I appreciate that you're here. Why are you wearing that Bruins fucking...
Why?
Yeah, why are you wearing that?
Why wouldn't I wear the best team in the NHL's logos? I thought we support greatness and good teams, and the Bruins happen to be the best team with also the greatest start in the history of home ice in the NHL history.
In the back over there, host of That's Hockey Talk, also runs the audio spaceship that he's been trying to figure out for weeks, and he has and mastered it, and I appreciate him. Nick, are the Bruins actually good at hockey this year?
Yeah, very good. He's correct. Statistically, in points, which the NHL tracks and considers its ranking system, they are the number one team in the league.
Oh! Sorry, boys.
Who's the hottest team in the league?
Oh, that's the Pittsburgh Penguins easily.
Oh!
Okay.
Sorry, Bruins!
Okay.
111 of the last 13, absolutely dominating.
Really?
right
That's
now.
called a wagon.
11 of the
pal.
last 13, that's cool. The Bruins are 22-4, so who cares about the last 13
Pretty
games?
good.
What's the first 30
Pretty
record
good.
looking like, okay? Yeah,
They're
sorry.
actually 23-5.
Whoa!
Oh! 5 losses.
No, I thought they were 23-4-1.
No, it doesn't matter. You guys suck, all right?
that's
You're
still
peaking
5
too
losses.
early. Yeah.
Oh, you get a point for a overtime loss, so...
Yeah, it's stupid, but
That's not how we're
Same.
playing the game. Okay, you're not just turning overtime losses into...
You play to win the game.
I didn't make the rules. Hey, I didn't make the rules. I'm just reading what the record says, and the record says 23-5 and or
They don't go by
4-1.
the record. They go by the points.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, so we have the most
Literally,
points.
that's what Nicky Nuzini just said.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, let's move on. Too much hockey. Hockey doesn't matter right now anyways. That's why you guys are peaking way too early.
Exactly.
We're getting hot at the right time.
tonight, 8 p.m., youtube.com/That's Hockey Talk. You can
Great
catch
show.
it all there.
No,
Great show.
you just said it, too. It doesn't matter who's the hottest team in the league, which you guys all just yelled Penguins, but it's fine.
No, you were hot early. That's
Yeah.
why you're 23-4-1,
Fans are
5-1.
peaking.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
Fans are peaking at the
23-4-1.
right time.
What a shame. It really stinks for Bruins fans right now.
You guys forgot how to skate, though. So,
Yeah, it's fine. Do you want to talk basketball, too? Because the Celtics are number one in the
you
NBA.
guys beat the Lakers last night?
Beat the hell out of them.
Who hasn't?
That is a good question.
Bingo.
Had Tony
Point.
Diggs. I was thinking about watching that game. I was up at the time when it started, very late. I'm like, you know what? Got some energy. I'm gonna watch this game. Turn it on. This game stinks.
Yeah.
Why am I watching this? Why do the Lakers suck so bad?
It's a good game.
Huh?
It was good. They came back.
Yeah, when you had it on, the Celtics were up by 20.
At Darius J. Butler, host of Everything DB and the Man to Man podcast, joining us here.
D-Bud.
Big time NBA fan. Great basketball player, by the way. One of the best. I think he could have easily made it in the NBA if he would have focused strictly on the NBA. He won't say that because he has too much respect for everybody in the NBA, but I will say it as somebody that's watched him play, watched other professional athletes play, and watched a stand-up person play at LA Fitness. It's kind of a good judgment. I think I've seen them all.
Yep.
I've seen everybody play. Not that I know much about the sport, but I feel like I can give that judgment. You love basketball.
Yep.
Love the NBA. Why do the Lakers suck? What is the deal?
Team, how they construct their team. Obviously, they got one of the best duos when they're healthy, AD and LeBron. But you need shooters around. Bron,
I watched
man.
the Shaq doc, okay,
Yeah.
and they went through the history of the Lakers, and I forget who it was. Wilt, maybe no. Kareem got traded to the Lakers. They go on a winning spree. Magic obviously gets picked up. They go on a winning spree. LeBron Shaq got traded in. They go on a winning spree. LeBron gets traded in. They win a championship, but then, they've kind of fallen off. I guess that's kind of been the Lakers' MO, and it's almost like you get anointed when it's like, hey, you're being brought in. It's like your era now with the entire Lakers situation. And watching Shaq and Kobe do their thing, and Ricky, right? Pretty Ricky, what was
Yes,
it?
Rick Fox.
Rick Fox. They called him Pretty Ricky in the documentary.
Ori Fisher, they had a mob.
Seeing the way they constructed the team, though, and the way Shaq operated and the way he was thinking versus what we see Shaq now and what I thought of Shaq, that's going to be a hard league to win in, I think. You got to have fucking dogs who are aliens, who are all in. I think. And that's a tough thing to do for 82 games. I don't know how anybody does it over there, honestly.
Yeah, that's tough. That's kind of why they lost last night. They came back, and then AD was gassed at the end. He missed a couple he had a great game, missed a couple free throws. And then they went, Tatum came down, hit a big shot over Bron. And then once it got in overtime, that's where underdogs go to die. So Celtics took over.
Well, congrats to the Celtics on getting a big win, and congrats to the Bruins for being the first quarter of the season champions.
Hell yeah.
NHL.
Thank you.
Honestly.
Thank you very much.
Well, the Red Wings aren't even, I assume they're not even in the league.
No.
Are you guys still playing?
Hockey doesn't start till the snow's on the ground, boys. We all know that. So they'll be coming around pretty soon here.
A couple years ago, you guys weren't even invited to play when hockey
good
when
point.
there's snow
Most
around
good
like COVID
point.
in the air.
No.
You guys love COVID Cups. We don't like COVID
And watch
Cups
the
'cause we
weather,
like
okay? There's been a
Stanley
bunch of
Cups.
massive winter storms, okay?
Yeah, clown.
And then we're going to start playing.
Weird weather this year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially in Indiana.
We don't
No
get snow until February.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, we'll get the wintry mix and the slush and all the
get all
shitty
the
stuff.
bad
It's
stuff.
terrible out right now. We're not going to get snow until, February, March.
This is a mist. It's like a cold mist outside.
Yeah.
It's deceiving.
How do you feel about it, Darius? Because you're going Philadelphia here and South Florida. It feels like the weather's changing everywhere, no?
Doesn't feel terrible, though. I mean, I expect it to be colder than it
weird.
has been. I feel like probably 1 week I came up here, it was pretty cold, but it's been pretty smooth. Obviously, Florida is Florida. Philly.
Is Florida always Florida?
Florida's pretty much always. We get a cold front maybe, a couple weeks,
Oh,
which is nothing
bummer.
crazy, which is 50-something degrees. But, I mean, Florida's it was damn near pool day yesterday. Honestly.
Whoa!
That's ridiculous.
Damn near pool day.
Debo will wear what he's wearing in August in Florida. It's unbelievable.
That was disgusting.
Yeah.
That was absolutely disgusting. I had jorts on,
Yeah.
tank top, flip-flops on, drenched in sweat, sitting in a house that had air conditioning on just because how the humidity was. And we're sitting there waiting. Darius gets in, pulls into town, hoodie on,
Yep. Winter coat.
jacket,
Ridiculous.
full jeans, and like undershirt under it. Hey, what's up, guys? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you
hell's going
okay?
on?
And I guess that's just standard. You kind of get used to it. You get acclimated to it. Because I never thought I'd want to move to Florida, and I don't know if I do now either. That hurricane stuff
humid?
is the humidity for sure.
Yeah.
That hurricane shit scares the shit out of me, though.
No joke.
Just from watching from afar,
Yeah.
and I don't know if I don't get to see what the actual effects are because I'm not watching the local news every single day. But whenever it's leading up to one of those, it sounds like the scariest situation imaginable. Hey, there's going to be this storm surge. What's storm surge? It's just going to rain hard? Oh, no, actually, the ocean's just going to pick up and then it's going to move into where your house is.
Yeah.
Like it's just going to be
What?
3 feet of water, 4 feet of water. I'm like, so does that mean like sharks are coming in? Like, well, yeah, you will see things swimming around, but everything in your house gets ruined, basically. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
what the fuck? That just comes out of nowhere. You just got to hope it doesn't happen? Is that the case?
Yeah, I mean, you get one every few years that's really bad. The one that hit earlier this year on the West Coast was pretty bad. Did a lot of damage, but it's part of that's the bad that comes with living in South Florida. It's a lot of good though.
I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna, retire and disappear. I'm not doing this for the rest of my life. I've decided. I've become too soft.
no.
It used to be like, I want 4 seasons for the rest of my life. Used to be like, I need it.
Well,
Want it.
that doesn't exist.
I like when you're right. It's like 3,
Cold and hot.
maybe
2
2.
and a half.
Yeah, maybe 2.
Georgia, man.
Carolina.
Carolinas, yep.
Carolina, I
Cool,
guess,
yeah.
is where people are. There's a lake.
Lake Norman.
Well, that obviously. There's another one I think that's like one of those like flathead type lakes out in, Montana has like that flathead lake where just a bunch of bazillionaires just built a lake basically and said, we're going to move in here and this is going to be our thing. I guess there's one of those in Carolina where it's like 3 golf courses connected to it all.
Not bad.
It's like, cool. That's where I could be a 70-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I could be a 70-year-old right there.
absolutely.
But will that place still be around 50 years from now? Who?
Will
Where
we
at?
be?
Zito just said it's 49 degrees.
Where, in
there.
Charlotte?
Carolina.
Yeah, it's not bad.
where AB
Which is wonderful right
There.
now.
I'm wearing tank top and jeans in that. That's
yeah,
that-
yeah.
49 degrees is tank top and jeans for me. It is. It's a good time of year though. Hey, it's a good time of year
time of
because
year.
we're getting an opportunity now to know. Hey, who's going to be the contenders? And, who's going to be the pretenders? There's a lot of teams on the bubble right now, both in the AFC and the NFC. The AFC seems to have a deeper pool of teams that can really go on and do some damage in the playoffs, as opposed to the NFC teams, which is really top heavy. Now, there are still teams right below that top level, that's second tier in the NFC, that can fucking maybe click and go on a run. But I feel like the AFC picture is a lot deeper. I think there's a lot more conversation about the teams, how they're constructed, how they operate, how they play. Can it travel? Can it win on the road? I just think the AFC is deeper. The NFC, though, super top heavy. I mean, that Eagles team, whenever you're sitting at 12-1 this deep into the season, and seemingly only getting better as the weeks go by, and also getting along more as the week go by. Because sometimes when you get deep in the season, somebody gets hurt, maybe some team chemistry goes out of the way, something bad happens, fingers start getting pointed. I guess we'll have to see how this team will handle that because they haven't had to handle much of that. NFC, very top heavy. AFC, we have no clue what the fuck's going to happen over here. Obviously, the Bills and Chiefs are in a conversation. And the Bills could go on a run. Chiefs could obviously go on a run. But how about the Bengals who represented the Super Bowl just a year ago, finding their groove, winning like 6 out of the last 6 or 7 out of the last 7, dominating? We'll have Coach Lou Anarumo, defensive coordinator,
Can't wait for that.
joining us here in 7 minutes. But this playoff picture is starting to get a little clearer. Darius, what are your thoughts on where we are right now, where we will be, and where we thought we would be right now, in your eyes?
I feel like we still don't have a fucking clue, honestly. I feel like anything can happen right now, especially on the NFC side. You mentioned it, because even when you look at the top teams, it's a bunch of guys who don't have a long track record of playoff success. The Eagles have constructed a team; they look awesome. Obviously, Hurts is young; this will be his second time in the playoffs. But the Vikings, who knows? Cowboys, they always let us down. Niners, you got Purdy, so how will that go? So it's a lot of questions on that side. In the AFC, obviously, you got the 2 top dogs with Kansas City and Buffalo. I'm not saying Miami's dead yet. I'm still on the Miami wagon, obviously. And then I really,
he's a Dolphins fan.
And
so
then obviously,
Fan.
my preseason prediction was Chargers-Eagles. I'm still there with it. I like the Chargers, man. I think they're a completely different offense when Mike Williams is healthy. Bosa coming back, Derwin getting back healthy. I think they can make a push late too. So,
Chargers right now plus 3,400. Get on it, D. But if you honestly still
They were
believe
plus
that,
1,600
and maybe they will be able to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe the Chargers will be able to get hot, and that's the beautiful thing about the NFL. You never know who's going to go. Nobody expected the Bengals to go on the run they went on last year. Now they're an entirely different team.
Bengals too, yeah.
Diggs, what is the smart money you think whenever you're betting on futures bets like this type of thing? Do we just hammer across all the favorites and get it figured out, or does the history tell us that there's maybe a team that's going to come out of nowhere?
I mean, sometimes, but like recently, I feel like the last few years it's been the favorites, except for the Bengals, obviously last year. But like KC and Tampa,
They didn't win though.
no,
Right.
Yeah. So they.
But
came
you
out
can
of nowhere,
always,
they didn't win.
if you take like, I mean, I don't think they're a bad bet there, but like if I were to make a Super Bowl bet today, I would stay away from the fucking AFC, and I would probably just take the Eagles, and then once you get to that game situation, however you feel about it, maybe hedge on the other side on the AFC, because who knows what the fuck's gonna happen in the AFC? Honestly, like
anyone any
Absolutely.
one of them can take out any one of them.
Yeah.
Legit. I mean, the only team in there that a majority of fans probably aren't scared of is the New England Patriots.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that's because people have softened on their Bill Belichick is smarter than everybody thing. And I have actually said that I'm not just going to rely upon Bill Belichick being Bill Belichick anymore when I'm betting on games or picking games
Smart.
or doing something like that. I think it is smart.
It's tough not to.
But we still have to have the respect that Bill Belichick could in the playoffs fucking completely take away a team's whatever somehow, just because he has seen so much football, done so much football, executed so well in football. I think the Patriots are probably the only team that everybody thinks like maybe they wouldn't be able to, because Derek, you look at the Titans, it's like, Well, if Derrick Henry goes for 250
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Vrabel's on that other side, there's like you can see almost a possibility. Even though the favorites are obviously head and shoulders above everybody else, it's like
Ugly loss to the Titans this past. Fired
Gross.
the
At
GM.
home.
Yeah.
Ugly loss. They had the lead, and then the Jags just ran them out of the building. That was surprising too.
At home.
Yeah. that was
turn the
surprising.
light switch off on Derrick Henry in the second half.
Yeah.
98 yards in the first half, 2 yards in the second half.
Yeah.
What?
Bad.
When has that ever happened?
Never. It's usually the opposite.
Bingo.
Start off slow in the second half, he wears on you. But obviously, teams are going to be dialed in on stopping 22. So that passing offense is going to have to do something. But that was a surprising, Coach
Hey,
Vrabel.
D, but you know
loss.
more than me, okay? Because there will be days where I'm just like, for whatever reason, my leg doesn't have as much pop. It doesn't feel like I'm hitting the ball as far. Maybe it seems as if the sweet spot's smaller. So I've had off days. Not going to say that I haven't. I've had a lot of off days. Everybody knows that. But how come it feels like there's teams that just lay an egg sometime? Like, why does it happen? Like on a defense, it's been very dominant. All of a sudden, will show up and they give up like 280 out of nowhere. It's like, what happened? Do you think it's a schematic thing? Do you think it's an attitude thing? Do you think it's just like unlucky? Is it obviously all of those
Yeah,
things?
I think when you just have those type of uncharacteristic performances, it's
like the Dolphins, for instance.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah. I think momentum has a lot to do with it, which a lot of people think is fake. Momentum, and football it's a rhythm sport too. It just like a lot of sports. But if you defensively, offensively, you obviously depend on other guys to be in their spot, to block, to run the right route, to do their right coverage assignment. So when you do that, first play, boom, we get off 3 and out. Like that can just get that ball rolling and momentum. And then once you kind of smell blood in the water, you can just feast on. I think that's what the Chargers did to the Dolphins the other night. And it can happen any given Sunday. You saw the Texans, they were rolling, and almost beat,
Hell yeah.
the Cowboys who came in with damn near 18-point line in that game. So it can happen any given Sunday. You got good coaches, you got good players. I think momentum more than anything.
Ty, give a definition to the word momentum to an alien. Honestly, alien comes down to earth, and because momentum is, I believe momentum is a real
Yeah,
thing too. I
very
think
real.
every athlete that's ever played anything believes in momentum. There's people, though, stats people that are like, momentum, although people talk about it, not an actual thing, because it can't be. If you were to give that definition to somebody that's never heard, what would you say momentum
A
was?
series of events where everything is going your way, and even when things probably shouldn't be going your way, it's still somehow the ball bounces in your direction.
Why does it happen?
I don't know, because I feel like
It's awesome, though, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
you,
It's
you can
unbelievable.
feel it. Like you can
You
actually
feel
feel
them
it.
both ways.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Because you look at like the Ravens, who like a lot of times this year, like they have all the momentum in the first half. They're beating the hell out of teams, and we've seen that graphic where it's like they're going into halftime, the Ravens are up by 17 or 21
Yeah.
or 24, and then they end up losing those games. Like it seemingly makes no sense, but it really is the type of thing where once that momentum swings in the other direction, and if you don't stop it right away, like it's a tidal wave, and
Yeah.
it'll fucking crush you, or you'll benefit from it and end up coming back when you probably have no business coming back.
Happens because these are humans playing the game, right?
Yeah, not Madden characters.
Nope.
Very true.
Everybody doesn't wake up at a 98 or 92 or 78, whatever their score is. And bodies can also deteriorate over seasons. You might be different. But when momentum's on your side, it's a fantastic thing. Joining us now is a man who's always creating momentum, isn't he?
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Boys fly around for this man. Has a big old brain, has an incredible defense that he runs. Was in a Super Bowl last year. Now the team has been hot, rattling off 6 straight, I believe. Only a couple losses, have it all figured out in a campaign to defend their AFC championship reign. Ladies and gentlemen, defensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals, who have an indoor practice facility and a sponsor on the stadium now,
Wow.
and the AFC champions,
Yep.
Lou Aaron.
What's up, man?
Coach Paisan, thank you so much for joining us. We loved getting a chat with you last year. Thank you for coming back.
My pleasure. It's great to be here.
Coach, you've been around football a long time. We were just talking about it, about like how sometimes it feels like teams, good teams, and I didn't know the answer because I haven't been a part of an 11-person operation like on a defense side or offense side of the ball. I asked Darius, like, how come teams just lay an egg some days, and how come teams show up some games and then they don't on others? I assume that's something that you have to figure out on a weekly basis. That's a coach's job. But what are your thoughts on momentum? And is that something that you can coach, or is that something you can figure out? And do you think it's a real thing? Obviously it is.
Yeah, it's definitely a real thing. And I just want to say I sat down when you guys were talking about it, and you definitely teed your boy up there because he had some answer that man, it was like right out of the Webster's dictionary or whatever. It was
Hey, that
phenomenal.
baby time.
Yeah.
Time.
Harvard.
I love it.
Got accepted.
No way I could do that good. But no, I just think it's, as you know, Pat, you get into the flow of a game, and especially when you're at home and things start going well for you as a team, the crowd's getting into it, and you can kind of just see the overall demeanor of the other players on the other side, just dropping their head a little bit or whatever it may be, and a little bit harder at home. On the road, but then the boos start happening for the home team, and then you got them. So I just think a couple good plays in a row, and you got a chance to grab it. And once you grab it, especially when you're on your road, you got to keep it.
Does that change anything in the way you're calling anything whenever you're feeling it? Like are you taking more shots, maybe making more things whenever it feels like it's going your way? And then on the flip side, are you like, well, we got to put this fire out. We got to do what our standard shit is. Is that something you have to take into account?
Yeah, 100%. I think that if things are going our way and we're feeling good and the guys are making plays, maybe you're at a zero pressure when you normally wouldn't, and vice versa, where hey, maybe things aren't going too well. Let's play some cover 2 and just settle down for a second, and not give up a big play. So I think that, yeah, definitely, I feel it. I feel it in the ebbs and flows of the game. You got to be prepared for that and play to our strengths and play to the players' strengths.
Paycor Stadium is an awesome environment. Herb Street, I don't know if you know this, Kirk Herbstreit, the voice of college football for 27 years.
Damn.
Lou, he's been on fucking TV for 27 years, that guy. His face still looks the exact same as it's always. People forget that because of how young he looks. He's a season ticket holder at the stadium this year because he lives in Cincinnati. And he sends me videos of that place. It's loud. That place is getting loud over there, Coach.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I mean, you think about a couple of third downs against the Chiefs, and I had the headsets on, and I had to tell the guys upstairs, you got to talk louder. I can't hear you, with the personnel groups and stuff. So our fans have been phenomenal. I still remember coming back from the playoff games last year, and there's thousands of people waiting for us to just get off the bus, and just the unbelievable atmosphere in our home field games are truly a home field advantage.
Hey, nobody ever talks about the Who Dey, do they?
No, they
nobody
don't
ever
really.
talks about them. They're always like Bills Mafia. They're standing out in 4 feet of snow. Packers fans everywhere you go. Nobody really talks about the Bengals fans enough. A.J. Hawk's been saying, he's like, hey, these Cincinnati folks they love the Bengals. Now they got something to go for. Let's talk about that. Your defense has obviously been phenomenal this year. It seems like, and I'd like to get your take on this, across the NFL, I guess it's a month ago, we looked up the stat. It was a 5-year low for points being scored. Is there anything different this year that offenses are doing? Is there like an evolution in defense to what the modern football is that you've seen or experienced? What do you think why do you think that is happening, Coach?
I just think so many people have, so many teams have so many weapons on used to come into a game where you got to stop this receiver. Well, now teams have 1, 2, like us, we have 3 that you have to concern yourself with. And to me, it's just forced us on defense to play a little bit more shell or too high safeties, which protects you a little bit from, or should protect you from, the deep plays and the explosive plays. And I think it's made the offenses drive the long field, and I think may have something to do with it. But man, you better be prepared for these weapons week in and week out these days. It's no longer just 2-back pro or slot, and here comes fullback lead or something. It's not happening.
I love the end of your answer there. It was like, all right, let's not talk too loud about this, all right? My guys, at any given moment, these dudes everybody on the field can score. It does feel like that, but on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, you guys got speed everywhere across the board on defenses across the NFL. It's a faster league right now. It seems to be a much higher football IQ league right now. And for you guys have showed up. Losses this year, giving up 19 and 20 twice. That's it, right? It's not like you guys are ever getting run out. Obviously, expectations are high after you go to the Super Bowl. You lose Hendrickson now for a couple weeks with a broken wrist. He finished the game, defensive end, with a broken wrist, which is a maniac thing. What do you think about your defense this year? Where are you guys continuing to try to grow? And the loss of Trey is obviously huge. I'd like to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so, I think first and foremost with our guys, we've got a great group of guys that have been together now for a while. And so when we got back here in the spring, we were doing OTAs, and we had just obviously come off the Super Bowl, and on day 1 install, our linebackers are making checks that we made in the Super Bowl. I'm like, all right, relax. It's day 1 install. Let's just play over G cover 3. Right? You know, but that was our mindset coming in, and it didn't stop. You know, when we went to training camp and on. So, you know, just the what we can pull from and what I can pull from, or what we can pull from in our what we've done in the past, it just helps to be great problem solvers during games. You know, because things are going to happen. Hey, this plan we thought we were going to be able to work. Well, guess what? It's not going so great. Let's go to this. And I've been able to do that a number of times this year, and the guys don't flinch. You know, and if you're playing with guys that aren't smart or don't know what I'm thinking, then it becomes more difficult. But we're all in line with what we want to do, and to me, it just makes it so much easier as a play caller.
And Trey, obviously, that's a massive couple of weeks. They're saying he's going to be back. What is he to your defense, and what does this mean, you think, going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it's shorter than longer. Obviously, only a couple of weeks, I hope. He's such a great pressure player. You know, the definition of a pass rusher. He's around the quarterback all the time. You know, he's constantly hitting the guy. You know, he's our number one pressure player. So, you know, we'll have to generate it with other guys. We've got some good quality depth there. So, you know, and oh, by the way, you know, we're playing Tom Brady, so who gets the ball out faster than anybody in the history of football. So it's more about, as you know, just pushing the pocket, getting our hands up. And, you know, if you get him into some downs where he's got to hold it, you got a chance. But other than that, that ball's coming out.
Hey, against Tom Brady, you just telling him not to make eye contact with that guy? You know, right now, he's got these blue glasses he's been wearing.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Hey, he looks so cool right now. I don't know if you get to see as often because you're all locked in on Bengals stuff. His entrances to fields this year have been cooler than they've ever been. I'm telling you, it has been top.
I haven't seen it. You know, so we're playing. I'm back at the Dolphins. This is 2013. We have about 8 DBs get hurt in the game. You know, literally like 4 of them went down. And so we had a rookie I had to put out there. And I said, listen, Tom's going to look at you. He's going to lick his fingers, and he's going to look right at you, and he's going to throw the ball at you every play until you knock him down. So don't worry about it. The ball's coming your way. Don't get nervous. Sure enough, first play, looks right over there, licks his fingers, and throws a speed out for a first down. And I'm screaming like a lunatic. I told you know. So he doesn't. You know, he's a great. You know, unbelievable amount of respect, obviously, for who he is, what he does, and how unbelievably efficient he is to this day. It's incredible.
Hey, why are those greats great? Is it their mind? Is it their mental? What do you think it is?
I think it's all of it, right? God-given ability, then the drive and the want to continue to do the routine every single day. To me, that's what separates the guy, you know. And then again, and just his mental capacity of processing information and seeing it. And you know, I told the guys today, I'm like, all right, we'll have some disguises, but just know he's seen it. And he's probably going to have the beater up for the coverage we're playing. So just know that, all right? You know, and I just think it's all those things, you know, to me that is able to make him what he is.
Joey B's got all of them, huh? How fucking cool is that dude? Huh? You got lucky. Hey, every no offense, and you know, I think I speak for, you know, every conversation I've ever had with any defensive coordinator or special teams coordinator or whatever that has anything to do with the offensive side of the ball. Everyone, life's a lot better when you got when we got a quarterback, we got a guy. Joey B seems to be everything and more. Is that the case behind the scenes? And what do you think from a defense coordinator standpoint?
Oh, 100%. I mean, the guy is locked in, is a great, you know, forget the talent, the arm accuracy, all that. He is a steely-eyed killer, man. He just wants to go out there and win football games. He doesn't flinch in the biggest moments as we've seen. Yeah, he's obviously got great players to throw it to, but Joe is, you know, I just know if we're struggling a little bit, that get the ball back to him, and you know, he's going to make throws that some guys just can't. Yeah,
that's unbelievable. That's unguardable ball right there.
Yeah, so even Jamar on this play said, you know, I wasn't sure it was coming. It just happened to hit me in the stomach. So that's Joe, and he trusts his guys, and he goes out there and he plays fearless, and he's smart. And man, I'm so thankful he's on our team. Trust me.
Yeah, man, he should be for sure. If you guys want to trade him to Indy,
come on. We're good.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. D-Bud has a question for you. Go ahead, Darius.
Hey, Lou, man, I love watching your guys play, man. Wilson, Bates, Bell, all the guys, Hilton. How much input do you allow those guys to have on specific game plans? Because you guys are so multiple week by week, even quarter by quarter sometimes. So you talked about how long they've been together as a group. How much input do they have on game plans with you?
Yeah, so I'll ask them, all of them, the guys that have been around and know what and how we're thinking, and hey, do you like this one? Do you like which one? Do you like this call a little bit more, a little bit? I'm not feeling that one, coach. Well, if I'm high on it, I'll tell them the reasons why.
Yep.
And then if it's something that I'm a little gray on, then I won't put it in the game plan. And more importantly, though, with our guys, I remember Cheeto Awuzie, who again, unbelievable player for us and is down right now, but in the AFC Championship game at the most critical time, said, "Cheat, here's what I'm thinking. What do you think?" And we were right in line, and I called what I thought would work, and he's the one though that keeps begging me to call zero against Mahomes. I'm like, hey man, we got to pump the brakes on that one. Call it, coach. It'll work. Call it. I said, all right, maybe.
Yeah, you got to love that from your corners though. Ask for zero. Shit, you don't get that a lot.
For sure. They know at least the ball's coming out.
Yep.
Man, Coach, what a run this is right now with this Bengals team.
Yeah.
Have you guys experienced the indoor facility yet? And how is that?
I just came from the beautiful indoor facility. It's raining. It's a beautiful day in Ohio today. It's gray, rainy. So we were able to just came from it just now.
Just do a walkthrough that you're wearing in regular clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Not have to get drenched and ruined.
Nope.
No. Just have a little bubble that's been on high schools for 30 years. That's awesome.
Unbelievable.
Let's go, dude.
Bengals.
Yeah,
Fantastic indoor facility is what it is.
Yeah, you're damn right. Congrats to everybody over there in the back.
Yeah.
A couple more questions for you here, Coach. We're obviously big fans. Ty, go ahead, pal.
Coach, we've talked to a couple of players who have basically said that, like, at halftime, there's not enough time to really have any adjustments or anything like that. And I'm sure your opinion on that as a coach is a little bit different, but it really does seem like every single week, whatever the team you're playing is doing well, you have the adjustments to kind of limit that and take it away in the second half. What do you attribute that to? And would you say it's more important being prepared leading up to Sunday or making those adjustments in game on Sunday?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. Obviously, we want to be the most prepared and guys knowing what to expect from the opponent. But I think it's twofold. I think I get a feel for the play caller on the other side, and you can kind of play to some of the things that they're trying to do, and our guys get comfortable within the game and being able to make adjustments. And really at halftime, as you guys know, it's fast, it's furious, but it is the one time where they're all sitting right in front of us. I can get their eyes, I can get their attention, but it's no magic. We're kind of working the process throughout the game.
You a good card player?
I like blackjack. Yeah.
Do you think that is okay? So, because this is fascinating, just listening to you say, "Well, I'm kind of getting a feel what the other guy's doing." Like that's like a feel thing. That's not something you can necessarily coach. I don't think you kind of got to have it. And defensive play callers don't get talked about a lot. Like nobody talks about Paisan. It's the offensive gurus are the ones everybody talks about. It's like, look at this new play design. Look at this. They're always trying to figure out if somebody's going to be a good one or not. I wonder if that is a massive part of it. Like, can you play cards or not? Is that a good indicator? Is this something you've always been able to do? Have good feel, or what do you think it is to be a good play caller?
Yeah, I really think it helps. Having coached the DBs for so long, where I'm always kind of seeing the game through their eyes from the back end up to the front, especially in today's football. Like you guys asked, like you're going to lose the game fast if you're screwed up in the back end. And how can I help or protect a guy that may be struggling, with a different coverage, as opposed to worrying about a 6-yard run, And now when you're playing Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry, you better worry about the gaps. But I think you're playing Mahomes in Kansas City and guys that can sling it around. You better see it through the back end's eyes and be able to protect those guys when they need help. And like I said, just get a feel for what the other guy's trying to do, and because they have tendencies too, just like I do. But I try to see it like an offensive play caller, where hey, I haven't done this in this situation, so I'm going to do it. Like the other day we zero blitzed on 3rd and 13. That's not typically what we do.
So is there games, and you don't have to out anybody, obviously, that'd be incredibly unprofessional and you'd catch a lot of shit for it. But is there been games where you feel like, I got this dude, like the offensive play call, like you just know, like I got this dude figured out, like calling a screen, but you're dropping people into coverage anyway, so it's like perfect. They're not catching you on a blitz. Is there games that happens, and do you know it?
Yeah, I mean, there'd be certain situations where I feel pretty good, but I'll take the high road, like you said, and just go with the players do a great job in certain games, just having a feel for what's going on.
Okay. All right. Connor has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, obviously it's one thing to go to the Super Bowl, but then for the next season, you guys not to have a massive letdown is a whole nother. What have you and Zach Taylor done to kind of continue to have that success, and how has he grown as a head coach while you've been the DC for the Bengals?
Oh, Zach's great. I mean, just just the consistency, right? The players know every day what they're going to get from the coaches. We talk to the players all the time about being consistent, so you could be the same guy every day. And if the coaching staff and your leaders aren't doing it that way, then how can they be expected to be consistent? So, Zach sets the tone every day, and the players know what to expect. And even when we got off to that bumpy start early in the year, there was never any panic. We knew what we had. You knew what kind of guys we had in our room, both as coaches and as players, and it's kind of bearing itself out over the season so far.
What was the offensive? At what moment do you think the offensive line clicked? Because I assume there was moments in training camp and early in the season when you guys were watching practice film and you were realizing that your D line was just absolutely abusing the offensive line. It was like we were supposed to get this fixed. At what moment did you see it get fixed? Was there a moment in practice? Was there a game? And did you worry about it early? Did anybody have worries about it?
Yeah, I just think it's the same thing. I think it was all about, we had guys that were injured and weren't practicing, just getting together. Joe had the appendix out. So it was never a cohesive group from the jump from training camp. So we had, I guess I mentioned, some of those guys were injured, but, our O-line coach, Frank Pollock, does an unbelievable job with those guys. And just can trust in what he does and how he coaches those guys. And once we got in a game 3 or 4, whatever, you just saw it, and it was those guys were clicking and knew we were going to be just fine.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, from the outside looking in, we're like, man, this is all they focus on. If they get this fixed, it seems like this team is going to have it figured out. Spend money, invest in it, it becomes a big deal. Yep. And then it's almost like worse than it was. And it's like, damn, is this just going to be like an Achilles heel of this Bengals team? And then all of a sudden, Joey's just got room. Yeah. It's like, oh no. Now Joe Burrow has time. It's like, that's a real problematic thing. Last question here for you, Coach, from fellow Paisano, Anthony DeGioia.
Coach, you got Tom this weekend. You've already played rookie quarterback earlier in the year. What's the biggest difference when you're coming into a game versus a rookie versus like Tom? Is it pre-snap movement? Like, do you show more exotics potentially to a rookie? What's the biggest difference when you're going against two different types?
Yeah, great question. I think, again, a guy like Tom has seen it all. Guys are going to try to disguise, but that doesn't mean you don't do it. That doesn't mean you just line up in the coverage and, just maybe a little subtle adjustment to a base disguise that we normally do. With the younger guys, you feel like you can maybe catch them with some of the base ones that you already have in play, maybe a different coverage here or there. But to me, when you're playing a guy like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees, any of the great quarterbacks that we play against, Mahomes, it's all about just playing sound fundamentals, playing with leverage, knowing where your help is in the back end, and don't let them beat them. If you have outside leverage, don't let them catch an outside breaking route. I know it sounds simple, but he's banking on that and he's counting on that. And we just got to play good, sound, fundamental football, and because he's going to make throws. That's just what he does.
So much fun watching Bates play football.
So good.
I love Jesse's my guy.
Is he? That's good. That's good news, right? There's some sort of long-term contract conversation. Right? That's good news. That's good.
Damn right.
Hey, he's a baller. He is. He's a fucking monster out there, dude.
Good. Ask me where I went on my bye week.
Hey, Coach Lou Anarumo, I know everybody kind of has different ideas for what the bye week is. They watch more film. They self-scout. They try to get away a little bit. What did you do for your bye week, Coach Lou Anarumo, defense coordinator of the Bengals?
Well, I kept my house in Fort Lauderdale, but my wife, we did not go there. that because it's usually generally nice down there. So my son is a sophomore in Morgantown, West Virginia, at the University of West Virginia. So I took in the Oklahoma game, sitting in the stands in the rain in 40-degree weather with a plastic bag over my head to cover over my body. It was a great time. Great time.
Sounds like you had a blast. Let's go Mountaineers. Look, you had the time of your life. Listen to that. Listen to that. Did you know how glowingly he spoke?
Yeah.
Hey, scouts, okay? Recruits, I'm sorry. You heard what defensive coordinator of the Cincinnati Bengals? The weather was terrible for him. It's never like that. Normally 70 degrees, sunny, no humidity. It's normally perfect. Listen to the time. What did you guys go out a little bit? You have a couple stop at some restaurants? Did you have a full West Virginia experience?
We did. My son took us around and took us a couple spots. Everything was a great time. I tailgated. There was some guys throwing axes and hitting nails with hammers. And again, Staten Island, we didn't throw axes unless there was a problem. And there was definitely nobody hitting hammers and nails into a log of wood. I didn't know what was going on.
Those are games. Yeah, those are good games. I bet you could throw the hell out of an axe. Yeah. I bet if you gave it a go, you could throw the hell out of an axe. That hammer nail game.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Pass the hammer.
Yep.
You learn a lot about people. I wish you would have stepped right up to the plate because they would have said, "What are you from fucking Staten Island or something? Can't swing a hammer." That's exactly what they would have said. I appreciate you, Coach. I hope you had a great time. Hope you go back. Tell your kid, let's go Mountaineers, and good luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate it, man. Love being here, and thanks again for having me on.
Hey, we're going to ask you later in the season to come on right in the middle of something really important. We apologize for that, but we do appreciate it if you come back on.
No problem. Love to.
All right, Paisan. Coach Lou Anarumo. I'm intrigued by that particular relationship our show has because I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody in his – have you ever met him?
I have not.
I don't think I know anybody that's ever met him.
He jumped on a lot of people's radar and seen after the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
He shut out, the Chiefs in that second half, being able to adjust and limit Tyreek and Mahomes. So that's when he kind of got really on everybody's radar.
Is that when he came on our show before the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Week of.
He came on and he was like, if I do recall, the Bengals were like, yes, he would love to come on. He's a fan of the show or whatever. It's like, man, okay. The guy just figured out the Chiefs. Fan of the show. Got to be doing something right. Guy from Staten Island, big brain guy watching the show.
Coach D-backs Purdue 04-11, so he's familiar probably with the Indy.
Yeah. He's probably heard about the loud punter fuck, probably. That's awesome. I appreciate him coming on. That was a good. I felt like we had a good football conversation.
Had a Dolphins stint too. How long was he in Miami?
Dolphins 12-17 as the D-back coach.
What I was about to say is like you being who you are, asking a question to Lou, who he is, like not a lot of shows have that opportunity. Like I was very happy. Like whenever I asked the room, I scanned the room. Like anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? Sometimes people are like, no, and that always gives me a pretty good pop because in my head I think like, hey, you have a question, and in one of your guys' heads it's like, no, I don't know. That's funny. But I asked Darius, well, you have a question? He'd go, yeah. And as soon as you said yeah, I thought to myself like, yes, this is a great thing. So you asking them about feel and what people want to do and what they don't want to do is fascinating because that relationship never gets chatted about. Always on the offensive side. Yeah. Quarterback and offense coordinator, never defense coordinator. Play calling, strategy, or a relationship with players and how much input players have. What is normal?
That's important. I don't know what's really normal, but it's funny you even say that. We had Burrow on here. I think one of us asked, I'm not sure who asked about that relationship with Zach, and then it came out that he kind of took over more of that game planning stuff as the season goes on. But as a defense, that's so important, especially – and for coaches, it's like you got to kind of check – you always say check your ego out the door. That's what the good coaches say. And it's a workplace like that where it's back and forth. Like, hey, Wilson, Bates, what are you thinking in this situation? Because honestly, as a play caller, if I'm calling plays –
how many different plays is he calling? Is that why it's not get talked about as much?
So you as you game plan, it's like, all right, we got third and medium plays. And if it's a 3rd and 6 in the fourth quarter, we should know it's probably 1 or 3 or 4 plays that's coming in.
So we're calling for that.
So we're already kind of ahead of the game mentally. So when that call comes in, it's not like we're thinking we're already on, the second base as far as getting through that down pre-snap wise. So that just helps your defense play that much faster and are able to make more plays. But you got to have coaches who can check their ego and say, I'm going to listen, take this input from the veteran players that actually have to go out there and execute, and not the coaches that are like, hey, just get it right. Do what I want to, do what I want to call.
What did he say? He said Cheeto Awuzie wanted to cover 0 against Mahomes.
What?
Just come on. Send it, dude.
Send the house.
When you got a corner saying call 0, that's you're trusting the guys up front to get there, and obviously you got the utmost confidence in your ability to,
Think about Lou Anarumo going up to Cheetah. Big moment. He said AFC Championship game or whatever. He's like, "Hey, what are you thinking here?" 0, coach. What are we talking about?
Get after
Fucking
it,
send it or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
We can't do that right now. If we lose like that, I'm fine. You want me to be here?
Yeah.
Do you want me to be here?
Sometimes that's the best. If I'm guarding Ty Hill,
Make this
let's
quick.
let's make it quick. A slant or a fade. I know those are the 2 things I got to deal with. So, but love, I could sit and talk to a guy like that for a fucking hour. Man.
Follow up on this. Does seem like every defense coordinator is just much cooler than offense coordinators.
Yeah, absolutely.
Offense coordinators seem to be more like scientists, like locked in, kind of like very organized. It feels like, hey, everything's going to be boom, boom, boom. And then they're always going to be like super high energy. It feels, I'm describing
Quarterbacks just
McVay,
gotta like him.
but like a lot of McVay
Yeah,
are
right.
being hired
Zach
right
Taylor.
now. Defense coordinators seem to be cool fucking dudes.
OCs, as long as they're good with the quarterback, they're good for the most part. Defensive coaching, you gotta be on the same page with a lot of different people, you got the D-line room, the D-line
The
coach that
best.
you've been around, linebackers, and then obviously DBs. And I feel like the ones that we've seen do the best over the years typically have some type of DB background because you gotta know the fronts, obviously, and then the coverages. Hey, we gotta take away these, Belichick, Sabins, all these are DB guys. So, you gotta have a better relationship skills, I guess.
Yeah, it just seems like DCs are more relatable because, especially now, like more OCs were former quarterbacks or were quarterbacks.
Oh,
It's
and they
like,
can't be relatable.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that guy is like always what we talk about. It's like, well, he's always been treated differently. He's always been propped up, and like a lot of those guys are the ones who are calling plays, and the DCs are the guys who like are actually a guy you feel like you could sit down and like have a beer with and just talk with.
I love that Lou Anarumo.
Yeah, you have to
Man.
assume he's probably going to get some head coaching interviews in the offseason.
Yeah.
You should, for sure.
Man, that was a fucking good convo. How about him talk about momentum in there?
Yeah, unbelievable.
Hey, we appreciate you, Coach Lou here.
Thank
Middle of
you,
the
Lou.
week.
Okay, everybody.
We just got it through a walkthrough. Obviously, he talked about it in the indoor facility. They have the sponsor, and then it says indoor facility underneath it, which is awesome.
Genius.
Yep.
It's a bubble, but it is an indoor facility. I'm proud of them.
I'll take
over
it.
there. I'm
Yeah,
proud of
massive
them.
step up.
I honestly don't know how they're going to do it. And I guess that's the only conversation to have negatively. And we're not normally a negative show. So I hate to do this, especially because of the incredible conversation we just had with Houday. How are they going to – they're going to have to generate a lot of capital.
For sure.
They're going to have to generate a lot of capital.
Go to the
There's a lot of
Super Bowl
really
again.
good players on that team.
Yeah.
Like a lot of really, really
Burrow, he's going to have to be the highest paid quarterback.
Jamar.
Yeah.
He's gonna
T,
be the
highest paid receiver.
T. Higgins.
I mean,
Second.
T is a
I'll never
dog.
forget though. I mean, when we were talking
defense
about
side of the ball, Bates. Like,
Yeah.
we were talking about contracts or whatever, and Deshaun's and how it'll affect everyone else's paying or whatever, like the Chargers and the Bengals and stuff like that. And I believe it was Ian who said everyone has the money. Like,
yeah, I don't think he's telling the truth. I don't think
you know,
that's.
I mean, they're NFL football teams, right?
Yeah, I understand that, but everybody's got their money tied up and everything. Now, I guess you could do a sell. You could sell. They could just sell like 10% of the team,
Yeah.
and then get money on hand. It would have to be an immediate transaction, though. Like, hey, we're selling this. We need this money within the next 10 days because we got to put it in escrow because we just guaranteed it to Joe Burrow. Like, I guess there is ways. There is ways to get the money if they wanted to, but selling off a piece of the team is a fucking massive decision. I don't think the Browns fans or Brown family's going to do.
Well, and that's been a family business like since the inception of the NFL. Like they've continually said like, hey, this is going to stay in the family. Like we're not fucking selling part of this team.
But you're right, though, Diggs. These people are very wealthy.
Yeah.
And we got Times Square Spider-Man making appearances.
Good point.
Okay, so there
point.
is certainly some
True.
decisions that are business that are made on a regular basis. Okay, I understand that. But I think like having a few $100 million just liquid, I don't know if that is a reality for all the owners in the NFL. Certainly the owners that you're thinking of in your head right now that are the premier and the elite and the public owners, they do.
Sure.
Think about this. We don't know how the Spanos family was able to do
No.
At
because
all.
that was being alleged they were going to have to sell the team.
Right.
Then they pay Khalil Mack, Jackson, Williams, Derwin,
Derwin,
Yeah.
yep.
Bosa a couple years ago.
Bosa.
Uh-huh.
They paid like
Lindsley.
they're about to have to pay Herbert.
Eckler, they extended.
So like Eckler, they gave him a deal. So like they paid everybody. That kind of came out of nowhere for me. I was like, damn, I didn't know they were able to do that. Happy for them too. Like, hey, congratulations. Because it was getting alluded to that they were going to have to sell the team because they were end up being big, and they gave next to no money for the stadium that they were cohabiting with right now. It's like I don't know if every owner has the money to be able to do it, but I do know in the future there's a lot of rich fucking people trying to get into the NFL that are going to have a lot of money on hand to do a lot of cool shit, I think, for the players.
Well, and with the Bengals, that's almost like the gift and the curse of drafting and knocking out, like, having superstars the way they have. Because, you get Burrow, and it's like, hey, no matter what, we cannot lose this guy. And we might have to give him $250, $300 million. And then right after that, it's like, well, Jamar Chase is probably going to become the highest paid receiver in the league as well. So it's like you get these guys, and in years past, they haven't really had to worry about that because a lot of these guys either they've sucked, so it's like, all right, we're just going to go elsewhere. We're not going to pay them. But now it's like, hey, if we want to try to actually become like somewhat of a dynasty, like we don't have a choice. And because these guys have performed so well on the field, like our hands are kind of tied. Like we're going to have to pay them.
Isn't
It's a fucking Super Bowl.
If you zoom out, like that's a great thing. Like,
for sure.
Look at us. The family business, still family business, but now it's a profitable one.
Yeah.
This is what
money.
every other NFL team that, invests seems to reap the benefit of doing as such on the back end. It just feels like there's a lot of short-sighted decisions that get made in a lot of high places in a lot of different businesses that I don't think I fully comprehend. But hey, that's why we're not there, and we never will be, I guess.
Yeah, and the Bengals and the Chargers are going to run into this problem, obviously, but at least they're not in the same year, right? Like they can at least, give one guy a fifth-year option, pay one guy a year earlier, maybe pay one guy a year later, because obviously with the rising wide receiver market, that is the second or third highest paid position on offense, and the other one being left tackle. Chargers just drafted Rashawn Slater, and he's like top of his class at left tackle. So both of them really do have $400 million potential contracts with just a few players.
We'll be talking to Ian Rappaport in about 37 minutes or so. He's live at the league meetings.
Nice.
I think there's one per club meeting. There is allegedly a general manager networking event that is taking place at these league meetings. Ty, you read about this. What is it exactly?
It's like they did the first one in March, I think, where it's they're giving minority people who are in like positions of power, not necessarily general managers or anything, but people who are on current teams. There's one from each team who's a minority candidate, and they're meeting with owners to basically
scouts and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. To see and pro personnel guys and stuff like that, and they're meeting with these owners and having conversations with them to potentially like groom them to be GMs.
So this is a networking event, indeed. But you've always made a very good point about this whole thing, where you've said that these people are just hiring people that they know and people that they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
This is just standard hiring practices that happen in almost everything.
Yep.
And you've said that a big initiative would be to get these people into their universe so people can meet and understand that they would do good business together.
Yeah.
That's kind of how things happen. So I like that they're doing this little networking event almost.
Love it. Sound like a step in the right direction. I always go back to the comment that the former GM told me, like, hey, these guys, usually it comes down to who they're more comfortable having a beer with. And they're literally probably having beers and just sitting around chopping it up with these people. You feel more comfortable with people that you spend more time around. That's just natural. So
and you're doing billions of dollars in business.
Big.
So these general manager is a big time hire. A head coach is a big time hire. And I know that it hasn't been obviously the perfect hiring thing, but if you think about just any business, billion-dollar business, the people they're hiring are people that they normally know or are comfortable with. Yeah. It's like, I like the fact that this is potentially going to change because of opportunities like this. How many times do you think one of these owners would be able to sit, and we hope that they're having beers, to your point there, Darius. We hope they're having beers. We hope there's like maybe some music. I hope it's just like a
Good
happy
time.
hour.
Right.
Where you're like, and there's no cameras. I hope there's no cameras in there. I hope it's just getting to know each other. Maybe some like, why not some cards over there somewhere?
Yeah.
Maybe some dominoes over here a little bit. Anything, kind of do your thing, and to have that whole social. I think that's good. People get to meet each other. People get moving, and if maybe not general manager jobs, but other jobs, maybe businesses pop up, maybe ideas pop up. Make new friends. You obviously have a bigger network. That's literally what networking means. I think it's a good idea. I'm happy they're doing this. Is the one per club meeting before or after this? Because if the one per club meeting's beforehand, I assume there's some owners coming into this little happy hour pissed about what they were just told.
For sure.
Couple drinks.
Yeah, no, I don't know. That's a great point, though, because that really could skew, like, you got a guy sitting down. It's like, fuck this guy. Dan Snyder just fucking tried to, he's got dirt on me now that I didn't know anyone had, so I don't give a shit what this guy's saying.
Well, I just learned Dan Snyder took a photo from my parents' house, seemingly, from when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
So I have no comment about that. With that being said, I was, if you look at the photo, quite confused about what was going on over there. What's going on?
Makes sense.
That one per club meeting, I obviously will never get to see it.
No.
That's the reason why. This is like like a meeting in the mafia. All the families, godfathers meet, obviously. They sit down. They have like a meeting. And all their people, right, that...
The commission.
The commission of cities where all these families meet, right? Where there is, some honor amongst everybody who has certainly done some things against each other in the past, but we need to be on the same page because everybody else is kind of against us. There's never any recorded, but all their people, that are with all of them that are going in there, they're all dealing with each other outside the meeting. So, like, I like to think about, like, the president of a team who is normally big, powerful human being, just sitting outside in a chair outside, like with a couple other people, just being humbled down, like, nah, you're not allowed.
No.
You are not allowed in here. Yeah, sorry about it. This person who's the boss of so many people has so much power on the day-to-day. Yeah, you're not allowed. No chance you're allowed.
Nobody.
Sorry about it. And then the people that are in there, you walk out of there and like, I wish I could tell you what just happened. Yeah. Well, what did? Not allowed to talk about it. But I'm sure that's where a lot of shit gets handled.
Yes.
And there's a lot of reasoning that gets explained. There's a lot of voices, I assume. There's a lot of, I bet you the bickering in there is fucking top of the line. Maybe the best bickering of all time in the one per club commission-like meeting that the NFL has at all these league meetings. We'll talk to Ian Rappaport about it and see how that went. And does he get a chance to read, like, vibes coming out of those meetings? I think that would be the best read on what the fuck actually happened in there. You know what I mean?
Well, like you said, like, I bet, always contentious because they're probably talking about money and all that kind of stuff. But, like, now we're talking about an owner potentially getting, like, fucking tossed out of the league. Like, I bet it is way more contentious now than it ever has been in the past.
Roger. All right. Let's begin. Are we voting this motherfucker out?
Seriously.
But what if it is just like an unfiltered? Jim Irsay said he is what? He's hit the table in front of something? So what are you going to do? Pull out a gun and shoot me? Isn't that what Jim Irsay said he said in there?
Yep.
That's like, hey, what's this guy going to do? Pull out an AK-47 and shoot me? No. So it's like these billionaires never get talked to like that by anybody.
No.
Like the people that they talk to, remember, they are always talking down to. That's why the people that are normally talking down to people are like told, hey, can you just make sure nobody gets in here, please? Like, just be security real quick. It's hilarious. And then you get in that meeting and it's like, oh, well, fuck you. No, fuck you.
Fuck me.
Me? No, what didn't you say? And then, whoa, don't bring me. It's literally like a reality TV show, I assume. And I just have to assume that that's how the billionaires are acting just because that's how all humans act in that situation.
And at some point, they got to, once again, check egos at the door because for them, they the reason they're top dogs because they usually make the best decision that's best for the biggest group of people. What is that, utilitarian or something like that? They usually make that decision coming out of it. And I had a chance one time to sit with about 13 of these guys, and the way they it's just whatever they're thinking, it comes right out of their fucking mouth, no matter who else is in the room. And it was a wild experience to really just hear,
I bet.
these different people that you see them, you may shake a hand and just it was some wild shit said. So I would love to, just be a fly on the wall in one of those meetings. Though.
Me too. Hey, you know what? Let's work and let's get in there.
Yeah, one day.
Let's get in there.
Yeah, let's do it.
And we'll be the only ones that just pass the baton on who goes into one per club meeting.
Hell yeah.
You're going to have to see this shit. Next one, you're going in there.
Just wait.
Just wait until you see what's going on. And there's going to be a surprise for you, too. It was a surprise to me. Wait till you see who has some real say in there. Like, that type of shit happens.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll never know about it.
Nope.
Unless Ian Rappaport tells us in 30 minutes. All right, let's get to a break. Come on, Rapp.
What do you say, Rap?
Need you here, Rap.
Hey,
Big
Rapp,
day.
you're an insider.
Yeah.
You're inside. Do some inside stuff.
Tell us what's going on. Don't be a buffoon. Get away from the bar.
No, that's where he gets all his stuff.
True.
Find Mark Davis. Hopefully
100%
he
true.
has an axe to grind, and he's a little loose-lipped.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I hope that networking event that's happening at this thing that they've I hope there's some drinks.
Yeah.
I hope it's like a happy hour.
Sure
And I hope this man was heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Dan Snyder sent emails out. I had to fire my coach. Gave him $100 million.
What the hell's that about?
I think we should leak all emails. All right, I gotta go
got
to dinner.
the
I gotta get there,
I got
guys.
the rest of them right here.
See, his backpack not big enough for all emails. It's only half emails.
Only for my Xbox.
Get my Game Boy. This dude's imagine him in there.
Oh God.
That guy was sitting with Ice Cube the other week.
You think he has feet up on the table? Like
Yeah.
the Monarchs? He has the Monarchs up on the
Oh, yeah.
table. One per club. How many feet on table at the one per club meeting?
With a slushy.
One pair.
Every one of them has a massive throne, right?
Yep.
Too?
Well, Mark Davis sits in one of those kid chairs.
All
They
right.
have at preschool.
I was saying,
All
a
right,
lot of
let's
old
get to a
guys
break.
Playing
can't
Snake
get
on a
their feet
Nokia
up that
phone.
high.
That's the point, Tom.
I don't think Mark could get his feet up that high.
Oh,
You think
come
guys are
on.
just taking their shoes off in there too? Shoes off,
Chilling.
socks, jackets.
Oh yeah.
Probably taking all their fucking dropping their trousers too. Just fucking.
What?
All right, you wanted us to get
Yeah.
into another conversation that we will
No,
not
I'm
get
not.
into. Let's get
Come
to a break.
on.
Hour 2 will be on the other side. There's a lot to talk about with AJ Hawk. A lot of people chatting about what Aaron said yesterday.
Yeah.
A lot of people chatting about what MCDC said yesterday.
What?
Big time.
I'd like to let the Lions know that, hey, no matter what, if he was joking or not, doesn't matter.
Great story.
Unbelievable either way.
Awesome.
Who cares?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was fucking awesome.
See, a head coach being a human, man.
Exactly.
Who would have thought?
We don't need to overanalyze or be ridiculous. Got a lot of people saying he didn't even know what was going on. It's like, if he didn't, that's amazing that he's empowered his special teams coordinator and his offense. Like either way,
Yeah. Worked out.
Yes.
either way, he empowered his assistant coaches to feel like they could just, we're doing this without even making eye contact. Let's just say what he said was 100% the truth and not just, some shit. Like what? I might be bullshitting, but I ain't lying. That's what Mike Irvin
Bingo.
said.
Yep.
Right? And then last night, Shaq led off his documentary when I was watching it, and he was like, I'm not just going to say like I walked to get something from a store. I'm going to say, as I was walking down, there was a dog to my right that was barking. Like, we're going to get to the store, Shaq said.
Fluff it up.
But we are going to at least, enjoy
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, exactly. He's pretty much how he said whenever he's talking. So even if MCDC was telling the truth completely, that's great leadership.
Yes.
Yes.
They executed it and they turned. But let's assume he was dressing it up a little bit to defer, a little bit of how you doing, keep moving to his assistants. Incredible story.
Yeah.
Big brain.
Legendary pop out of us too.
Guys won 5 out of 6. Let them have some fun. When was the last time the fucking Lions won 5 out of 6 games?
Was there any human that watched that didn't start dying laughing?
I don't think so.
I said, don't run it, but all he heard was run. What the fuck are we doing? What a legend, dude. So thankful he came on yesterday. Hope that doesn't ruin it for the future.
Yeah.
Because he told a great joke.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
People loved it.
Loved it.
And let him love it.
What was it on the talk? Got like 1.8 million views every night on the talk.
It's already almost close to 3 million now.
Boom.
And I just sent you that this morning.
How
so
about that?
It's flying.
Well, those.
I don't know the talk as much, but we do the talk.
The
We
talk
do.
is awesome.
Well, see how long that lasts.
Tony.
Tony.
That's not true. Don't Tony me.
Band's coming.
Yeah. The
What?
U.S. government is filing to ban TikTok.
Because of China?
Yeah,
Yes.
they already banned it
Yes.
on all government phones like 2
Yeah.
years ago. So
I understood that.
now they're just trying to do
I
it.
assume government phones, you can't download any app that is collecting
That would make
cookies
sense,
and everything
yes.
like that. I would assume that is the case. So TikTok being added to that
Makes sense.
makes sense, especially with what we heard at the beginning of TikTok, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now they're just doing it now.
Stayed off the TikTok for a long time because of what was initially coming out with the TikTok. It's like, all right, sounds like that's not our demo. And also, if any of this is real, I'd like to not be a part of that.
Right.
So we stayed away from the talk. Then, like, every human we met was like, do you have a talk? Do you have a TikTok? Do you have a TikTok? And I'm like, no, you do that? They're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Biggest in the world. Like, bigger than YouTube? Bigger than Google? Well, aside from Google, the search engine, obviously. TikTok, yeah, biggest in the world or whatever. I'm like, all right, I respect you. We'll get one. We got to talk.
Yeah.
We got a guy named Casey, who's from New England. Connor knew him growing up.
It's really good.
He's editing those videos, making those videos. We're deep in the talk. I go to, every time I went to game day,
Yeah.
basically
college
everybody
kids.
there was like,
Seen you on
It's all the
TikTok.
kids.
we watch the show on TikTok, man. We love it or whatever. And I'm like, fucking talk, dude.
Sweet.
At Pat McAfee Show Official.
Oh, yeah, that was a whole thing, too.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah,
our
of
name
course.
was taken 7 times. Right. Pat McAfee Show 1 through 7 taken. Let alone just Pat McAfee Show being taken. Pat McAfee Show 1, Pat McAfee Show 2,
What?
Pat McAfee Show 3,
What?
taken. Pat McAfee, taken. Then I had people sending me tweets and stuff. They're like, I see your TikTok only has 2,000 views. I get 10,000 views, so I can run your TikTok for you if you want. And I'm like, that's obviously not my fucking TikTok.
Clown.
Okay, can we please take it easy? And also, I don't like you dunking on me. And then I'm like, yeah, we need to bury this fucking. Can we get on the talk? And then we found the guy for talk. It's Casey.
Yes.
Casey just watches the show. As watching the show, he has a good feel for it. He's like, boom, rip, captions, send. We're in there. Shout out to Casey, dude.
Yeah. Shout out. Good boy, Lenny.
I've not met Casey. Yeah, that is how Connor.
He's got a bunch of nicknames.
He described a lot of them.
Blackout's one of them too.
Yeah, all of these nicknames.
Oh, I like this guy.
Casey, I've never met him face to face. I've chatted with him, and obviously we have an incredible working relationship. Connor knows him, introduced him to us. The way Connor described him to us was like, hey, definitely don't hire this guy, but he is good.
But he's a wizard.
Hey, his nickname's Blackout, man. He has a good time. Honestly, who knows? Every other day with him, and if he's not on it, tell me out because I'll hit him up and I'll be like, hey, stick with it or whatever. But he is really good, and I think he would do great. I'm like, all right, so I got to piece through that.
Ringing endorsement.
First of all, nickname Blackout. Is this guy going to embarrass the whole company? He's like, no, back in college, he used to have a little bit of booze and
Yeah, first time I met him, he was
So
passed
it's
out on the
college.
quad.
That's college.
So the real first time I met him was the morning after.
So we moved past him. I'm like, all right. So he had college experience, got it. Then we moved through, like, he's not going to be on. He's like, so this guy's no work ethic. And he's like, no, he does. But if he doesn't, like, I'll remind him or whatever. I'm like, okay, sounds like a normal friend situation here. And then he's really good. What do you mean by that? And Connor's like, well, he built this company that has no reason to have any followers at all.
No business.
Up to like 100,000, and he was getting this sort of thing. And then he sent me the clips. He's like, he's unbelievably talented. But once again, if you start slacking, I'll beat his ass.
Yeah.
And he is known to kind of go off the deep end every once in a while. I'm like, God, I'm kind of. Connor wanted to hedge real bad.
Oh, yeah, I was hedging my bets.
Connor wanted to hedge real
Had to
bad.
go with the bet.
But it felt like it's been awesome. I appreciate it.
We've been looking for a guy like this for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
Scanning the universe, asking for it, and the guy was just sitting in Connor's basement the whole time.
That's right.
Yeah, he was.
Tied up.
Just waiting.
Get back down there. I texted him, or we texted him for something, and he didn't get back to us like overnight or something like that, and it was like 9 a.m. the next morning. And he's probably going to get back to us soon. It was like 11 or noon. And we go, we hit up Casey yesterday. We haven't heard back. Connor's like, this motherfucker. Connor right to his phone. Like, Connor's not that big of a deal. We're just saying, like, we haven't heard back
Have you
from
talked to
him.
him on the phone? Is he an AI? Is he real?
He is real, yeah. He's real. He's talented, too. I appreciate him. He's going to have to get out here to Thunderdome at some point so we can meet him face to face and, see what he's like in a social setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's interesting.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Did you hear that right there, D?
He's
Buck?
1-1, so, that's always a good thing.
This guy came out of nowhere into our world, though. It's made it a lot better. So
Yes.
shout out to the talk. But you're saying it's going to get banned, Tone? That's what your face
Yeah,
said.
the headline, all the headlines yesterday were that lawmakers unveil bipartisan bill that aims to ban TikTok in the U.S.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Marco,
We just got on
Yeah,
there.
a U.S. company will buy it, and then they'll just run it as their own.
Oh, like Justin Timberlake bought MySpace.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was it, 80 million? And Tom's still just traveling around the world taking photos of that.
Yep.
Trump is,
Instagram got a little MySpacey last night, or AIM,
What do you mean?
BBM got like a little
Called
wave
BBM.
message.
Message.
Got a
Yeah,
little
you
wave
guys showed me
messages
that.
now,
What
yeah.
is that? I don't
Never
have that.
seen it.
What the hell is this?
I guess they're rolling it out for.
D-Bud had a message.
people
What was your
just-
message for the people last
Oh, my first one was wash your ass tonight.
Nice.
Just a good reminder, just a good.
Gotta wash
good
your
first,
ass.
PSA, and got a lot of good feedback. From it,
So how do they do? They comment under your away message?
yeah, basically.
Thank you for your
it's
service.
honestly another reason for people to just
Wash
keep
their ass.
themselves right to your DMs.
Oh, okay.
First it was a story, and then you
It's a
reply to
thirst
the
trap.
story, and now it's people in your DMs. So it's a lot of that. I'm gonna be interested to see if it stays around.
I don't ever get these things. Remember there was like 4 different rollouts that Zito had on his Twitter that I didn't have?
Never updates.
Never. I never get it. Maybe I'll get them later. I can't wait to see what it is. Sounds like you love it or hate it.
I don't care either way.
Is it going to get taken out? Because they do. Hey, I will say
They
to some
try.
platforms, credits. They will add some shit, and then they will.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yank
will get rid of it if it's not good.
Fleet.
Fleets.
Oh, yeah.
The fuck is a fleet?
Fucking love Fleet.
Had a
Yeah, it was a good run.
That was a good run.
Miss you, Fleets.
Fleet was awesome.
Yeah.
It was too good. That's why I had to
Watch
get
my
rid of
fleet.
it.
Watch my fleet.
I fell in love with it. Everybody's TikTok and Reel was making its way to Twitter, which is that's where I live.
Yep.
So I'm getting to do what everybody else is getting to do. It had the worst technology.
Oh,
The camera
my
was
God.
the worst. The camera was the worst camera in all of social media. Those fleets were, and I just thought to myself, oh, they'll update this. They'll keep it moving. They weren't. They were worried about other stuff.
Yep.
Over there, but they were a lot of stuff.
I was
Yeah, I
gonna
was
say.
going to say.
They had a lot of other stuff going
Makes
on.
sense now.
But I was so excited to get into the old TikTok Reel game on my platform on Twitter, and then just disappeared out of nowhere.
Elon will make it better.
I don't know if he will. That was a trash thing.
Yeah, he'd probably just leave fleets in the dumpster.
How is Twitter? Is Twitter still working?
Still alive.
Switched up the badges again.
Oh yeah, a gold check is now the new blue check, which is still there. A blue check, still either legacy, notable,
What?
or paid for blue Twitter.
Correct.
Bingo.
There's a gold check that's coming now for the official
real
business
ones.
accounts.
Yep.
Right, Nick? You know what it is? Gold
Yeah, I
check?
think so. The wording on the may or may not be notable is kind of interesting.
Yeah, they took. I have that one. A legacy media who may or may not be notable. Hilarious.
Yeah, interesting.
Elon strictly did that for, political pundits
Oh, yeah.
and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
He replied to somebody and said, "That is my wording."
Yeah.
On his tweets.
I just want to let you guys know I am hands-on. Yeah,
that's right.
All these tweets that you guys are seeing me respond, dunking on everybody,
That's me.
Yeah, that's me.
me.
That's Elon.
You see the new little check mark thing?
Me.
That's me too. So if you got a problem, I'm going to block you and ban you like I did the private flight tracker.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm pretty
Bingo.
sure you said this was going to happen, though. It's just going to be another
No.
check mark to the check mark.
No.
Is it funny that Elon doesn't have a gold one?
Yeah, I checked that out because I have one of the blue ones, and I'm like, am I going to have to pay for the thing? And it's like, I've kept it, so I guess not. We had no relationship with Twitter before. We have no relationship with Twitter now, and it sounds like it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like that has been a good
Stay
thing.
right there.
But yeah, there's obviously going to be another blue check. I feel like I know Twitter pretty good. I feel like I know my Twitter. I don't know all the others. If it makes it into like the trending page, then I learn about it.
If you were Elon, though, would you give yourself like a crown or something,
Yeah.
like something cool?
I think it's only a matter of time.
He will.
He will.
He will.
He'll dunk on somebody so hard. He's got like 198,000 retweets on like numerous tweets at this point.
Yeah.
Like, and who knows what's real and what isn't real? I guess that's what we're learning through him buying Twitter to begin with, and in the real world, what is real, what isn't real. But there's going to come a tweet that he's going to think is his Van Gogh,
Yeah.
his
Coup de grace.
his masterpiece, and I assume that one is probably going to be on the opening page in the background
Yep.
with like a crown of some sort on it. He's not only owning Twitter right now, he's a dominant
Yeah.
Twitter right now
He
too.
is.
Crushing it.
He is.
His hits to misses too, seemingly all hits right now.
100 to
There
1.
hasn't been a lot of wasted 280 characters at all out of Elon for maybe like a 2-month period.
Shooting a very high percentage from the field.
That does not happen on Twitter ever.
No.
People have their ebbs and flows. Elon's batting 1,000 since owning Twitter.
Yeah. Seeing the ball right now very well.
And I'm
it
not
up.
saying we agree with his tweets. We're just saying every tweet he puts out,
Proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
action,
Wow.
louder than anything I've seen. I mean, he's getting bigger activity on his tweets more than anything I've ever seen on the platform before. So not only is he the most prolific Twitter on Twitter, he also owns the thing.
That's right.
It's a good place to be here, Elon.
Seemingly transparent. Even with the rollouts, you say, hey, I'm gonna be trying a lot of shit coming up here, and a lot of it's not gonna work. We'll get rid of it. Twitter file shit; those are always very interesting.
You even
Jack-
bring that up though. You just got in politics. I said that the other day. I
That's
said,
politics.
"Oh yeah." So
I guess.
I said on the show. I said these Twitter files are wild, and like I don't get into the politic world. I don't know enough about it, but everybody should read that. I think because that is happening in the real world. Like we all say it's happening. We think it's happening. There's like actual proof that it was actually happening. That was an eye-opening experience.
It's very interesting to read through them. Good stuff. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the Elon run so far. Just getting my fucking Cybertruck. All right.
Cybertruck as well, and then
Yes.
also, hey, can we get less ads? You know?
Yeah.
Can we like? It doesn't have to be every other tweet.
No.
You know what I mean? Like make it one every. People are scrolling a lot, so you'll be able to see more. People stop scrolling, exit app whenever it's just like.
There we go.
Ads.
I assume you'd be able to pay for that pretty soon if I
You-
had to
you
get.
think
I already
that's-
had that. I don't have ads.
Is that the $8 thing?
No, that was the $2 one before. I never had any ads for that.
Have you been on it recent?
Yeah.
On your phone or only on deck?
On phone.
Yeah. See, on my phone.
Mine
loaded
has so
with
many.
ads.
Heavy with ads.
A lot of promoted tweets.
A lot of those. From bad tweets, too.
Oh, yeah.
Not good tweets.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to a break. Guy who only has good tweets will be on the other side.
Whoops.
His whoops tweets. His fucking little tag of...
Spoiler alert.
Yes. Hot take.
Yep.
Living the dream.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm happy those stuck around.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't have that.
All right, hour 2 will be on the other side. We have Ian Rappaport joining us from the league meetings. We have a lot of questions. We have a lot of questions about how the league meetings operate and also what's taking place there. Allegedly, they're going to make roughing the passer reviewable. That was up for conversation. And it could be an ejection from the game or not a call. So either one of those could be obviously a game changer for the league that we cover. And what else is being chatted about down there? And AJ Hawk will join us on the other side of this break. Be a friend, tell a friend. We're back in 5. Take 5. The longest reigning NXT champ of all time, Adam Cole. Hey! You and I have had moments. You sound a little soft, Adam Cole.
Really. Coming from a punter. You kidding me?
Undisputed era.
Shut up, Pat! And, Pat, nice George, dork.
There is a lot of buzz about you because you have all these accolades. That has to feel pretty cool.
I look at our roster and I think that I'm the king of that brand is pretty cool.
Whoa.
Do you have an argument to that?
The Undisputed Era is the main reason why you've succeeded. But by the way, smart, especially for you because, you're kind of small.
Oh, we're going to go with the size thing now.
Fuck you, Pat! Seriously, I'm sick of your shit. You're gonna continue to disrespect me. Don't touch me.
Whoa!
Fuck you. Fuck you.
What the fuck is wrong with that guy?
I'm not asking you. I am telling you. You need to chill out.
He's an angry elf, isn't he?
What you say to me? Pat? I'm the what? How about you do something about it, Pat? Come on, Pat.
Alan Riley, he is distracted by what's going on. And he's Reister taking advantage of it.
For the rest of your life, you're going to be a tiny, itty-bitty, short little bitch.
Triple H is going to make an exclusive announcement live on Get Up.
NXT TakeOver 30. Pat McAfee, Adam Cole, if Pat has the guts to say yes. I accept the challenge for sure. And this thigh right here, bang, is going to be another kick to the mouth.
Adam Cole, connect super kick. Adam Cole, I know who he's sending a message to.
You want to run your mouth? That's fine, Pat. But don't you forget, you kicked me with my arms behind my back. You are not special.
On Saturday, it's going to end the same exact way that it ended 2 weeks ago. You're going to be left unconscious. I am next level.
I'm going to make you my...
Mocking the Undisputed Era. Well, Cole looking at wait a minute, there's the Undisputed Era now.
William Regal had extra security standing by, knowing this is a volatile situation. Oh my God!
And Pat McAfee just wiped out everyone.
I made a couple mistakes in there, and I lost. I made a lot of mistakes in there, okay? I got bamboozled last night. I got blindsided last night. I got attacked when I was not ready to be in a physical altercation last night.
8 fighters, 2 teams of 4. I think, gentlemen, you know how this goes. War Games!
Multiple cages, multiple rings, weapons. Yeah.
No more playtime. No more pretend. War Games changes you.
Look at Pat. What's on McAfee's mind?
No way.
McAfee wiping out the field.
That table was in fact intended.
McAfee with a super kick to Cole. Looking for. Sunrise got caught. Cole looking down. Panama Sunrise. You've got to be kidding me.
No way. Okay, so here's what I think. I don't know. I would love to ask him. I would love to ask what the scheme is.
Is this a read here on where the middle linebackers lined up right here? Are you able to shift this? Are they able to change this to the center pulling as opposed to the guard pulling with where the linebackers lined up there?
Yeah, that's why we wanted to be kind of in a spread formation right there, just try to put as much width to the formation as we could. And then ultimately the second part of that is being able to sell on a known passing down. I think that was the 2nd and 10, being able to sell drop back pass, the illusion of our drop back protection. And then ultimately what's going to be the best angle of departure for whoever's going to climb to the second level to try to block 57, because let's not forget who that down player is, whether it's 95, 98. The Jets have fantastic front. The goal going into that game was to hopefully just not let them wreck the game. And sometimes that's easier said than done with those types of players. But anytime you can get Dalvin Cook in space with the football in his hands, whether it's 2nd and 10, 1st and 10, really doesn't matter. It's something we're trying to always do. And I got to continue to find ways to do that, but also don't want to miss an opportunity to credit our offensive staff. Some of the ideas that they come up with every week, it makes it fun calling plays.
That's seemingly unstoppable right there. Spread them out. So then you got Mosley kind of on an island right there. And if he lines up head up, we'll have this guy pull. And if he lines up off center, we'll have the center pull in there. That's an option that they can put in there. This modern NFL with all these rules, you're obviously a massive part of it. We need to start saying your name a lot more whenever we start talking about young offensive things.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go.
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the FanDuel Thunderdome, on this Winter Wednesday, December 14th, 2022. Hour 2 starts now.
Football
is not what is on ESPN at the current moment.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have some breaking news on this Wednesday, December 14th, 2022, 1:20. Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, no.
Damn.
Never mind. I wanted to do it, can't do it. Talk to Tables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys, Ton Diggs is here. And obviously the host of the Man to Man podcast and everything DB. An absolute legend, 9-year NFL vet, Darius Butler is here. And joining us live from an attic in Ohio is a man who's a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup champion, an NBA pundit, a video game shit stirrer, and a COVID survivor. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. What's up, dude?
What's on ESPN right now, or what was?
Okay. We can report that as of 2 minutes ago, on this Wednesday, December 14th, 2022, NHL highlights and NHL pundits were on ESPN for probably 2 to 3 minutes. Have eyewitnesses. Darius, you saw it?
Whoa.
Daytime conversation about the NHL on ESPN. This is what the NHL dreamed of.
That's right.
When they got a deal with ESPN to become a part of the conversation on the day-to-day. And we can report that with these eyes and those eyes, they were on that TV right there for the last 3 minutes before, obviously, we almost made the announcement. That's a big deal, AJ. It wasn't Jack Johnson kind of bullshit, but it was on there, which is amazing, AJ. It's a big deal for the sport.
Huge deal. What do you mean? That's why the ESPN thing was gigantic for them. To put that, like, isn't it big just to have it out there? Like the default ESPN deal, you're walking through airports, you're doing whatever. Boom, you see hockey highlights. That's big for the sport.
Yeah, you get reminded that it's hockey season.
Yeah.
That's why the ESPN deal was such a massive deal after they leave NBC. And obviously they're with Turner, and Turner has basketball kind of on lock on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and greatest studio television show of all time with basketball. But wasn't like where people just tune in to get like, oh, well, let's go with sports. I'm going to turn on ESPN. Like that's just what people do. So when you get the ESPN deal, it's a massive deal. Is this the first time this has happened, Nick? And this should be documented, I think. New deal, first year here.
Yeah.
Now it's happening during daytime TV. Good for you, Nick. Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that?
It's nice to see it outside of like a top 10. You'll see a SportsCenter top 10 or a not top 10. You'll see some hockey highlights. But that little dedicated segment right there was for the grade 8, Alexander Ovechkin.
Oh.
The grade 8 scoring 800 goals in his career, which is an outstanding accomplishment. Normally when you see hockey featured on ESPN, it's not always a great story. Maybe somebody maimed somebody. Somebody cut somebody with somebody's skate. Somebody took a stick to the teeth. We got some suspensions coming, something like that. This is a cool story. Ovechkin came into the league with Sidney Crosby. There was a lot of hype around both those guys. Both those guys more than lived up to the hype. And Ovechkin's still going strong. How old is he now? I want to say 36. He's getting up there in age. He's still producing at a high level. He has got a shot within the next potentially 2 to 3 seasons at breaking Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal record of 894.
Okay, Wayne Gretzky's at 894. Howie,
Gordie
Howe is at 803 or something, 801, and Ovechkin's at 800. So there's the top 3 goal scorers in the history of hockey, and Ovechkin's going to be able to catch up. Ovechkin has been a sniper since day one coming into and he fights. This dude's a physical player, strong player.
He's a tank.
And he fucking is a goal scorer. He is what you would want. And when he wins the Stanley Cup, he gets drunk for 5 days straight, AJ.
Sweet.
5 days straight, he was drunk.
Best celebration yet. Best celebration for an NHL team so far, I feel like.
Well, I mean, there was that one time where Lordo took a trip to Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, that's right.
True.
And
for me personally, yes, that was much better. But Ovechkin swimming through fountains and showing up, popping up each day. I'm like, okay, where's this guy going to be next in the world? What if that is going to be drunk, swimming through fountains, or just doing something fun?
Yeah, Ovechkin just popping. It was like a Where's Waldo situation with Ovechkin. He just plopped that Stanley Cup right next to him in 5-6 days. It was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. What's that?
Like the dude that has to watch the trophy?
Yeah, I wonder, Mike.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, he was there.
He's seen some things.
Oh, every time.
Dope.
He was at your house, right?
Yeah, those guys are celebrities, man. People, we took it up to the ice cream shop, and Jack had his kids eating out of it, and random people would show up and ask to take pictures with the Cup guys.
That's awesome. Here's AJ's backyard at his palatial.
That's my backyard.
Huge.
That's Jack's backyard.
Okay, which is
Nice
connected
backyard.
to AJ's side yard.
Right.
Right, AJ?
Oh, that's AJ's backyard on the other side.
It's connected.
Yeah, it's connected. That's
nice.
That's all part of the Hawk estate.
Yeah,
That's all part of the Hawk estate there. Jack Johnson's backyard.
That's his pond. That's not my pond, unfortunately, but I do
Yours is
throw
way
things in
bigger.
there to try to clear it up at times and try to dye it blue.
That's very nice of you. That's a good
Okay.
brother-in-law.
He's not telling you about the coolest part. That
I
pond,
love water.
That pond drains, and underneath it is a lair. It's Wexy's lair that connects all the tubes underneath their estates as well.
Got it. That makes sense, Terry.
That'd be sweet.
I didn't even think
Seems
about
like
that.
a lot of work. Seems like a lot of work to
Well.
get down there and find whatever you need down there.
I'm not getting into it. People do a lot of work to get things accomplished.
AJ, why aren't you guys, when that thing freezes over, lacing them up, getting them out there, play a little shinny?
Yeah, maybe make.
We might. We got to turn the. If we turn that fountain off, it definitely will freeze up. You're right. We probably will try that this winter.
Well, you guys have become a hockey family ever since you're in full flex with that lure. Look at your arm, dude. It
Yeah.
looks like a thigh. Look how good you look
God.
in that. Good for you, dude.
Okay. It was fun.
There,
It
you
was
see
fun.
that, guys? Look at the fucking
Holy-
thigh he has on his
Profile
right
picture?
shoulder.
He's
Yeah.
still
playing?
That is my thigh.
It's way bigger than your thigh.
It's your waist.
Heavy.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
WWE belts on that stuff.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that one, Jay. Those aren't real. Those aren't real, right? Those aren't real ones?
Those are very real.
No.
No. Can't
They,
get that many.
they all came with like a certificate of authenticity and everything. Yeah.
I guess you win Lordo. You win 6 baby.
Yeah, I thought the real ones couldn't connect though. That's
Yeah, I had to
amazing.
earn mine.
Yeah.
You know how many people I had to beat? Fucking get this one.
Wide.
This one.
Austin. Not Austin, but
And this one.
Wide.
What's your guy's name now?
Oh, you know.
He's this actually, the United States champion.
Is he
Austin.
Theory? Or is he Austin Theory? What is he?
He's the United States champion, and I beat him. Okay, so what does
know.
that make?
It was
Am
a
I the
great
president?
match.
I don't know.
Ipso
You tell me.
facto.
You tell me. All right, let's talk about some stuff. Let's talk about today's obviously stories. The league meetings are happening. We'll be talking to Ian Rapport's on TV right now. We got an eye on that. We'll be talking to him in a couple seconds. It's interesting the way they're running these league meetings these days. I think they're really trying to make it like a beneficial thing as opposed to maybe just a waste of time. And feels like rules are getting changed or on the way of getting changed every single time these are happening in the modern era of football. I'll be excited to see what takes place. Allegedly, Tom Pelissero is reporting that the roughing the passer is up to be chatted about for either to be reviewed or to be a possible ejection. So that's two very different outcomes that could come from this. I think if it's third down, and I tweeted this, and obviously this adds judgment into play, and judgment will get fucked up because humans fuck up everything, it seems like, at some point when you don't expect them to. If it's third down, and they call roughing the passer, and it's an obvious punting situation, it should be reviewed because that is effectively stealing a turn. That's a turnover. Like that ball just got turned over. It happens a lot, seeming it doesn't it? And then teams will say, "Well, we would have went for it there anyways," or whatever, and you can't do it. But I think that statement, that notion is real. Like there should be times where those are reviewed. There should be ticky-tack hits that everybody seemingly agrees upon, and they say, you know
What would they
what?
have done on this one though? What would they have done on that one right there? That's the one.
Review it.
Obviously,
Yeah.
I wouldn't give it, but I'm saying, would they overturn it?
Yes, I think so, right?
I hope they would.
Because
I hope they would.
that head-on shot where he like clearly is trying to put his hands down, but he's flying full speed, so it's not easy to do do that. Like I think everybody on the internet agreed that this is not real, right?
Yeah.
And if everybody agreed there, and that's an impossible place to agree.
I don't know if they turn this one over.
You don't think so?
I mean, I don't think they would. Because after, I mean, it was
because
kinda,
his hands hit.
Yeah.
Didn't they claim even during the game, like, yeah, he tried to brace himself, but he didn't really break. Like he didn't make a full attempt because like they tried to hide behind.
There's a couple rules experts in
He
booths.
definitely tried to stay off him.
I think so too. Everybody thinks so. There's a couple of these rules experts that are on TV that I fucking hate.
Oh yeah,
I hate them.
Yeah,
it's not everyone. I'm not going to say
Which ones?
I'm not going to dive into.
There's only like 3 of them.
There's 5 of them, I think. So, I think we all agree. Normally, if I feel a way about somebody, a lot of people are because I'm the most basic fuck of all time. So, when I hear some of them speak as if they created the game, and as if the refs are always right on the field, and that whole thing, it's like, hey,
Because they're buddies.
Shut up. Yeah, that's not what you're here for, pal. Okay? You're here for the good of the game. When your buddy fucks up, you're here for the good of the game. Yep. Some people don't view it that way, I think, when they're in the booth.
Well, I know that there's the top 2. Okay, so it's not Sterator and.
All right, we're not getting into it. All right, let's get our a man who has boots on the ground at the league meetings in Arlington, I believe. A guy who's the insider for the insiders, the NFL's insider himself, host of the weekly wrap up with the Rap Sheet and Friends, us being the friends, he being Rap Sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Rappaport.
Yeah. What's up? What's going on?
Where the hell are you? In a closet? Where are you right now?
So, great question.
The league meetings are going on kind of outside my door. What they're doing is they're doing headshots for some of the young executives who are coming in here, diverse candidates, women. So I am kind of hanging out in the headshot room, hoping that no one walks in awkwardly during this conversation.
Classic white man trying to take over, a room. Of
course.
That is. Let's just dive right into that, though, because that is we're not saying you're doing that. Obviously, that's just an easy shot.
Right, no, of course.
Eddie and Rapport, who we're big fans of, and obviously would leave that room if he had to, if it would slow anybody down. We chatted about this. This networking event thing that's been happening, I think now it's the second league owners meetings that it's been taking place where scouts from the NFL who are a minority or female who wouldn't normally be up for a general manager job because they don't know any of the owners. Any owners are going to hire people they know or they're familiar with or comfortable with because this is a $1 billion fucking business at the end of the day. This is a massive hire. This networking event seems like the right play. There's no cameras in there. Are they drinking beers? Is there music? Does it come before or after? When's it happen? Like, how's it work?
Okay, so to answer a couple questions, media is not allowed, so there's no cameras, there's no documenting this. And I think part of the reason is they want to keep people like me away from the owners, which is kind of mean, but also fair. They want it to be like just a conversation between the owners and some of these young or diverse or female executives who might not otherwise get to have these conversations. I believe there is drinks. It is a cocktail hour, which would be another reason why it'd be great.
That's why they keep you out of there,
Yep,
obviously.
exactly.
And that's what just happened. This is what just happened. You just got
Oh,
shut down. Because, Ian would have stole all the booze.
Yeah, for sure.
Would have stole all the booze.
And the stories.
He's taking the
Is
internet.
it open bar?
I would assume,
Probably.
right?
Rap sheets there.
It's
Better not be cash bar.
It's not cash bar.
The NFL would be very
Yeah.
very NFL of them to be like, hey, you can come as happy hour. Here's the specials. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here's
Coors Light, $28.
Okay, you can buy. Obviously, smart to buy a drink for somebody too. This is good.
Yep.
We're presenting you with the opportunity to buy a drink for somebody else. To kind of have a moment there with it. I think it's smart though. Honestly, I think it's a smart thing to grow people's networks, for people to get comfortable with somebody, even if it's not a GM job. There's a chance they think of something else, like, oh, we got this. Remember, I talked to Buzz. His interests were this. Like, that's just how business works, I think, and I'm happy they're taking steps seemingly to make it better.
Every business is just developing relationships, and the relationships you have. They've done this. I wonder if we'll ask Ian if he gets back on. Like, they did this in the past.
Intro.
Ian Rappaport, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute
Holy
legend.
shit.
What's up, Ian?
That was good.
God, you can ask him that, AJ.
Ian, hey, is this piggybacking off of? I remember I had some different position coaches that would go in the offseason to some kind of similar minority type thing where they would bring in assistant coaches and have like a 3-day seminar. Is that still going on, or is this just adding on to that?
Yeah, it is similar. And during the, I believe during June, during the Atlanta meetings, they would have coaches, young assistant coaches, young coordinator candidates come in. Obviously, coaches are busy this time of year, so this is more about the young executives. But same idea. And as you guys know, owners, really anyone, wants to hire people they're familiar with, and sometimes people like them or they could be friends with. And so I really like the idea of this. And honestly, as you guys know, kind of similar to what I do, you just casually have a drink and talk, and you start to build the relationship. And there's going to be owners here who have openings. There's owners who may have openings, and looking at the list of candidates and being like, you know what, I connected with this guy on a personal level for 5 minutes. Like, that's actually meaningful. There's not a lot of like, hey, here's my resume. It's more like, here's what my family's like. Here's what my upbringing. Here's what I've learned. Like, it's way more personal than professional.
Here's my drink of choice. Here's where I've been. Here's my view on things. Like, that's just like becoming friends with people, which is in the end of the day how people do business. And it's a shame that that's how it's operated, but that's how life has always been. Happy they're seemingly taking steps forward. Darius, your question for Rappaport.
We were just talking about this roughing the passer call. Any traction? What are you hearing? Boots on the ground. Is that likely to be changed in the near future?
I don't think so. And I heard you guys talking about that.
It was Tom's tweet, wasn't it?
Yeah, the arrow.
Yeah, so they're going to take a look at it, and this was something that the owners brought up, and something I know competition committee is going to look at in March. What they do not want to do, they really don't want to do, is go down the road of reviewing and instant replay and slow-mo, because you could really find a penalty on every single play, as you guys know. I mean, literally every play. And so they want to get it right. And I think they believe the officials have been accurate for the most part, human but accurate. They don't want to go frame by frame and review penalties, because remember, when we did this for pass interference a couple of years ago, it was
terrible
bad.
idea.
It was a disaster. So
No,
they
it was
do
bad
not
execution.
Yeah.
The execution was bad. The concept wasn't bad. How come that's not being talked
I
about?
think that was a bad concept.
No, I don't
For
think
a
so.
DB, maybe.
I think it's a bad concept, period. You go slow-mo on those, I mean, the PI, offensively, defensively, you can almost always go in either way. I think the roughing the passer it's a completely different ball game, because like you talked about, third down, the one we saw earlier with Brady, obvious one. Brock
You don't
Purdy
think
had one.
you don't think there's somebody that can just watch it and be like, yeah, that was egregiously not or egregiously is for
For the
pass
roughing the
interference?
passer?
No, but what?
No, not pass interference.
Pat, what they don't want to do, they don't want to just substitute one person's opinion for another person's opinion, because then you're just arguing over whose opinion is better or smarter.
Well,
I think that is something
that's
they're
my
trying to avoid.
execution. That's my execution argument. Like, yeah, the people that were in charge at that time were, no offense, but like,
Yeah, no, it was bad. I
you know what I mean? Like that's the XFL literally had it. They showcased it. They said, hey, you remember the Sky Cam that we just introduced to your world, and now it's in every single game and broadcast? You're welcome. Here's another thing we got. We
Great
got a
invention.
Sky judge, boom, that is just knows the game, knows the rules, has a direct line to the ref's ear, has a, I think, Xbox controller, and here's the highlight running through it, speaking through openly what they're thinking. That ball's clearly down. Yeah, I think that ball's down. Go ahead and put it there. Boom, boom, boom. And then it was like 20 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and it was content. We heard the person.
Yeah.
It wasn't like just a stale time where there's a full guessing game and these professionals in the booth who used to be refs who sucked on the field, and then all of a sudden they're authority and they're talking terribly. And I can't
Which ones do you not like?
see. This has been a thing today. It'll be obvious. You know who they are. We all know.
Small group.
We all got ears, even if we are friends with the person. I assume they are. I'm friends with a lot of people that shouldn't be on television, but like. The whole thing was execution as opposed to concept. But anyways, let's move along. I'll take D-Butt's word for it on the defensive side of the ball whenever it comes to pass interference, okay? But the roughing the passer is getting – it's embarrassing the game, Ian. It's embarrassing the game. Like, it's bad for the game.
I'm the wrong person. I'm the wrong person to ask on this. I really am, because to me, if I was – this is just my personal opinion. The only thing that matters to me is making sure that the quarterbacks are healthy and on the field. So that penalty you showed with Jalen Phillips, where he lands on Herbert, everyone, I'm sure I'm wrong, but I thought that was a fine penalty, because those are plays where you break your collarbone. And so any way we could do to have him roll off.
What's he supposed to do?
Well, it's football. Ian.
Physics.
It's football.
I get it.
Ian, it's
I get it.
football.
Justin Herbert.
Football.
There are ways to we see players have learned in a way faster way than I anticipated. Players have learned to roll off or actually brace themselves. Now, I might be in the minority. Troy Vincent, who literally runs this, disagrees with me. So I'm just saying, to me, the only thing that matters is keeping these guys healthy.
Athlete, understands sports.
Well, I played in high school. So.
You're on a crew team, right? No, you're an athlete, right? What was it?
Yeah, oh yeah. Just like me and Troy Vincent, very similar.
What position you play?
Left out.
No, we don't need to go down this road. No.
What's his problem?
This guy.
What's his problem? All right, Ian, we know you're very busy down there. We appreciate you taking time. Let's dive into some things very quickly. What does this meeting accomplish? What's happening in the One Per Club meeting? Are they voting on Snyder here? Are they talking about Snyder here? What's getting done in there from a high level?
I would anticipate some conversation on Daniel Snyder in the One Per Club, which is going to be around 5:30 or something like that, a little bit later today. Obviously, the congressional report came out. People are going to have views on that. There was also the admission/announcement from Snyder and those representing him that he might sell a piece or all of it. I'm sure that will come up. So I think they're all going to discuss it. As far as a vote, I don't think that's going to happen, because he's sort of already gone down the line of saying, I may sell. And you guys know, it's like a player being retired. If you open the door and be like, yeah, I'm considering it, like usually you're going to retire. If he's saying, hey, I might sell, I think a lot of owners believe that eventually he will. So they don't want to do anything to like take him off that. Just if he's going to go through the process, just go through the process. And I think they're confident that it'll lead to the right decision in the end.
Ian, do you think the majority of owners would like to see him sell this team? I know they would most likely don't want to have it come to a vote. That seems like a whole process they want to avoid. Do the majority of owners, you think, want to just see him sell this team and we move on?
Yeah, I really do. And it's, when Jim Irsay came out, your boy Jim Irsay came out and had like some groundbreaking comments last owners meeting. You never quite can tell what the reaction would be, but I think most owners were kind of like, yeah, it's time. He should sell. And I think the congressional report, which was not very new, but it was still pretty damning just about the culture there. Like, I think most owners believe it is time. So certainly I would say the fact that he's going down the road, open the door, taking bids, allowing people to explore the possibility of buying the team, I'd say most owners are kind of like, this is probably a good thing for the league in general.
Last thing for me, and then I know the boys have a couple. The G4 program, we just learned about this, how the Walton family, who's the richest ownership group in the NFL, who just came into the NFL, will be bidding in the G4 program to get $200 million for refurbishments of Mile High. And then there's also some sort of report saying that they might build $1 billion super complex to take over Empower Field or something. That was one headline. What's happening there? And is the G4 program like the most brilliantly constructed fund in the history of funds? And how long has it been around? And will those types of votes happen in like this meeting today?
Yes, I would expect, just specifically on the Broncos, I would expect them to get I believe it's $200 million in a G4 loan. I believe it's a loan. But basically what it does is it encourages teams to build better stadiums and to refurbish their stadiums. So the fact that you have to give them $200 million, which I believe they pay back, I think.
Using visitor team ticket money. Hey, they use visitor teams' ticket money to pay that back. So literally no owner uses any of their fans' money, or it's just a fund that you get free money and you never have to pay. It's brilliant. It's one of the most brilliant things of all time.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're trying to build something like a stadium, whatever, and the taxes on people from out of town coming and staying in hotels, and you tax like 1%. It's actually very smart, and I don't know who that negatively affects, but anyway, it's good because it forces you to refurbish and build a nice stadium. Do the Waltons need that? I don't know. I would guess no. I think they're probably fine. As far as the $1 billion complex, this is part of the reason why the NFL wants very rich owners, because they're going to up the ante on everything associated with the football team. The Broncos facility is actually really awesome, and it's a beautiful scene and just a cool place anyway, and I'm sure it's going to get a lot cooler with those guys involved.
There's going to be a lot of new money coming into the league, I think. Oh, yeah. And I can't wait to see how that changes.
I would agree with that.
And that G4 thing is fascinating because, he's a brand new owner. And they probably told him immediately upon, hey, we have this program that you can use to refurbish and do your thing, up to $200 million. This is how we pay it back. You have to put this amount of money into the fund anyways as an owner. So basically you have to spend no money to do it. It's free money sitting there if you just want to kind of use it. Yeah, we figured it out. I know the Walmart thing works. We figured it out as well. We can kind of do this. I'm excited to see what happens in the future. Ty, your question for Ian Rappaport.
Rap Sheet, how much discussion is going on about the media rights and potential new, whether or not Apple's going to be getting in, and also Sunday Ticket? Is that on the forefront, or is that a conversation that's more so on the back burner?
Forefront, definitely forefront. Sunday Ticket, I'm sure there'll be some sort of update now. The deal is coming up; it's expiring, and so there will be a new Sunday Ticket person. There will be a new service. I would expect it to be a streaming service. I think that's been pretty clear. Is it going to be Apple? That would be easy for me. I have an iPhone, but I don't know that it is. But I would expect some news on that. Let's see, it's December. So I would expect some news on that over the next 2 months or so. Of all the things that the NFL still has on its plate as far as rights, this is the one that I think fans care the absolute most about because they just want to watch their team. So, yeah, I would say that's very much on the front burner.
So is Scott Hansen going to be on the is he just come with the thing?
He's there, right?
Is it just you get this
and
Scott
Hansen?
Hansen?
No. Scott Hansen is our Red Zone. That's the NFL Network Red Zone. Andrew Siciliano is the DirecTV Red Zone. So
Could be
I don't know.
We got beef. Siciliano might be getting the boot.
I like.
I don't. He's very good. I don't know. I hope not.
I think he's very
He
talented.
is, but
Very-
it's not
very-
going back to DirecTV. So
Yeah, but will Apple just hire him? Remember, like Amazon got, this rights, and they're like, oh, just give me what everybody else did.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Just give me boom, boom, boom. That's what we'll do. So
Remake
I
it.
assume that's what other streaming services who have a never-ending supply of funds will probably do.
Apple, when they got baseball, said like, "Give me everything that people don't normally."
Yeah.
read."
Yeah, that was smart though.
They killed it.
I mean,
All right, let's move along.
I'm not going to give my views on the Apple broadcast, but it is quite different from the usual baseball broadcast.
I don't know what any baseball broadcast is like other than when I watch the Field Dreams game.
Hell yeah.
And I just get so damn emotional about it
Yep.
all, because
Hard not to.
If you build it, they will come, and they did, didn't they? The MLB did. That was
They did.
amazing.
Big time.
That was fascinating. But nobody needs to take any ricochet stray shots right now. So we are just going to move along. Okay? They couldn't have said no to that job. You get offered that job.
you take
cannot
that.
say no to
You
that
take
job.
that one.
Yeah, take the money.
Yeah,
Take the
have
money.
to do what you got to do, but no ricochet shots need to be had.
You didn't have to dress like that, though. You could. Well, anyway, it doesn't. Go.
Are you talking about me
Well,
on
they
game day?
No, not you. You dressed fine. I'm just saying the announcers dressed like they were going to. It doesn't matter. Anyway, go ahead.
Like they were going to what? I have not seen this. I've not seen a single
Yeah,
thing.
me either.
They're not ties in sport coats. It doesn't matter.
Oh, shit.
It looks
I had sport
like they're
coat on.
going to a party.
So I had a sport coat on for game day because I want to respect the desk.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I want to, just like I did with SmackDown. I'm gonna wear a sport coat because I respect the position that I'm in, and I'm gonna try to dress this up. You're saying sport coats weren't even put on top of like t-shirts?
What for SmackDown? Do you wear a shirt or you just go sport coat, no shirt?
Tank top. I'm not ripped up yet enough, but I'll tell you what. New year on the other side, new me.
What? Get in there.
I decided, yeah, new year, new me on the other side. New
Hell
year,
yeah.
new me. I'm getting ripped
Just
up.
start now. Just start right now then.
I have been. You haven't noticed. Thanks.
No.
Oh.
They're great.
Thank you, AJ. I'm in
No, you looked
preseason
at- yeah.
right now for the new year, new me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm in preseason. Yeah, thank you, D-Butt.
Ramp up, period.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, every once in a while, I'll dabble with some things that have carbs. Every once in a while. But coming into January 1, I'm dialed in more than I've ever been dialed in. And I think I'm about to get some help.
Here we go.
Okay.
I think I'm going to get some help. I think I'm going to dabble in some legal remedies.
Liver?
I'm not eating liver. I'm not the new liver cat.
You going ancestral?
I'm not going to be doing the primal. No.
Okay.
Primal plan.
Deer antler?
See, if that's a part of the process, I will.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's something I
No,
will.
it makes you
Had
do
such-
bad things. Then you got to cover those things
Deer
up.
Antler has such an amazing place in our history. Oh my God.
It does. I can't. Was that one of you? Is that a thing you broke or no?
No, Sports Illustrated broke it because they were talking about how Ray Lewis was like in shape with these newfangled things, and it was deer antler, and we're like, wow, what is that? And that became quite a thing. The guy showed up at the Super Bowl. Oh my God, I remember that.
So I don't remember the guy showing up at the Super Bowl, but it is a real thing that guys are trying to beat the test every single year. And there's shit that gets added to the test list every year for the NFL. I assume for the Olympics. I assume for USADA. Like there's always things because there's scientists trying to create supplements that are trying to beat all of these tests, and the tests have to kind of catch up to it. I think at the time the deer antler shit, whatever was in it, was not a tested thing. It was almost a cheat code. So whenever it came out, I think there was a lot of people like, all right, now we got to find what the next thing is. Now there's always like competitors are always going to try to find the next thing. It's why GNC exists.
Yep.
You know, people are always trying to find a little bit. A lot of people have reached out to me and said, we got the answer for you. I'm going to have to travel to another state, maybe another country, do that whole thing. But I think you're looking at a fucking what next year. From what I've been told, who knows? It may be a little bit more energy, maybe less soreness, arthritis kind of go down, no inflammation here and there. From what I've been told, and I know AJ doesn't do anything, obviously.
Yeah, no, of course.
Obviously, he's had a six-pack since he was 16 years old.
Sounds amazing.
Well, they actually told me to ask you about it. How do you feel about
Did they?
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel great. I'm always experimenting with my workouts and everything I do. You know that.
Well, yeah, not just workouts. And Ian, you're getting a lot of calls, so we're wasting a lot of your time here. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Rap Sheet, the guy who we know as the man who told us that grass was still green, Jeremy Fowler, said that unfortunately Odell Beckham might not be playing this year and he might just wait till March for free agency. Did we talk for 3 to 4 months about a guy who's not even going to play this year, or what's going on?
Yeah, and what's your deal?
Yeah, and then I got to go run and do my real job in a second.
Do what you got to do.
Yes. So, I mean, the Bills moved on. The Cowboys moved on. The Giants haven't officially moved on, but I think everyone would like Odell to play this year. It does not seem like he is able to, just based on where he is rehab-wise. So he has said he would like to just play in the playoffs. We'll see if someone gets some sort of injury, which would be unfortunate. But if someone gets an injury, maybe he comes back into play. But otherwise, I think we're going to do this all over again in March, which, man, I am just really excited about doing this all over again in a couple months.
Yeah,
right?
us too, Ian. Us too.
Yeah, it's going to be really good.
We're all OBJ fans. Last question, and we know we got to go. Did we know T.Y. wasn't retired?
Yes. He's turned down he turned down numerous opportunities. He wanted actual money, which the contract he got was pretty nice for this time of year. And he wanted to be on a good team. He turned down some not good teams. And I could not imagine a better spot for him. I mean, he is going to – I think he's going to do really well, and I thought that was a really good signing.
Who did he turn down? Do you know?
I do not know specifically, but I was told team's not as good as the Cowboys.
Definitely the Colts.
No.
Well, hopefully the Colts. Have fun on TV, Ian. Have a good one.
RFC.
Getting called from his boss. Where are you?
Where the fuck are you
We're
at?
live in 4 minutes, whatever, probably. Speaking of, that's end of hour 2 here. This is a quick one.
Yeah.
37 minutes. AJ, we got to you real late this hour. We apologize for that. I want to let you know that.
We'll be okay. Is Ian doing like live hits all day from the meetings?
Yeah, he's
Definitely.
We'll see him right there. He'll be on TV here in actually 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably 3 minutes, which means it's perfect time for us to take a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
AJ, on the other side, not only do we have Jordan Poyer of the Bills, we got a lot to discuss. We just broke down the OBJ stuff, so that's great. How about Darius Slay saying I get about 1,500 with Jalen Hurts with the way he's playing right now? The point differential for the NFC is bananas. The point differential for the entire league, even more alarming. We'll dive into that. We'll dive into some analytics to showcase where some teams are. What teams are for gays? Maybe. That's what the point differential is allegedly supposed to be telling us. There's stories happening about Zach Wilson getting dressed, being the backup. Mariota actually getting knee surgery. So he's been playing with a needing to have surgically repaired knee for this Atlanta Falcons team.
Yep.
Whoa.
Because if we listen to what Arthur Smith said, where the knee has been the same it's been all year, he's not here. I wish he was here, obviously. Mariota goes to another doctor, like, we need surgery today. So he goes back, hey, I'm here, need surgery. Thanks for telling me. And also heard what you said. I'm fucking out of here.
Fuck you.
Hope they figure that out. Hope they mend some fences. There's a lot to cover. We will do as such. And we have everything DB today, so let's get excited to get smarter.
Hell yeah.
Be a friend, tell a friend, take 5.
We're talking hockey. Roldy and Rupper talking hockey.
That was the first time I found out it was Mario Brothers. That's all. Growing up, like everybody called it Mario Bros. You know, that was just
Once you're called the fucking king of New York, you didn't feel like you had to dress to the higher level.
What I love about New York is however you want to dress, however you want to, who you want to be, you just blend in, and it's so comfortable.
This is an organization in Arizona that wasn't paying their fucking bills earlier in the season.
Again, he's not trying to square off with Cats because no one.
Someone didn't pay the electric bill around
You
here.
fucking bum.
Where you at? Away from the dungeon? What is that? You got the bricks in the back.
The fuck's going
Like,
on?
is this a fucking Saw? Is this a Saw movie, dude?
Yeah.
Where's fucking Jigsaw?
You want to play a game?
Hey,
boss.
Thanks for talking.
Hey. You said you swept the stars. That kind of shut me up. For the rest of the show.
Not one of my finest moments or proudest moments or whatever you want to call it, but I tell you one thing. It's infamous in the sense that I go into schools and young kids will come up to me and they go, "Oh, you really gave it to Bellows." And I got to oh, kid,
Yeah.
you know, that was computer generated.
Get into the Blues alumni kind of unofficially / officially. They gave me one of these bad boys.
Oh,
so
look at that.
I
Got you
feel-
one of
I feel
these.
pretty.
Look at that thing.
That's
What?
What?
We're winning the fucking Stanley Cup. The Red Wings are almost as bad as Fox internet service right Whoa! there. The Bruins are getting fucking ran out of town tonight. Your biggest lock, I got it. And Ty knows, even though he might be Mark Stoner in this thing, the Vegas Golden Knights fucking stink. Texas, what's that known for? WrestleMania's coming to town. Mania's coming to town. Not the goddamn Dallas Stars. Let's go, Pens. We can't lose with 7 in the stands. Now,
Hey, great haircut. Good to meet you finally.
You know, we're
Yeah,
just
I love it.
side in the chair.
I love it.
Yeah,
It's as simple as this. Okay? You got to have fuck you in the game.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't, you're missing something.
I said, sir, if I could just speak up on his behalf, this is like the second greatest player ever. And Mario turned and looked at me and goes, second? Behind who?
All 4 of those guys aren't rolling, or it's not enough to win one round. This is supposed to be a team good enough to win a cup. We're talking about one friggin' round.
Aaron Burrows told me, and he said this to Henrik Lundqvist's face at dinner. He goes, "Henky, you know how they did the renovation at the Garden for $1 billion? It's all you, bro. It's all you building the net. $1 billion renovation at the Garden, paid for in 5 years. It wasn't because the Knicks were in the playoffs. It's because the Rangers went on all those runs, and the stud on the team, among several, was their goalie, Henrik Lundqvist."
Gino, honestly, he's one of the funniest guys you can be around, and he probably busted my chops more than anybody. Why are you so slow? You old. Like, he would look up, like, my old contracts and be like, what? No, you're no good.
What grabbed me on this was good hockey.
Hello and welcome to the special investigative report. Much has been made in the media world on the life and charitable donations of the man Pat McAfee, especially lately with the rise of the ever-popular Pat McAfee Show, a show that, in his own words, stinks. We thought it privy to dive into the inner workings and machinations of this tiny business, this small regional show that has reached international discourse. We sat down with the suit himself, Bruce Brown, to figure out what, where, when, why, and how they're able to give away so much money to the viewers of this incredible program.
So yeah, when you enter a Pat McAfee Show giveaway or win a FanDuel merch picks contest on Sunday, essentially, the entire hashtag will be downloaded into an Excel file, and the winners will be randomized within that. And then we do a quick scumbag check, basically click on the profile and make sure, you aren't a robot or blocked by Pat. And then it'll be transferred over to Dirty Gertie, who creates the Winner Wednesday graphic, which then runs on the show each Wednesday in a commercial break. If you win over $599, we're going to need your email, or you can email giveaways@patmcafeeshow.com. If it's under $599, all we need is your cash tag. And if you win merch, obviously we need your size, address, and what you want from the store. Usually I'll just reply to you on Twitter. If you have any questions about any giveaway, whether it's cash that you either are waiting on or merch, you can just reach out to me on Twitter or email giveaways@patmcafeeshow.com. Please give us about 1 to 2 weeks to sort out your prize. That's typically how long it takes. But again, if you have any questions, just reach out to us.
We reached out to PMI's money man himself, CFO Phil, for an on-camera interview. Regretfully, he declined the segment, but he did give us the salacious, juicy details. In an email correspondence, CFO Phil replied, $2.6 million year to date. Too much money. There you have it. $2.6 million given away, a pissed off CFO, and a show that quote unquote stinks. Good night, good morrow, good luck, and good fortunes.
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show on Winter Wednesday, December 14th.
If it's Winter Wednesday, why you got that stupid quarter zip on?
Because this team wins more than any other team in the NHL.
For now.
And for always.
For now.
And for always.
For now.
Guess what?
You guys are too hot too early. You guys are going to fall apart.
Bruins are original 16, so you guys would have to play for 40 more years just to get close to us in career wins.
Good point.
Sorry. That's just the reality you
Shut
have
up
to live with.
back there. You guys didn't even get invited to a tournament, dude.
Hockey town.
No one cares about the original six. There were
Hockey.
6 teams. They all played each other. Big fucking deal.
Wow, they were all terrible. Sweet.
Everyone,
The goalies
everyone
did
cares.
this. Oh, there's more net than there's ever been in ever.
Right. Not talking about that. I'm just talking about teams that have played longer than other teams, and the Bruins are one of them.
Foxy wore that sweater one time and then fucking threw it in the dumpster.
Bam.
That's how the Celtics got
Word
all
on
the
Friday.
No.
I sit right here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's go, Peds. Let's go, Peds.
How come you've never put it on, Pat?
Well, this is actually the one that my friends got.
Oh, so you won't even wear your friend's one?
Yeah, it's right here. It's right here.
Just sitting there. It's not being
sitting there?
worn.
What are you talking
Being
about?
presented there.
Well, I thought that's the one that was being presented. It's hard to tell the difference.
There's a big, there's a difference.
What's
Don't even get me
that?
started. They
I don't
follow me on
know.
Twitter now. I don't
That's
care.
right.
Well,
Boom. My relationship with them is stronger than it's ever
Dang.
been.
And they sent you your favorite player, Crosby, because that's his jersey, right?
No, they actually sent me a real one. Said, if you ever want to lace them up, kid, fucking come on
Yeah,
in. We'll
there you
strap
go.
it up right underneath there.
Whoa.
Give you a onesie. That's what they said.
Cam Warren Crosby.
I got this thing before anybody else did. Old school.
Look at that.
Retro.
Look at that.
Show us the back of that one.
Yeah.
Boys, that's what I'm talking about, dude.
What?
That's good.
What's it say?
It says.
Boom.
Whoa.
Right there, first
Oh,
one.
sweet.
Boom. Doesn't matter.
Pretty cool.
Thank you.
Pretty cool, man.
Pretty cool. Huh? Pretty cool. All right. Just like Winter Wednesday, isn't it?
Just like Winter Wednesday.
But the Bruins are going to stop winning.
Yeah.
That's kind of
I
the
don't
whole.
know. I mean, you haven't been watching them. I've been watching them. They're flying around the ice right now.
Are they faster than everybody, Nick? I feel like that is the
Yeah.
biggest difference between the good teams in hockey and the bad teams in hockey. Good teams in hockey, optically faster
Lightning fast.
than the bad team. Is that what Boston is? They
Yeah,
just
they're
got a bunch
fast.
of.
They're very disciplined. They play good two-way hockey.
What you guys got? Paul Antoniano run point over there?
Essentially, that's what they call Pasta. That's his nickname. David Apollo
I
Antonio
miss
Pastrnak.
Antona.
Me too. He was a guy. Remember his hair?
God. Oh, baby.
Subway commercial.
Dude, just fucking smooth.
Yeah.
He's flying.
Speed skating reminded me of when I used to come home on Friday nights from soccer practice or basketball practice, and that roller derby, which I found out wasn't real.
Whoa, kayfabe.
Tony, slow
Was
down.
on Spike or whatever.
Tony, I thought
Look
you
at
said
that
speed skating reminded you of rollerblading to the office.
They used to
That
run
too.
slingshots. Remember in roller derby? That was a good show. That was before us. There was just a reality show about it. Is that what you're talking about?
Roll
No,
bounce?
it was live.
On MTV? Is that the one that was on MTV?
It was. I think it was. What was before Spike?
We'll get to that later. It's Cash App.
Roman.
Shout out to both of them.
Shout out.
Shout out.
We'll
boy.
get to that later. Honestly, we ruined it, and I apologize. Just because we started talking about ice and hockey,
It
and
happens.
the Penguins are the greatest, so the hockey conversation kind of just stops.
They're kind of not.
And then when Apollo Antonino was hosting Minute to Win It,
He was after Guy.
that was my favorite show.
It's a great show.
That was one of the. Remember, I was trying to bring
What
that
is
show
that?
back.
Yeah.
Minute to Win It, where it's
What
like
do they do?
You little like contests, or like you have to do something like this in a minute, and you win an amount of money, and you go through up a leaderboard. It's like putting like Kleenexes throwing Kleenexes into like a solo cup. It's like Twitter games in activities basically before it was happening. It was a great show. Guy Fieri, I think, was the host of it.
Yep.
Like the cube?
I thought Dwayne Wade was hosting.
No, see, that's a different.
Different show?
That's a cube.
Yep.
It's kind of a gimmick. That's a gimmick
is,
minute to win it. Paulo Antonino became the second host of it.
Oh.
What's up with this?
I don't
Did
know
he
if
do
it made
Dancing
it.
with the Stars?
I think he did them all.
He
He did.
He's been everywhere.
You know that's still going on out here?
Dancing?
What's that?
Yeah, Dancing with the Stars is like they're still churning them out.
Yeah, it's never gonna end.
Kidding me?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was still. It's on. I think it's streaming now, right? Or is it on like real ABC? What's
Oh
it
no,
on?
yeah, it's on real TV.
I watched
Still
The
big.
Voice last night. I watched The Voice last
love
night.
The
The
Voice.
finals?
It was the last episode, yeah.
Who won?
Blake's cowboy guy.
I love when that happens.
Seems like that really scratched you where
It
you
did, it really
I
did.
love The Voice. Love him, Blake's
Well,
cowboy
I mean,
guy
it could have
wins.
been fixed because I'm sure. I think it's Blake's last season.
It is.
No, it's not.
What?
He's come back.
I don't know. They ran it. So that was the thing. Sam,
Barmageddon
my
brought
wife
him back.
is an NBC watcher. Okay,
Oh,
so
I watched Barmageddon.
She watches the Good Show.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Doesn't sound like
It's a good show.
Oh,
It's a good
we
show.
saw
It's a good show.
we saw the screenshot of that. It looks great.
Barmageddon, Blake Shelton, Carson Daly, down at bar, down in Nashville, Nikki
Yeah, great
Bella,
time.
Coach
Yeah.
Vrabel's a part of that.
Vrabel,
Yeah.
Clint Boyer.
It's a good show.
Yeah. Carson
like
Daly
good
looks
show.
a little different on the show.
Sounds like What good show. network?
And the poster.
It's on Spike.
USA.
Remember and hang out?
USA Today.
USA is a.
It's probably a Peacock property, if I had to guess.
Tell me about Blake's last season, though.
Yeah, Sam told me it was his last show. Like, we were watching because.
Oh, my
Look how much fun that
Christ.
looks like. That looks like a blast. Look how much fun they're having. Look at that.
Yeah, Carson Daly's having
I
a little
gotta
bit too
watch.
much
Yeah, I-
fun.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I guess.
It's on USA, clearly.
Hide the mini hot dogs.
I will say, like, easy.
Jeez,
Jeez,
Louise.
hey, they're living their lives.
What are you saying? He's a body double for
Carson-
Brendan Fraser?
All right.
whoa.
I've seen some reports on the internet of him. He's obviously gone through some transformations.
Yeah, and you see why he went through those transformations or no?
No,
you see
I-
the reason
no.
for why Brendan Daly, whatever the fuck his name is,
Fraser.
Fraser?
Carson Daly.
Yeah, there it is. Makes them together. Apparently, one human was not so kind to Brendan Fraser. Can you guess who that human is? Because he's got a show on Friday nights going up against SmackDown.
The Rock?
Yeah, you can guess it. Apparently, The Rock wasn't too kind to Brendan Fraser, and he cast him aside.
He was
just healing around
after The Rock gave him his
Is that
start.
because The Rock was a better mummy? Or?
And Fraser broke?
Fraser broke and essentially went through what he went through, and now he's getting standing O's for his depiction of a 700-pound man in The Whale.
You're
Oh, so he's gaining weight. Stop.
No. This is all real. This is
this is for the character.
Articles about it. No, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
just
but
saying.
you were saying the reason why he looked the way that's literally what you said. Did you read
That
about
is-
why he looked the way you were acting like his life spiraled out of control when he just started eating and gaining so much weight and ruining his life.
Maybe I didn't explain it right then, but that is exactly why. I just brought it back to now he's, become a superstar with The Whale. But yes, the reason that he spiraled out of control, a lot of people point to Dewey Johnson casting him aside. Yeah, and now people bring this up, but they say it's fake.
Dwayne Johnson tweeting, man, this makes me so happy to see this beautiful ovation for Brendan.
Yeah, come on.
He supported me coming into his Mummy Returns franchise for my first ever role, which kicked off my Hollywood career. Rooting for all your success, brother, and congrats to my bud, Darren Aronofsky.
Yes. And
Hashtag The Whale.
People pointed to this as, The Rock's trying to get back babyface with Brendan Fraser.
This
What did
is
he
him
say to him? What did he
congratulating
do?
a friend.
Well, what did he do?
Thank you, AJ. Great question.
gave him the rub in the beginning.
He's congratulating the character, the 700-pound character, which is, I believe, what he called Brendan Fraser throughout their relationship was Darren Aronofsky, not Brendan Fraser.
Well, isn't Darren Aronofsky
That's the director, you doofus.
Yeah. Sounds like someone has a one-way ticket.
You don't know anything about this. You're just trying to make Dewey Johnson look like a bad guy.
Quit being I read articles about this because I want to look
Articles.
into it. And
Somebody's a bar.
These aren't internet reports. I was
Welcome to
reading tweets about it. I was reading articles.
Population,
about
you,
it.
brother.
Jabroni! You guys just buy into The Rock's whole entire gimmick. And
How could you not?
Exactly. I respect it. But maybe we don't start just blindly following
You just
this
marked
guy.
yourself into thinking shoot was a.
I just worked myself into a work thinking a work was a work. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's for shoot.
For shoot?
I thought he had
brother?
some Harvey Weinstein situations too, where he's mad.
Whoa!
Hey.
Oh, what's that about? There you go.
What's wrong with this show?
AJ's woke.
I think he's called him out.
What's wrong with
I think
this
he
show?
called out Harvey Weinstein. No, he called him out. He was doing the right thing, calling out a
Now
bad
it's a
dude.
shoot.
Oh, Brendan did. Brendan, good guy or The Rock?
Yeah. I think Brendan did, at least in the past or now or whatever. I don't know what Dwayne's doing, but yeah.
We all know what Dwayne's doing. Crushing it, first of all.
Well.
I have not seen Brendan in a long time, though. That does feel like... Now, not
Encino
that I
Man's
know.
a great movie.
Yeah, that's a long time
Yeah,
ago.
that came
right?
out in like 92, AJ.
Oh, it's like 40 years old, yeah.
It's like when T.Y. Hilton signs with the Cowboys. Like, did anybody know he was still playing football?
Can't believe
Well,
he said no to the Colts because he thought they were a bad football team.
That was not said.
I can't believe that, actually.
That was not said. Had other opportunities from teams that were not good, is how it was said.
I'm sure the Packers were in there as well. I bet they reached out, and he probably said, fuck no.
And he also wanted real money, so when the Packers called and said,
Sure.
all right, this is what we got,
Yeah.
20, 25 bucks,
Yeah.
play the rest of the year.
Yeah, buy some cheese curds. when you
Get to
fly
play
in.
at Lambeau. Look
Yeah.
at you. Get to play with Aaron Rodgers. You want to do it? He said no, but nonetheless, Cowboys going to go. This is like the Brendan Fraser. I didn't know he was still making movies. I didn't know Brendan Fraser. I thought he was just retired, sailed off the sunset. That's
The
not
Whale
true.
is his big comeback.
Darius, did you know anything about any of this?
No.
Thank you. Okay, so I don't know either.
I saw though.
You guys
I
are
saw
a
he
problem.
popped up
You
a few
guys are a
months
problem.
ago.
I'm not the one
Well, he
reporting
did.
it.
He popped up a few months ago as a
Right.
feel-good story. Like, hey,
Yeah,
look at this
standing
dude. We're
ovation
building it
at
back up.
Con
What a
or
comeback.
wherever.
We love comebacks.
Dwayne's happy for him too. We all are.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
job, Brendan.
We should try to get a film in Con.
I'm sure that'll happen.
Absolutely.
Watching Avatar today. Watching Avatar today.
Here we go.
You got an early peak.
Yeah, not for free though. I think we're the only ones that ever had to pay for one of these. Like media gets offered, a sneak preview or whatever, and they offered up a time for us to watch with all the media in Indianapolis, basically at a time that would not have been possible. So Zito wheeled and dealed and was like, "We would like to see it though. We feel like, we'd like to." Talk about it. We've talked about it for 15 years or so. Like, would love to do that if that's still available. And he said, sounds good. Might cost this amount of money. And we're like, okay, cool. We're still getting a sneak peek. Avatar was awesome.
Very low ball.
Then it came back. It was 5x that amount of money. But we get to watch it. So we're doing it today. We'll experience it. It'll be a blast. I can't wait to. No way I'm staying for the whole thing. Okay, I got to travel tomorrow. There's no way. Yep. So I'm gonna treat this like a docu-series.
Smart.
I'm going to watch probably the first hour today.
Yep.
And then I'm going to know when something starts in the future. I'm going to go in for another hour. 3 hours and 45 minutes at some place that isn't my house or work is going to be tough at this stage of my life. But I'm getting an early sneak peek at the beginning of that movie tonight.
Are you going to watch the first half or the second half?
Certainly the first one. I cannot wait. Okay. I cannot wait to see the
it's
first
not 3D,
hour.
is it?
Yeah. Glasses, 4 hours.
Oh, you don't have to do that,
I
dude.
know.
I hate 3D glasses.
Me too.
Everybody's saying it's part of the experience.
How long's your plane ride
So
tomorrow?
so you have to.
Long.
Okay. Why don't you just have one of the boys fucking film that thing?
So there's a piracy police actually there because of what you just said.
Yeah,
Put the phone down.
Yeah, Tony, they also run by Qatar rules, so they'll cut your hands off if you start filming the movie.
Yep, shoot you in the head.
So, with that being said, there is a lot of news coming out of the Soccer Lombardi.
Yep.
I believe France is playing
Right now.
Morocco.
against Morocco. Morocco wanted to fly a bunch of their fans from Morocco, which is a northwestern African country, to Qatar to come support the team in this game and fill the stadium. Allegedly, Moroccan air
Space
something.
Control.
Lines?
Yeah, I don't even know how this would work. I guess the government would have to be the ones that would do
Right.
it as opposed to the airport. However, it's being reported, said, nah, can't do it. Cut it off at a certain amount of thing. You can only fly this many people in here. And I found that to be fascinating. That's obviously being spun into a negative about the World Cup because of the things that have already taken place during the Soccer Lombardi over there. France is currently up 1-0. If they were able to get all the planes in, are they 1-1 maybe? Is it still 0-0? Does France even score? We don't know. This will go on to be a World Cup, though, that is questioned forever, I think. Every time the World Cup shows up again, I think this one's going to get discussed. Obviously, American reporter dies over there. Family has come out and said there is no wrongdoing. It was something with his, had an aneurysm. Aortic aneurysm, which is a heart aneurysm, I guess, which is a blood clot, I think is what an aneurysm is. That goes through and shoots to the heart. I don't know enough, but they're saying no foul play was in this. He passes away there. Another photographer passes away there. The beer situation, the whole everything that has happened, the building of it, how it was built, how it was, how the location was received in a documentary on Netflix that's happening. It's like
The workers.
this is one of the migrant workers that end up passing. This is one of the. It's 2022 still too.
Yeah.
So we got to remember that. This isn't an interesting clusterfuck that's going to be talked about forever, and people are going to be like, that was happening when you guys were 35 years old and everything. It's like, yeah, 2022 was happening. Still happening in the world, AJ. I think that's a big reminder here whenever you think about this Soccer Lombardi.
We always assume because we have the internet that like terrible things can't happen all over the country. Like, how does this stuff happen with the internet and information travels so quickly now? But it's still things happen like this all the time. Isn't it crazy? Still with all the ways people can capture things, we still have things going on.
And all the hopes we have for a perfect society, with good intentions, I think is all good intent. Like, I think that's good. Yeah. I think it's good for us to feel that way. Could you imagine if next World Cup that's in America and Canada and Mexico, a team goes on to the semifinals or whatever, and their country wants to fly thousands of people in? So not only is that good business to accept that, but imagine if America was like, nah, actually, keep your planes.
Not a chance.
Think about what's happening now. Think about what's happening now with the whole immigration conversation and border situation, everything we have. Like, if America was to do that, people would fucking lose their minds about it. And it's like, hey, that's still happening. Let's remember that is still happening in the world that we're in. And let's continue to make it a better one. Let's continue to make it a better one. Ain't that right?
Yeah, absolutely. But if it is a semifinal and it's USA versus England and they want to fly a bunch of England fans in, sorry.
Sorry about it.
Can't do it.
Somebody needs to buy all the tickets on every flight out of Heathrow
Bingo.
to America. Like, somebody needs to do that for the good of the country. Somebody needs to do that. But it's fascinating, and hopefully everybody ends up safe the rest of the way. And sorry to hear about Grant Wallace passing. His family, his wife, everybody is literally saying no wrongdoing. That is a big deal. I think it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a very big deal, especially when his brother came out early and did claim something was up, and then now they're backpedaling.
All right, let's talk about some football. Devontae Parker says officials need to get on y'all's fucking jobs in an Instagram story where he did at the NFL in the IG story. And we do know that if you at somebody in an IG story, it will show up in their messages. The NFL social media person saw this as a DM before he saw it as an IG story. Devontae Parker letting the entire league know after the concussion situation that happened the other evening on primetime football that they need to get on y'all's fucking jobs. This was alarming to happen, especially after what took place this year with Tua. Darius, I'll ask for your take first here. Having to have a teammate go like, hey, this guy ain't fucking right now. Like, this is a problem. We are not going to. Great teammate, I believe it was Aguilar. Incredible teammate by Aguilar. And then the NFL letting. How do we hear with what has already happened this season, you think, D-Butt?
Yeah, that was nuts. And it was
Prime
obvious.
time.
Yeah, it was obvious. As soon as he got up, he was stumbling, and his teammates was holding him up at that point. He was trying to get lined up. He was kind of wobbling, fading. So great job by Aguilar getting the refs' attention. But, yeah, that's what you got the spotters there for, the third-party guys there for. They should – if you're in the TV booth, hey, somebody hit a button and get this guy off the field.
And this is what I was talking about with Rappaport about the pass interference review. Like, not being concept, it's execution, which means the humans.
Yep.
Like, the concept of, all right, we'll have a unaffiliated neurological
consultant.
It
was an UNC, right?
Consultant. Unaffiliated neurologic consultant. What if that one, though, that you picked, who is supposed to be in charge of everything, and people are going to, what if that one sucks? What if that one's not good? What if that one's just not good at it? It has no, for all the incredible information that UNC's brain has and the ability to perform brain surgery, fucking fantastic. Can't put a light bulb in, okay? Can't see if somebody's potentially having a concussion on a football field. What if that hire is the thing? Are we going to blame the entire process, or are we going to blame the hire? And that's what I think we should deal with everything. Like, is it the concept or is it execution? Clearly in Miami, it was execution is what everybody's saying from the investigation that came afterwards. This one, obviously execution. The concept seems to be there, though, right, for this whole thing? It just needs to get handled better. And how do they fix that, AJ? Who knows, dude?
I mean, you got to get the right kind of people that are going to be on the sideline or up in the booth.
Yeah.
It's former players.
I think former players, I think it helps, but also I'm scared at the same time. I'm worried of giving them more control. I've said from the jump, like, they do a terrible job of seeing if a guy's dinged up or not and pulling him out. The independent people, it doesn't seem to happen when it should. But also, I don't want to give them too much power, and then all of a sudden we see it's the fourth quarter and they're pulling Patrick Mahomes out for 3 plays because they think he's concussed when he's clearly not. Like, I don't want that to happen either.
Yeah, there has to be a fine balance. And once again, it's the people. I think, like, the UNC, maybe they should be the ones that they get sent to. Like, hey, we need this person to give an actual ruling. But it should be somebody that has a little bit of knowledge. Maybe somebody that knows what's saying, oh, stinger is like, and not a concussion. Like, if we actually want to fix it, we should get people that know it. And it seems like this is always my answer. Hey, let's hire more players. Let's hire more players. Let's hire more players. But doesn't it feel like a player would be the right one that would accurately know what the bullshit is out there and how to act, like, what's real, what's not?
Like AJ said, though, you don't want to give them too much power, too. Because sometimes, guys, you get hit, and it's not a concussion, but sometimes you do have to just, gather yourself, maybe even take a deep breath. And you would hate for a Tyreek Hill or somebody getting taken off the field in a huge moment in the game. But the situation with Devontae Parker, I feel like that was everyone saw the play. You saw it. I think it was kind of like if it was a catch or not, so they tried to hurry up and get to the ball. So you got to be quick in that scenario, because I was watching him, and literally he was lined up bottom of the field like literally floating.
Staggering.
It was scary. So those obvious ones should be stopped for sure. But when it's kind of teetering the line, maybe you wait a few plays. And get
You know,
it
and it's obviously, I don't think concussions happen. You know, people aren't just getting knocked out every single play.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about that. But imagine if Devontae just happens to have to run and somebody comes up to block him.
Yeah.
Boom. Just a helmet, like a little jolt, 2 concussions in a matter of like a minute or 2 minutes. Like that's a very scary thing.
Well, that was like Kenny Pickett got sacked, had the concussion, hit his head off the turf. They pull him off to the sideline. They evaluate him. They clear him, send him back in. A 3-and-out happens. And then they come on the broadcast. Mitch is in, and they say Kenny is out now. They pulled him again with a concussion, reevaluated him, and now he has one. It was very strange.
Maybe a symptom popped up. Maybe he got like nauseous or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he got that. Maybe he got a headache, out of nowhere. And he was able to get past or through the baseline test because it wasn't everything. I have no idea.
Dog.
Might be a dog.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine he gets a concussion in that drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he's not playing.
But then some people, I think, brains handle concussions better than others. Some people's bodies bruise. Some people's other bodies don't. Like, I don't know how I hope we learn more about it.
Yeah.
I hope we're able to depict more information. So it's like you can eyeball this head. Remember, we've talked about this. You look at the frame of this particular, cranium.
Right.
Yeah.
And this one here.
The home plate.
And just be like, all right, you don't have to deal with any of the concussion shit. You're okay. We've been able to just eyeball the depth of the bone structure in your thick skull.
Don't need to worry about it.
You're good. You could actually, here's a fun fact for you. I don't know if you know this. You could stick your head out and have a car run right into it.
Yeah.
Up to 34 miles an hour. We are projecting with the thickness and the shape of your Ohio fuckhead.
Yeah.
That's like a doctor could do that quickly. 0 documented concussions. Had a tooth disintegrate in his mouth while he was hit. Didn't miss any play. Head to head with Kuhn, who's fullback known for going head to head every single day, 9 years, 0 documented concussions. This guy, and I think if you hear him talk, other than the fact that he's incredibly toxic and I think you would say, yeah, the guy seems to have it together, not a problem at all. But then there's other people, just a little bit of a graze for whatever reason, and it's like, oh, we didn't expect that hit to be a hit. It's like, that's a concussion, which is scary as shit. We should probably keep eyes closer on that particular person. It's like, I wonder if we'll ever get to that stage. I wonder if we'll ever get to that stage of it.
It's tough and it's scary. So I know some teammates where it was one hit and they were just different after that. The guys that played maybe a year, maybe 2 on teams, and then they are suffering with the shit after ball. And then guys that play forever, it seem like they're fine. So their brain everyone's brain is different, everyone's body's different, they injure different. So it's tough.
It's not a full conversation
Violent
anymore,
game,
which
too.
we're appreciating. Like, that was a conversation there for a little bit. That's because a lot of things were
Yeah,
happening that were
football.
scary. But for Devontae Parker to have that happen in the same year that the Tua thing took place, when it was the loudest, it was leading off Morning News. Remember?
Good Morning America.
Yeah, Greenberg. Remember Greeny said, Good Morning America is not talking about whether or not a roughing the passer was roughing the passer. That's only sports people are talking about that. Good Morning America is leading off the show this morning with brain injuries being a problem in the NFL. Yes. He said that the NFL does not want that to be the case. The NFL does not want Good Morning America, who doesn't normally cover our sport, to cover it as like, hey, these guys are getting knocked unconscious, their brains are getting beat up, and we know about CTE being a thing. So like the NFL is going to try to figure out the answers. I just hope it gets to I just always assume there's a common sense way of going about doing it. But then whenever you do that, you're assuming that the people you're going to hire are going to have the same common sense that you have and the same experiences that you have and the same knowledge that you have. And it's seemingly impossible to do proper hiring anywhere right now. And this is certainly rolling out right in front of our eyes in the NFL, I think.
Well, especially with situations like you talked about with the spotters where if it's a bang-bang play, it happens, and then they're getting up to the line trying to run. It's like, does that guy even have enough time to call down and be like, hey, he's clearly fucking dinged up, get him off the field?
I don't know. How good can you disguise it?
You can definitely
on Monday night, we all saw it immediately.
Yeah.
Players are helping him walk back to the huddle. How's the spot? Are all the spotters taking shits and no one's watching
And
what
are
is
the refs
happening?
not looking for that too?
Are they doing other shit? Like
The
maybe
refs shouldn't have the power, though. The refs shouldn't have the power to send somebody out of the game.
Agree. I understand where you're coming from, though, too. Because once people that aren't affiliated with a team are able to pick and choose who's where and when, like you're giving the opportunity for this to be a colossal fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're giving somebody an opportunity.
But they're going to say we should err on the side of player safety.
Course,
Yeah, I get
yeah.
it. But like you said, there's a balance to everything. Like there really is. You got to find the right people.
Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about. Oh, great news. Never mind. Let's talk about the Buffalo fucking Bills. Let's talk about a team who is 9-0 when this guy's playing and starting for them. Let's talk about a team that from top of the roster to the bottom of the roster, stacked at every position you need to have. Obviously, they lose Von Miller, which is a damn shame, and he's going to work his ass off to get back and join the campaign. But the Buffalo Bills are a wagon. They have been a wagon. And the man that is on his way to earning $1 million while breaking the interception record for the safety position in the history of the NFL is joining us now. All-Pro, Jordan Poyer.
What's up, boys? Sorry, guys.
What do you got going on over there, man?
Pat McAfee,
Yeah,
right?
hey. Ah! Let him know.
What's up, boys? How you doing?
Hey, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We love getting a chance to chat with
I
you.
appreciate you always for having me on, man.
Hey, no problem. Did you hear that stat? I'm sure you did. Obviously, in the business side of your entire life that's happening with the NFL. 9-0 when you're playing, man. Hey, let's go. Let's stay healthy. Let's keep crushing it.
Let's go.
That's the key
Let's
to
keep
it.
Going.
How do you feel?
That's the game, man. Just got to keep going.
How do you feel?
I feel great. Obviously, I had dealing with some injuries early on in the season. Coming around full circle, man. I feel great. Feeling a great spot where we're at. Just want to keep trending in the right direction. We got a good football team coming in here this weekend, so we got to be able to play well to win.
Hell yeah.
Jordan, do you? You've probably been asked this like a cliche, dumb question, but would you enjoy an interception more, or just absolutely annihilating somebody coming across the middle and with a good PBU with a huge collision?
Yeah, hitting somebody, right?
10 out of 10 interception. 10 out of 10 for sure interception. But hitting somebody out over the middle is a great feeling. I know you guys saw it. I heard you guys talking about it. Matt Milano was going crazy with his sticks over the weekend. So, it's a good feeling, but definitely I'd rather get the pick. I'd rather have the ball in my hands.
Did you guys think he was dead? Was there ever a time where he came back to the huddle and said might have just killed Mike White? I mean, there was some clean, picture-perfect tackles on that guy. Did you learn anything about him throughout that game?
And I'll say this, yes. Just for a guy like that, a lot of respect, Mike White, man, going in there and taking the shots he was taking and being able to come back and try to win the game for his team. He got nothing but respect for me over here. A guy like that can go in and take shots. I've seen Matt hit some guys hard, obviously that hit me. He took that shot, but he came back in for his team, and you got to respect a guy like that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Now, whenever you think about your team, what is it that you guys got to continue to get better at? Is it just every day 1% better? Is that the mindset? Or do you guys have like focused things like, hey, this has been a weakness for us. We got to attack this today. Or what is your team mindset at this point? Week 15 already, dude. It's week 15
Where's time
already.
going? Where the fuck is time going?
Yeah, legit. It's week 15 already.
Obviously you want to continue trending in the right direction, continue to, take one day at a time. Because if you don't take one day at a time, you're gonna miss something small. So us defensively, we want to get off the field more on third down. I think there's some plays that we've been leaving out there on third down, especially third and long, being able to get off the field on third and long. That'll just continue to help our team win football games. But specifically with our team, just taking that one day at a time mindset, just because one day at a time turned into week 15, and here we are in the middle of December with Christmas right around the corner. So that one day at a time turns into, like I said, a full season already. So we got 4 regular season games left. Got a good football team with some great athletes on that team coming in here this weekend, and we got to play well to win.
Hey, happy holidays, by the way. Week 15, we're
Happy
already here. Darius has a question for you, Jordan.
Yes, sir. We got 2 in the Dolphins coming in, but facing a receiver, a weapon like Tyreek Hill. I know you missed the first game, but what is that? What's the difference coming into a game plan? What does that do for a safety for the outsiders?
Yeah, and I said this on this podcast earlier in the offseason. When you play a guy like Tyreek, you have to be right in all your angles. You got to be right. You got to be right in anything because one slip, you saw the corner last week fall down. Tyreek, he gets a big play on the sideline, and it's really a big play can happen any time if you're not right on your angles, if you're not right on your communication. So. And it's not just him. Obviously, Jalen Waddle is playing well for them too. They got some really good running backs. Mostert coming out of the backfield. He's got a lot of speed, and obviously Tua has been one of the highest rated quarterbacks. Throwing the ball inside the numbers. whatever it was for the entire season. So it's a good football team. They've been struggling the last couple of weeks, but we understand they're going to come in here with some answers to some of the things that Chargers were doing to them, and then San Francisco was doing to them. So we got to go, like I said, play our game, and we're going to have to play extremely well to win.
Darius has been doing everything DB with us this year, and we've been getting an opportunity to see how coverages are supposed to work, who's supposed to do what. Although he doesn't know the intricacies of everybody's jobs, I feel like we're getting a nice crash course in understanding things. And it felt like a couple times when the Dolphins were on there and they were exposing somebody, it was almost like an arrogance by people. They're like, oh, I can keep up with Tyreek. I can do it. Is he different out there? Is it like noticeably different in how do people not know that when they come into the NFL and then they get baptized by it out of nowhere? Or is it just kind of understood?
I've told the younger guys, it's one thing to see his speed on tape and when you're watching the game. It's another thing to see it when you're on the field and he's running. He's running next to you or he's running in front of you. And, there was a play I remember we were playing the Chiefs and he caught like a little hitch route. And when he caught the hitch route, he just turned around and he faced the entire defense just waiting for, and it's just like you got to be right in all your angles because he can break out any moment. He's obviously one of the most electric players in the game of football. So you got to be right when you play him. And like I said, we're going to have to play extremely well to win a really good team defense.
I'm going to tell a quick story just because I think it adds on here. Shane Leckler, who is going to be a Hall of Fame punter, like absolute stud for a long time, punted everybody. He walked over to me in warm-ups and said, have you faced the Chiefs yet? Whenever, and I said, didn't even say hello, just said with his Texas accent, have you faced the Chiefs yet or whatever? And I was like, no. He said, you take the snap, you turn directly to your sideline, and you punt that fucker 10 rows into the stands. You do not let him touch that ball. He is different. And I think, like, for some reason, if I'm listening to what D-Butt's saying and kind of understanding it, some people just refuse to believe that. And I assume that's just like an arrogance because most DBs are like, oh, I'm athletic, I'm this. It's just a different fucking thing, huh? That's awesome.
It is. I mean, like I said, he's a special player. They got a lot of them over there. They got a lot of guys with just great athletes. But him in particular, he's a special player, and and like I said, you got to be right. You got to be right when you play him.
How much fun would that be to be him? That would be fun, dude. You know what I mean? That would be a lot of fun.
Be able to have that speed. Oh, God,
wherever. He's down in South Florida right now. There's a lot of speed down in South Florida. A lot of people talking. It's like he called out obviously Bolt. He said Bolt's washed at this point, which is awesome. I'm excited. Like, if he focused on running, I wonder if he would. I honestly wonder if he would. Yeah. It'd be fun to watch. Good luck. You're going to crush him this way. Hey, you ain't worried about fucking nothing. Ty has a question for you, Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan, last week against the Jets, really shitty weather. I think it's supposed to be bad again this Saturday. As we get to this point in the year and the weather starts turning in Western New York, would you prefer playing in those type of conditions where it's really cold and really rainy, or especially with the speed of the Dolphins coming in, or are you still kind of more aching to wanting to play when it's nice and warm out?
Y'all gonna force me to answer this question. I don't like being cold. I'll be honest with you.
No, you're a cold team. That's cold team.
Over the course of my career playing in New York, in Buffalo, New York, I've learned how to play in the cold, and I think that's just as much of a factor, being able to understand what you got to wear, what you got to, just the little nuances that come with playing in the cold. And so, I've definitely learned how to, but I'd rather play in the heat. But when we get a team coming in here, especially from South Florida, we got our home crowd behind us. This is going to be a fun atmosphere. It's going to be a night game Saturday night. It's going to be super electric. And at that point, when you're on the field, you really don't even feel the cold. It's just, it's waking up and you see what it's going to be like outside. You just already got to get your mind right. This is what it's going to be. Right, and I think your mindset is the biggest factor when it comes to it. Just understanding that's what it's going to be and just fighting through it.
Go ahead, AJ.
How big of an advantage do you think that might be, playing in Buffalo in the elements all the time, and then you get in the playoffs and you're right. Like you say, you may not feel the cold when you're out there, but I'm guessing a team comes up from Miami or something, they may feel that cold in January sometime if it's -10 out there and there's dildos flying.
There's definitely gonna be those on the field. I remember coming to Buffalo when I was in Cleveland. Okay. I mean, Cleveland, it gets cold out there, but I remember it was a late December game. I remember stepping off it was snow on the ground, stepping off the plane, and just the wind chill hit me in the face, and I'm like, oh hell no! Like, this is what we are about to play in. So it definitely, it could play a factor. They're down there in South Florida. I'm sure, they probably maybe practicing the indoor, putting the chilly weather or making it cold as hell or whatever. I don't know what they're doing, but it definitely plays a factor. But we got our crowd behind us. We're used to it. We know how to do it, so we're gonna come ready to play.
It's an advantage the other way too.
Yeah.
Going down in that humidity. Now it feels good. Obviously, it's like this is much nicer than it was in the negative or whatever. But that humidity is different for people that have to run. I've been told. I didn't have to do any of that in the games, but I've been told. I've been told that it is a little bit more whenever the humidity happens there. Connor, your question for Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan. Obviously, on the same subject as weather. Right now, you guys are the 1 seed. Very possible that you guys have the first round bye.
We're gonna have to play. We got to play that game in Buffalo. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. I don't know. We're gonna have to play that game in Buffalo for sure, though. They'll figure it out. I don't know how, but they're gonna figure it out.
Jordan, I think the thing I enjoy most about you is your energy's always higher. You like this all day. What do you like in meetings? You asking a lot of questions in meetings? You taking notes?
A lot of questions, man. You gotta ask a lot of questions. You gotta take the notes, man. I like to understand what I'm doing on the game day. I like to understand, a lot of energy, man. Positive energy feeds off positive energy. So, you know what I'm saying? You just got to keep going. Energy is everything in this world.
Yeah, the universe will obviously give back what you put out, and I enjoy yours.
Yes.
Cole Beasley put out some bars, and now he's back with the
Let's go. Cole Beasley back in the building.
Okay, you love Cole.
Man.
You love Cole there.
I love Cole. Call him dad out here.
You guys are happy he's back, though, yes?
Love the fact that Beasley is back, man. Bring the whole crew back. Smoke, got D. Marlowe back. Everybody's coming back, man. Shaq. I mean, it's a damn reunion out here.
Have you talked to Cole about why he decided to retire after like 2 days in Tampa? Like, I ain't fucking playing football. Have you talked to him about that?
I'm gonna have that conversation with him sometime. I'm just kind of letting him get back into it. We'll talk about that one down the road. I definitely want to know about that.
Yeah, so do we. And if you want to display, if you want to tell us.
Yeah,
would be
we'll keep it
sweet.
on.
Yeah, if not, no big deal.
Out there too.
Cole is a
He
problem.
a problem out there in that slot.
He's fresh right now too, right? He hasn't really played. I assume he's
fresh.
stayed in shape. Is he in shape? Have you seen him?
He looks good. I'll tell you that. He looks good. That's all I can say. He looks damn good.
Cole Beasley's about to go for a hundo and
that'd be awesome.
I mean, that's good. And then there's an album coming.
Yeah.
I'm back album. Oh my! Cole's back.
Yeah.
Oh. Man, we're moments away from that. Let's go. Let's look ahead to that. All right, last question for you here, Jordan from Tone.
Jordan, Pat's calling the Vegas Bowl on Saturday for your alma mater. Anything inside info we need to know about the Beavs?
Good call. Yeah, it's happening.
Great running game. Great defense, man. It's a damn good defense. Coach Bray out there, he's been doing a really good job over there. That's offensive line is one of the top in the country, so you're going to see them boys running the ball. Little play action, trying to get the linebacker stuck up, trying to hit them behind. It's gonna be a fun game. They play Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yes, me and Kyer got a little bet going. So I played in the Vegas Bowl actually my sophomore year in college. We lost to BYU. They were in the hotels all week. We were out partying, so that was probably what it was.
You'll have that at bowl games. You'll have that at bowl games, especially in Vegas. I assume that'd be a little bit tough to stay in there.
Yeah.
So the Vegas Bowl is a good bowl to go to. Oregon State's happy to be in the Vegas Bowl. Pumped
pumped to be there, man. I think it was one of the biggest bowls they've been in since I've been there. So they're excited. I'm excited for them. So I'm excited to watch you call the game.
Are you going to watch? The NFL's going to be, and you're playing that night. You're not going to see it. We'll send clips.
Please do.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Hey, we appreciate the hell out of you, man. Have an incredible day. Good luck this weekend.
Appreciate you, boys. Thank you so much, man. Take care.
Hey, let's get interceptions, but not too many. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Poyer.
Yeah.
Woo. Good vibes.
Yeah. No idea it was Saturday games till last Friday.
He just found out.
You're telling Pat.
You want to commentate the Vegas Bowl with Kirk Herbstreit? What's the date? Saturday, whatever. I'm like, absolutely.
Done deal.
I'm calling a game with Herbie? Yeah. I get to watch how Herbie operates like in the booth. Man has been doing it for like 20 years.
Sure do.
Yeah. He actually is the reason he wanted you to do that or whatever. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Let's do it.
That's so cool. Man, I'm so pumped for that. And then I'm watching the games this past weekend. They're like, Saturday lineup.
Got 3 NFL games.
Colts, Vikings, right at the same time as the Vegas Bowl. They actually said that in the thing. And then, boom, and then Bills, Dolphins. At night, it's like, oh my God.
Ravens, Browns at once.
This is a great lineup here on Saturday. So still honored that I'm calling the game with Herbie. Still pumped about it. But certainly made the decision. And I don't know if I would have made a different one. I don't know if I would have made a different decision strictly because I'm a big really and then I go and like I get to do. Yes, I would love to do that guy, but yeah, I'm missing NFL games during it, but I'm learning. I think a lot. I think I'm going to learn so much from her being there.
The only positive really is that the first 2 games are going to be blowouts. The Colts will get killed, and then the Ravens will kill the Browns, and then the game that you'll want to watch, Bills Dolphins, will actually be good.
I would like to state publicly on the record that Victor the Viking did invite me to come to the game.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm working.
Sorry.
Yeah. Unlike you.
Okay, I'm calling Oregon State's biggest bowl game since the last time they were in the same bowl game.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm getting to work with Kirk Herbstreit, David Pash, Laura Rutledge,
Legends,
and an entire production crew that I'm assuming has a litany of lists of successful things they've accomplished.
The who's who.
Is that at Raider Stadium or is that at Sam Boyd?
No, it's at Allegiant.
Okay.
And we're on ABC too.
Nice.
Wow.
Let's
Sell
go.
out? Is it sold out?
Yeah.
I haven't kept up with the ticket sales.
I don't
Tone
know.
just said yes, straight face. He would be the only one that would have that answer.
I don't know for sure.
Tone, your thoughts?
Not on that bowl, but I did while we were talking about the weather. Okay. I was told this yesterday, and I hope this isn't true.
I was told.
The Dolphins in LA had heaters on the sideline.
Yeah, it was 50 degrees. They had
50.
heaters, yeah.
Okay, so they'll do
55.
fine. They'll do
I
fine.
was
out
told
of
those
Buffalo.
guys were tough.
Oh.
I was told it's football.
Heaters for 50.
Oh, I was
I
told.
did see.
I was told they got a snowflake at quarterback.
Well, that was the graphic.
Who said
that?
That was the graphic.
That was weird.
That's disrespectful.
That was
Nobody
interesting.
said that about my quarterback.
Well, Kyle Brandt kind of did.
Wow.
Yeah, and you kind of did on Sunday Night Football with the Chargers.
Never. He stunk it up.
But can we talk about South Florida
Snowflake.
and Florida dudes as a whole?
Let's do it.
And I don't want to, hey, Florida boys, incredible. That's
Built different.
year-round training.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And not just like training like, oh, I'm all by myself. I'm training. I get to. No, we're training, competing against world class everywhere
Always
at all
football
times.
season.
People traveling to Florida so that their kids can full time compete with and do their thing. Like
You saw that 12-year-old. That was in Florida.
yeah, we saw that.
That guy.
That's a long 12 years.
Yeah.
That guy's on a different calendar than us. I
Kid's
think.
60.
I think that 12-year-old's on a different calendar than us. I did appreciate Hood News there going, how old are you? One of my favorite questions, and I miss that. And I think that is what I miss most from the locker room, is the different accents that come in and the different ways of speaking that come into the locker room. There was a time where faces was the end of every single sentence for a while. So whenever I heard him say, how old you? I was like, that is, imagine him just speaking day to day. That's just how he asked one question to a 35-year-old, 12-year-old.
Right.
Imagine him speaking all day. I'm sure it is electrifying. I think that kid's operating on a different calendar than us.
100%.
I think he has more.
Yeah.
I think he has a lot more than 365 days in each year. I'm not sure. Tatted up to
On his forearm. Oh, yeah.
his elbow.
He had a fucking John Wilkes Booth mustache. He's
Yeah.
12 years old.
Was humble though. Appreciated his humility.
He was.
12 holding his trophy. Just
Yep.
wanted to get out of there. Didn't want all the antics.
He was 12.
But anyways, yeah, you're right.
Sixth grade. 12-year-old.
Yeah.
My daughter just turned 12. She's in 6th grade.
Hey, Shaq in 6th grade.
Shaq was getting. I
6'4".
watched his doc. His doc. He was getting asked a lot of times to show his birth certificate and kid camp or whatever. And George Foster, former offensive line for the Broncos and the Colts, hilarious follow on the internet on Twitter. He posted a photo of him in Little League baseball, and he was certain. There was a very large black man on the left side in full baseball outfit, and I thought that was George. And I almost quote tweeted and was like, God damn, you're the dude on the left. And he was, no, they're on the right side. He looked like a 25-year-old.
Right.
Oh, like a 12-year-old. So there are people that mature much faster than others. I think that kid is operating on a different calendar.
I think so too.
Back to Florida. It is always said that Florida boys can't operate in the cold. Florida boys don't like whenever it gets a little bit, more painful every time. Is that a fair evaluation, or you think that's bullshit, D-Bud?
You heard Jordan. He nobody.
I'm from Pittsburgh.
A lot of people don't like playing.
I don't like the cold.
They don't like playing the cold. But once it's time to play, once the ball's kicked off, once you hit and you're running, you catch, it's football. Once it gets started. But the thought process going into it, you look at the schedule. That's one of the first things I used to look at. Schedule.
Buffalo late.
Who are we playing? Late in the season. Where are we playing? Nobody likes that shit. But once you get going, once you start playing, it is what. T.Y. Hilton, we never worried about him in a cold game.
Ever.
There's a lot of guys like that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of overblown, but I think offensive linemen think about it. They're like, all right, we got some guys, every single one of them from 80-plus degree weather. This thing gets cold, we'll be able. They're not going to want to fist fight with us. I think that is something that's said. But on the flip side, it's like there's some Florida boys on the offensive side, too, that they don't want to get into it. And there's some dudes that look very soft whenever it gets into certain situations out of nowhere. It's like, I don't think it's necessarily a fair evaluation, but I do think weather certainly plays some mental fuckery with people.
Oh, yeah.
Did you wear long sleeves or never?
I wore them every day in practice, but I wouldn't wear them in games. No, not for any reason other than it's already freezing. I just try to keep my hands and feet
It's a
warm.
linebacker thing.
No, I don't want kids to see.
Yeah, of course not.
Me with sleeves.
No, I don't care about that.
Practice, you're not seeing it. Game, seeing it. Give me a hoodie underneath that if I could from Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
it's all hands and feet, man. My hands and feet is all I cared about. It's all that matters.
That is how cold enters.
Did you put what is that?
Yeah, Vaseline or whatever. Vaseline or
New
like
skin.
new skin
called
type
new
stuff.
skin.
What's that do? That just cuts the wind?
In theory.
Tries to insulate you. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it insulates.
It works though.
Oh, really? It insulates you. It's like a seal, like an otter.
Kind of, yeah.
Yep, there you
Supposed
go.
to.
It's all mental, though.
extra layer.
Yeah.
If you have a ball in your hand.
Right.
Brady used to be in like a fucking scuba suit.
Yeah, he wears
or
a
some
scuba
shit,
suit.
Yeah.
Like
Everyone-
under his.
Genius.
I had some guys wear those that I know. Yeah.
What is
Jimmy
it,
G
like
and Mac
Tiger
do it.
Balm? You put Tiger Balm on it, constricts the pores in your skin, so
So I think what we're realizing here and talking about is
only Favre restricts the pores.
he Tiger bombs.
Whoa! Whoa!
Tony.
He Tiger bombs.
Eat tiger bombs and pores.
That was quick.
All right, Tony. Let's move on.
Attaboy, Tony. Tony.
Go with that.
That's good. Hats off.
Good.
Yeah.
He was so happy. Tone was so happy
One's
to
for
get that
you,
out.
brother.
All right, let's cover a couple
I've
more
just
things
never
we
heard
have
Nick
to.
use the word pores in any other context.
There was you're right, literally, he brings it up all the time. There was a AAA state championship football game that happened in Georgia that was decided upon an obviously crooked ref.
Ridiculous.
This hit the internet this weekend, and I can't believe it's taken us this many days to talk about it. We do apologize because the football world deserves us to put a spotlight on this type of situation so that it can't happen again. I went to a couple Ohio high school football games this year. I'm going to be honest. I don't go to a lot of high school football games. My schedule whenever I was playing makes it tough to travel to high school football games. And falls have been pretty busy. And here in Indiana, I don't have an affiliation really to any school, so I'm not going to go to it. So going to it was an eye-opening experience. I love the energy. I love the commitment. I loved how dialed in the players were. They seemed to be like a professional operation. Obviously, the football level much lower. But one thing I did realize was there's no Jumbotron, okay? So there's no replay for anything, which obviously, high schools don't have Jumbotrons, but when you haven't watched a game that hadn't had a Jumbotron on it for fucking 20 years, you can be a little bit alarmed by like, oh shit, this is a different football experience than what I've been used to. But also you learn quickly, like, there's no accountability for the referees.
No.
None. There will be a play where right in front of me it happened. Kid makes a clear catch. Clear catch, no problem. Incomplete. Fucking give me the ball. Dude, you got a problem? You got a problem? You got a problem? This is high school. You don't even, I will, we'll eject you. Give me the ball. Go back to your huddle. Ball, walk it back. Demonstrative. Yeah, it was incomplete. With ball in hand while walking back. He didn't catch it. And I'm like standing there, clearly did. Clearly caught the ball. But there's no Jumbotron. That ref in high school is the authority for that entire stadium. That power that these refs have to feel at the high schools can't be checked ever. Players can't say a single thing to them because it's bad sportsmanship. You're in high school, shut the fuck up. Coaches, I guess they can get after them, but not really as much as everybody else because, once again, it's high school. You're supposed to be – so I think the high school officials – potentially have one of the most powerful roles in all ages of football. That ended up being a terrible thing for one high school team.
That's right.
Down in Georgia. Seemed to be a little bit of a power. 3 people go ahead. Man gets tackled. High school kid gets tackled 3 feet short.
Yeah.
A full yard
Unbelievable.
behind. Clearly. Their fans in the back of the defensive team celebrated because they thought it was over. We did it, big time stop. Then ref over here, who either had his eyes closed or had money on a AAA high school game, says, he got in, yeah. And then boys, high school guys are like, what? No, he clearly didn't. He's clearly your church. They go, shut, you're a high school kid. Shut. It's a touchdown. Sorry about it. Congratulations. Look at how happy. It's a wild scene, AJ. This can't happen in our sport, pal.
I mean, you're right, though. Like, it's crazy to go. If you do go to a high school game, we're always, okay, they're going to challenge this. You just assume everything is challengeable or they're going to change the call if they know you missed one. But you're right. Like, they have so much power. I just want to know what's going through that guy's brain right there as he calls touchdown.
They have all the power, no accountability. And I'll tell you what, these boys that just got a goal line stand to win the state championship are robbed of a moment that they can talk about at weddings and bachelor parties and birthday parties forever because of one
That's crazy.
ref up above that sees something that nobody else does. It's banana land.
There's that fat sack of baloney ref that walks up who definitely saw it as well. Who maybe didn't, hey, let's talk about this. You were about 150 yards away. Like, I don't think he got in.
Yeah, he was ready.
That guy said, "You sure?
Spot the ball.
You sure? It's way back here. This guy had the ball. It wasn't the first two guys.
That's
unbelievable.
So bad.
State championship, like you said, that's something you're gonna remember that forever.
Forever.
Everybody's gonna remember that, and you could tell by the team in the red if it was even close. At least 3, 4 guys maybe throw a fake touchdown sign up, but all of them are looking like fuck.
Good formation.
Good formation. I like that. Overload, right?
I like the late movement by the defense. Great
The
execution.
linebacker.
What a play.
I mean, without the
number 2.
without obviously the fuckery from the referee, this play from the defense was
yeah.
unbelievable. Cutting
Shot
through
the
blocks.
gap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Number
Hey.
8 or 9 talking that shit too. He knew.
Oh no! What did we do? We just made a play. We just won the state championship. What are you doing?
That's fucked up.
Let's assume a couple of these guys on defense are going to go on and do some big things in football because the chip that's going to be on their shoulder is going to be pretty large. I assume they might not view refs the same for the rest of their lives. People are going to be like, "Why do you have no respect for refs?" Well, let me explain to you.
Yeah, I got this play saved to my phone right here.
Boom! Watch this.
Check
What
it
the
out.
fuck happened? Well, it was one bad ref. What about this other guy? Saw it. Didn't say anything.
Cost me a state title.
Right here.
Took the ring right off my finger.
I don't have one of these.
You have one of these? You know when people say that?
Mm-hmm.
We did. And then guess what? We didn't. And we don't. Because some fucking crooked ref down there in AAA high school football. That's banana land. All right, let's get to a break. On the other side, we do everything DB.
Yeah.
We get better as a football show. We bounce around some of the topics we haven't covered, and we get the hell out of here, and we go watch the first of 4 installments of Avatar.
Boom. Hell yeah.
Be a friend, tell a friend. We're back in 5. Take 5.
Adam Vinatieri, now I'm in his home state. College game day is absolutely electric. And Brookings,
College Game Day has made the voyage to Brookings, South Dakota to experience a game with the best fans in college football. I unfortunately cannot attend because I have a game this Sunday, so I sent a man I trust to make my picks. A man who is my holder for almost a decade. Please be nice to him. Welcome this week's celebrity guest picker, Pat McAfee.
Go big, go blue, go Jacks.
Hosting Auburn. Yes, everybody saw this. The best fake punt in the world. What do you think, Pat?
I absolutely loved it all the way up until execution time. That is not one we like to show in the brand headquarters and punting and kicking world.
Oh, dance off. Oh, let's get weird. Yes. Duck that, huh?
Bang! Right off the top of the dome. That makes it a lot easier when you got a dummy standing right in front of you like that.
Running. He's Hadouken! Daniel Russo!
Wax on, wax off, knee to the face.
World Series.
Go, yes!
These teams stink. With that 15, they celebrate by doing shotguns, and I'm a big fan of that. I'm going with the University of Virginia Cavaliers. That was great. Whoa! I will never, ever in the history of my life bet against that ball. Oklahoma State is a win here. Not so fast again.
But I'm going with Trey.
Please excuse my dumb friend Kirk. Look at this crowd. They've been out here since 4 a.m. College game day comes to town. They lose their mind. The population of this state is about 800,000, and when the Jackrabbits take the field, they're alongside all 800,000 South Dakotans. The Dakota marker was in Fargo for far too long. Today, 5 o'clock local time, the Dakota marker is back in beautiful Brookings, South Dakota. Adam Vinatieri School. They might be the Jackrabbits, but they're the GOATs today, ladies and gentlemen. South Dakota State with the win.
Give me that face in. No, don't do that. No, leave. Coach.
He has the
No. Pat says it'll be no.
I told you I came on your radio show that we were going to get you on College Game Day.
Not only are you incredibly intelligent and handsome, you're a man of your word. You picked North Dakota today, so I had to bury you.
That's okay.
But it's been nothing but incredible. The College Game Day crew is hospitable. In South Dakota State, I think we can all agree, they showed up here.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I've watched the show, obviously, forever. And it's on in every single NFL locker room. My coaches So this is a big-time deal for me, my family, my friends. All right, I'm back in the day here. Appreciate you, boys. It's from the training room of the Colts. A.J. Watt tweeted. I get texts from every human that I've ever done television with, like since way back in the day. They're like, we knew this day would come. Quick managers, old teammates. I mean, you don't get to trend on Twitter often anymore. They make it damn near impossible. Go up onto a stage with a couple legends, talk some shit in front of the incredible South Dakota fans. What an awesome opportunity. When Mark Ingram runs out of bounds about a half a yard short of a first down in the fourth quarter, when you're up 16-3, 6 minutes left, goes down as if he's injured. Mark Ingram has since put a tweet out saying, I should have got first down, that's 100% on me. They end up not picking up the first down on the next play. Tom Brady gets the ball back. Deep ball, pass interference to Mike Evans. How you doing? Keep him moving. 3 and out on the other side. They end up fucking scoring again. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in the final 4 minutes of this game, took this thing over. Here's the moment that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers faithful, whenever they're down 6 with 2:40 left and Tom Brady gets the rock back, they know what's in store. Not only is Julio Jones going to make a catch, a big one, is Julio Jones still on the team? Yes, he is. Then a touchdown pass to Chris Godwin. Here we go. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Holding.
Oh, no.
Offense. Donovan Smith does a hold, which is something he does on a regular basis, which calls back a touchdown to Chris Godwin. 8 seconds left. What are you going to do, Tom Brady? 3rd and goal. 16-10. Fourth quarter. Check down. Cousin we didn't even know existed. Rashawn White or whatever. He scores a touchdown. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers hit the extra point, and they win on Monday Night Football in exhilarating fashion when really a game for 56 minutes was wildly boring.
Just like we drew it up. Just like we drew it up.
But what is it about Tom that last night everybody on earth watching was like, he's going to fucking score here. This game's over for the Saints. Sorry about it, even though there's little to no time left.
He's the clutchest performer of all time. I mean, I think that's neither here nor there. He prepares so well throughout the
More
week.
clutch than Adam Vinatieri?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think you have to put him there,
He's
right?
had so many more moments.
So many more moments, right?
Like Vinny's
and answered every time.
Yeah, he's well, not every time. I guess that one time.
And against the Eagles in the Super Bowl. That's so hard because Vinny's answered every time.
Vinatieri's clutchness comes from his competitive juices. Like, Vinatieri is so competitive, so competitive. He does not want to lose. And I don't think people fully comprehend, like, the people up there, the Jordans, you already saw his whole Last Dance, the Peyton Mannings, the Wayne Gretzky's, Serena Williams's. Kobe, yes, the Mamba mentality. It's described as the Mamba mentality. What that is just being more competitive than fucking everybody else. I think it all revolves around the competitive juices. Is that what you think it is with Tom, or no?
I think it's a little bit of that, but also same thing, going back to Kobe, right? Like whenever if you guys saw that Redeem Team or whatever on Netflix, and they're all going out and having a good time at the club or whatever, and he's shooting shots at like 6 a.m. and they pass him coming in the night before. That is Tom. That is Tom. Like they are so prepared. They care so much. They want to work on every little detail that when it comes to the game, when it comes to those situations, they have no excuse because execution is the only thing that matters. They have all the answers to the test.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it! What the fuck are you doing?
Boston.
Welcome back to the FanDuel Thunderdome. No, my name's not Pat. It's Connor. I haven't had to read, but instead I'll just say hello. Football!
Nailed
it! You guys want to have a better sex life?
What?
Yeah. If so, you're not alone. Up to 50% of men.
Hey, man, you did great there. Honestly.
I didn't know.
Aren't you proud?
Did awesome. I mean, nailed it, everything. So yeah, good job, Con. You're gonna kill this read too.
Right before we went live, he screamed, "Fuck!" and then he went right into it. It was great. You did a great job there.
I mean, I just said hello at the end, but whatever. Who cares? You guys want to have a better sex life?
Sure.
Yeah. Guess what? You're not alone. Because up to 50% of men have symptoms that get in the way of wanting or enjoying sex.
Got it.
But Roman's here to help. Roman is the digital health clinic for men, and without any music, this ad sounds even better. Roman addresses a variety of sexual health needs for men like
Pentatonics.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. What? Bruce, what?
Acapella.
Great group, yeah.
Right
Yeah, great
I know that.
acapella
They sing
group.
hallelujah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Roman
That's pretty good.
offers hallelujah. Genuine medication. It helps achieve
I don't
and
know if it's
maintain a
going to
strong
move
erection.
any Roman swipes. I
You
don't know.
needed music.
I don't know if this is the right song. Hallelujah. I don't know if this is the right decision.
Probably not.
Yeah, maybe a Kings of Leon song.
Your sex is on
Yeah! Roman
sex is on fire. You can't sing it, you gotta read it. Dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Roman offers discreet wipes that help you last 4 times longer in bed.
Nailed it.
It could work.
That's good.
Roman has testosterone testing and treatment. Treating low testosterone can help revive your sex drive. Bruce tried to get me there with that sentence. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Why?
That's
How?
not gonna get you today. You got an MIT
This
hat on.
guy's a son of a bitch.
How do they test these?
What'd you say?
How do they test them and show that they make people last 4 times longer?
I don't know.
Well,
you tell
they
us,
have
I
focus
asked you.
groups, bub.
Yeah, you start with rats.
Okay.
These rats are hard right now.
And bunnies.
You should have seen this one rat. They used to make fun of this fucker so quick. Like,
Yeah.
And then he put swipes on there like he's at least 4 times longer.
Yeah.
This guy's going all day.
He's pounding all the rats.
Every mouse in the house.
Don't worry about the details. Just worry about what we got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking Speedy Gonzalez back at it.
Look at this guy. He's fucking used to. Remember, he used to be able to pump
Yeah.
a load every fucking 4 seconds.
I'll look
Yeah, you
at
left
He's out here
32
enjoying
minutes
this.
now.
20 seconds now.
Holy shit.
Shout out to Ro. Thank you for doing
Thank
that
you.
study.
Thank you, Roman.
Thank you for doing that, Roman.
And no rats were harmed.
No, rats. Actually, not at all.
No.
No.
They loved it. They said, hey, keep testing us, actually.
Well, it's not testing, they said.
Yeah.
You're providing us with an experience that we appreciate.
True.
So keep doing that. Keep providing,
Those horny
experiences
ass
for
rats.
people. Not just rats, but also
Yeah.
people. You know.
Yeah.
How do they get it again?
Oh, yeah, you got to go to, and this is very important. I know I said this last time, but I always screw this up. It's ro.co/PAT for 20% off your first order. It's not .com. ro.co/Pat.
Better sex, better testosterone. Let's go. They also got hair. I think they're hair, skin.
Hair supplements.
They got a bunch of stuff, man. Roman really
Focus.
does a great job. Yeah, focus stuff, make you a better you. I mean, honestly, it has been a fantastic partnership with Roman, who has not only helped out all of us. I'm 4 or 5 times longer. You know what I mean? 4 or 5 times longer. I think they sent me a survey on the back of that discreet packaging and said,
Yeah.
if you'd like to give us your thoughts and mail it back to us old school, we would appreciate it. I filled out the form. I think Ty did as well.
Absolutely.
Tone, you did as well.
Yeah, I was actually pissed that I lasted longer.
Yeah, because you're like, was it hamstrings were ready?
No.
Yeah.
My
You know what I
fucking cardio was not fucking.
Yeah, had a full body cramp, didn't
If
you?
you use 2 wipes, I didn't want to get into that, man.
No.
Oh, that's like whenever we were wearing the helmet condom.
Guardian
Yeah,
cap.
that's right.
10 to 15% each helmet. So
two people bump into each other. That's fucking 20 to 30%. You start doing some math there.
Bingo.
3 people just bend over, run their faces into each other.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to this, 30 to 45%.
That's right.
I mean, that is what's being saved. You get enough people to go in there, we can save 100%.
It's 100% break.
We talking orgies?
We need rugby type hits, yeah. We need everybody's head.
Yep.
Pals.
We need head to head, though, not head to mouth.
No.
Not head to dick.
No.
No.
Nice.
Anyways, it's been a great show today. I think the only way it can get better, AJ, is if we were to do something that might be the best segment in the history of television.
Yeah. Well.
Now, certainly on the internet, but you can stream it on a TV. So we can say it's on TV. This segment will be something that nobody else has the capability of doing.
Goddamn right.
This will be something that'll be groundbreaking, trailblazing for sports entertainment.
Unprecedented.
This is something that we've been unprecedented.
Yeah, fun doing it too.
Exactly. A lot of fun is had while doing these unprecedented things that are changing
So much fun.
sports entertainment
Spirit conversation.
so much.
Without yelling.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can debate. We can entertain.
Right.
We can inform.
Right.
Or we can do all those things. Welcome to Everything DB with Darius Butler.
Let's get to it. Now, early in the season, I got to go to this same game parlay first because I'm going to do it every time.
Well, you
Every
got
time
one?
I got one. Damn right I got
What?
one. Every
Oh!
Wednesday now. I'm going to put these back on the hardwood. This is obviously the field here, but on the hardwood, we got the Knicks.
Do we have it? Do we have the
at
graphic?
Bulls tonight. I sent it in the chat.
It's
This
in
is
the
good
chat.
one.
Knicks
This
at
is the one.
Bulls.
Man, I should
Going back to the Knicks.
That's bad hosting.
Back to the
man. I
Knicks
should've-
because they did what they were supposed to do. It was a blowout, but I feel like this.
You really love the NBA. You follow the NBA? You
I
watch?
start following it a little more as the NFL season gets, but still not full time yet to the playoffs.
Oh, look at
Tonight,
this.
I feel really good about this one. Really good. We had Randall on the last one. He got way more points than he needed to get. Same with Robinson, Mitchell Robinson with his rebounds to the Knicks. So these are my two Knicks guys. Randall's going to get his 20. Robinson's going to get his 8 board. Anybody give me a stab at
Fucking
that?
Vucevic.
Vucevic is a
on.
glass eater.
Nicola.
Glass eater averages almost
Vukovic.
11 boards this season.
Board man.
DeMar.
DeMar,
I hear
he's
it.
got to get 25, and then Zach LaVine, he's got to get 20. So very gettable. This is a little bit
What are
over
the odds?
500 plus 500 when I put it together.
Okay.
It went
Go.
down. It's live on the
you
site
should bet
right
on
now.
All right, D-Butt.
But yeah, I believe in this one.
Okay.
January
so-
1st, I will.
Yeah, January 1, FanDuel will
January
be
1st.
available in Ohio. Can't wait for that. A lot of things. You know what I mean?
It's 5, man.
It's a lot of things.
A lot of things
It's
that need to go right.
Listen, I don't want to bring any negative energy. I actually want to go the opposite direction. Maybe we need to start adding more legs so that we can hit one of these.
Yes.
Because when this one hits tonight,
Hell yeah.
when Vucevic
Glass eater.
picks up his 8th rebound, end of game to seal it. Like that's going to be the. That's how it's going to end.
Nah, that's not. Let's get that one out of the way. I want that one to be over about third quarter.
Yeah, that's the
Probably
easiest
second.
one on that list, actually.
I
Nah,
think
he's a
DeMar.
glass eater,
DeMar's the
too.
easiest.
Levine
DeMar
is
is-
the one.
Whatever the case, when all of
averaging
this,
21
All
this
his
year.
hits.
when all this hits tonight,
Hell yeah.
whether we're awake, we're watching it or not, that is going to spin big momentum in our favor. All we need is one from the building.
Yeah.
All we need is one on the site. And there's so many experts out there.
So many.
Okay, so many experts that if they had the capability to pick a super boost or to put a promoted parlay out there, they would get it right every time. And we appreciate the fact that you would.
Hell yeah.
And I wish that we could be more like you. And we apologize that we're not. Now, I do think you are full of shit and a piece of one as well.
That's right.
But this is the one that gets us out of our hole.
Tonight we all see red.
You're damn right. Tonight,
That's
We
the
need
Bulls.
green.
We need to see
Green.
blue as well.
Green and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, green.
Green and blue.
Just
Care
green.
less who
Green
wins
for
the
check
game.
marks, blue for the trophy
True.
on the settled bet.
The red was for the Bulls.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to see red. The red means L in that thing. We will see the Bulls though
Gotta
because they're a
pump up
big
DeMar
part of
now.
this.
Go to overtime. Go
Is
to double
Caruso
overtime.
not
I don't
playing?
care. You know, I bet with guys, frontliners.
Whoa.
Caruso does have a strong
I love-
8-4 going right now.
I love
though.
Caruso, but when I put these parlays together, I know he's going to get his touches.
Oh yeah.
He's going to get the second most touches on the team. Randall's going to shoot the ball. He's been scoring a lot. He's been on a little tear here. And then these guys are primary glaciers.
We're winning tonight.
Let's
Turn
go.
around. Thank
Let's go.
you.
We're doing
Thank
it.
you,
Let's go,
D-Bud.
D-Bud.
Plus 500. That's a good hit. Let's
Plus
dive
500.
into everything, DB.
Let's get it.
Let's do this thing. We appreciate it.
Let's get it. First one. Which one is this? Got a couple from this game.
Flea Flicker.
Flea Flicker. So we saw one last week with the Raiders.
Yep.
And it was from the gun. It was what part of the field is this, guys?
Alumni
section, right in front of the alumni sections. Very similar coverage as well. So I think this is quarters up top. And then we got a half field down here. Once again, watch this quarter safety, who's kind of that half man in the box to the tight end side. Once he hands this ball off, he's coming up on his run, and this receiver is just looking at him, waiting for that commit, put his foot in the ground, go vertical, and it's going to be literally how they drew this up on Wednesday practice. It's going to happen just how they wanted it to happen against the scout team.
Gotcha.
And once again, same coverage. The last time the touchdown came from the slot with Devontae Adams. Now, if you're getting a key from here from the uncovered lineman, is that a run read or a pass read?
High hats.
That's high hats across the board.
There we go,
So
AJ.
that's a pass read, even though they're handing this ball off. Now, when that ball is handed off, it's tough. Everybody's going to react to a guy getting the ball, but you got to know. That's tough right there.
Oh,
so great
shit.
execution from the offensive side of the ball, but that when you see this play happens, when you're watching the game, that's how it happened. That's why it's happened on multiple occasions.
He knows
Same play.
immediately when he's turning around. Fuck, that's on me.
Safety?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As soon as he sees Joe Mixon go like this and turn around to he's like, he knows.
Oh, no.
And he's a young player.
Oh,
second, third year in the league now, Grant Delpit. So it's nothing you could do at that
What
point.
have I done?
Quarterback has the ball.
That's a
Quarterback.
bad-
We've seen it
Steve
again.
Irwin's gonna score.
Oh, I didn't even know he was.
Yeah.
What coverage is the worst to run a flea flicker into?
One?
Blitz.
I don't know. Maybe deep. Maybe cover 3 when you got a good post field safety that has good vision, good depth. And remember, so in these coverages, there are primary run defenders and then there are secondary run defenders. And when you're quarters, you are kind of a secondary run defender. But when you're to this tight end side, you do have a run gap. So that's tough. So this deep half, nothing to do with the run. He's always stand back. If you're a deep third defender, nothing to do with the run. You always stand back. But so this is back-to-back weeks now. We've seen the same flea flicker against this same coverage
Is this
in
guy
the
on
same
week?
part of the field.
Is that guy always weak? Weak side?
It depends on the defense. Most defenses go left and right now. Some teams, you got your down safety, you got your back safety. So he's to the passing strength. That's the that would be the running strength up there. The
So
close
that's
side,
smart
the
then,
tight
right?
end.
I mean, that would be.
It's back-to-back weeks. We've seen the same play, so this is it's a good play because you're waiting for that one guy who has some type of he's in a conflict because he has a run gap. He has run responsibility, should I say it, but he's also a part of the deep portion
Also
of the
boundary.
coverage.
Into
So
the
it's
boundary.
tough. Yeah. So that's away from the passing strength.
Jeez Louise.
So yeah, good play. Good play.
Okay,
We've seen
good
it
play.
back weeks now.
Hey, it's on
Burn.
salt boy. That's
Yes,
on
sir.
Lou Anarumo sees us in practice.
Yeah, that's right. Lou knows.
Hey, he was awesome. By the way.
He was. Love listening to him. Once again, we are in the alumni section again, and we got J-Mo back. The Lions got him back out there. It's the second game. Obviously, this is only catch, big play, big touchdown. We have a substitute safety in there for Harrison Smith. He's going to roll down. He's going to actually do his job, but the starter is also a young guy. He's the post safety in this. So this is 3 underneath, 3 deep. So you're going to have a 5-man rush. You got 1, 2, 3 guys underneath, and then you got 1, 2, 3 guys deep. Now, he's got to get to that post. He's got to get some depth, get to that post. He does it. This guy's going to run, attack, sit, draw those eyes. You got
24.
Right? I mean, this is
Pretzel.
Now, the last one we saw was a flea flicker. This is just a play-action pass. Nobody should be this open on a play-action pass. But I'm sure this guy will be on more radars, obviously, as the season goes on, as he makes more plays. He's a big speed guy. Would have been the first receiver drafted, obviously, if he was healthy. But on this offense, man, this offense has been dynamic. Jared Goff's been really, really good. And this is, once again, early down. Run it back one more time. Early down, AJ always talks about this. Everyone inside the numbers.
Yeah.
Everyone inside the numbers. Alumni section once again. So this is a shot territory, alert shot. Once again, young safety, backup safety. He does his job, which is to track whatever eyes, and then he just runs his post. So big play.
Just had a 4th down stop, too, so they want to take a shot there.
Oh, yeah.
Second down.
There we go.
Jeez Louise.
Right before you get in that fringe area.
A
good.
walk-in.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now Jared Goff's got that.
What?
Look out.
Wow.
Did JMO slow play that so that the receiver up top could just because he got down the field a lot faster up top than JMO did to distract his their eyes.
I'm not sure, but
It's a
you could, when they're running these, go ahead, AJ.
Don't you think watch the guy up top? He sits down to get Pat P to sit down because if he keeps drifting, Pat P may see Jameson coming uncovered and like, oh, maybe give him some help.
Yeah, and he's just. I feel
he
like
saw
he's
the
looking
ball being
right at
thrown.
him, and he's knowing like, okay, that's the only guy that could be.
He was
back.
thinking he might have to shake him.
And he's looking like, okay, because he's like shuffling. So what he does, run it back, please, to, a little bit. So it's 24. So the disguise is you're showing pre-snap. All right, we got a split safety disguise. We run it a little bit more. So we got a split safety disguise. We're showing two high. Could be quarters, could be quarter, half, which the Vikings play a ton of. They don't play a lot of single high. So here, his disguise is I'm going to start here and I'm going to get to that middle. And then he's, you see the formation too. It's a tight formation. So he doesn't have a far way to go to split these receivers. But once he gets out, you can't settle. You have to run, get to that spot first and then stop. Because if you don't get that depth, then your eyes, you start seeing too much. He should never even see him. This is a curl route. You're a post defender. You got to be deep as the deepest. He's way too far outside. At least squeeze him because that's still your player too. Like you're a deep third. So that's tough.
They've been talking about how good the Vikings defense is on third down and in the red zone. Do you think they're getting exposed a little bit the last few weeks here?
They are getting exposed. A lot of people are putting a lot of yards on them. They got to figure some things out. And
How do you put the fire out? You just gotta.
Just gotta make plays, man. It's never rocket science. It's doing what your coach should do, and they don't play a very aggressive brand of defense. They kind of once you get into the situational stuff, the third down, the red area, that's when they make you pay and they can turn the ball over. But they're not coming after you. Every other. They're not running a Wink Martindale type of defense. So you're going to get yards on it, but typically when it gets to the big situations, critical situations, that's where they're playing better, and they're not right now.
Guy in a Kirk Cousins jersey at the end there on that second shot just flipping Jameson Williams the bird after he runs into the end zone. That was awesome. You'll see him. He's behind like a bunch of Lions fans. Here it comes.
Great way to get your first touchdown.
Boom. Fuck you.
Yep, I respect that.
Love it, man. Love to see it for the Lions, man. The brand new Lions.
Oh, hold on. He's cheering.
Yeah,
this guy doesn't have fingers up. He's cheering. For
Yeah,
what the hell is this?
That's a Michigan State guy for sure.
Wow.
Wearing a purple Cousins shirt?
Yeah, that's got to be it.
That guy's a mark.
Forgot what he had on. Fucking fraud. You're a fraud. Buddy.
Wow, Minnesota.
What's he cheering for?
I was
just
told
happy for the
Minnesota.
kid.
Do a lot of people cheer like?
Yeah, I don't know. What was that?
Yeah.
What was it? Maybe
Shaking his keys.
Look at me. You think he's shaking his keys? Will you?
This guy.
AJ, what are your
stinks.
thoughts?
I'm trying to see. Keep it running.
Fuck you.
What's that guy doing there?
Exactly.
Ooh, he's really shaking.
Yeah, he's going bananas.
He's happy.
Oh, yeah. He's like gyrating.
He has a pretty good arm.
Yeah, he does.
Jacked up.
He's got some quick twitch in there, doesn't he?
Vikings might need him.
Double shake weights.
He is a little bit of.
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
shake weighting.
Hey, Mo. First touchdown. Way to get it. Jalen Hurts, MVP of the league right now. Playing lights MVP.
Is it Jalen?
Is it Jalen? Is it the team? It's always both. No MVP quarterback. Nobody does it alone. You got to have weapons. You got to have an offensive line. You got to have a good play caller. And you got to have a guy that makes it all go. And that's what Jalen Hurts has been.
We did not say that.
No.
That is not our take.
Yeah, it's some wild takes out there. Also, another take.
A lot of wild takes about wild takers, too.
That this is the I think Dad actually said, this is the biggest improvement he's seen from a passer. But I don't think so. This guy, he's been a player.
What are we talking about?
Big-time player, Oklahoma.
You got to let me in on this, guys. Sorry, D-Butt.
Hey, you check the group chat. Everyone's
I wasn't there for the pre-show meeting.
Hey, let's get to the tape, man.
It got.
Jalen Hurts.
Go wild.
It got pretty
Hey,
wild.
let's get back to the film, guys. Come on, dial.
It's going to be hard to.
Fourth and 7. All right, 4th and 7. This is obviously a big deal in this game. Wants to get to the final formation after this motion. You're gonna have Devontae Smith in the slot, and you'll see him get some type of check. But right here, you're in the slot. You got a post safety, and a route that we've been seeing all year long is slot fade, right? So you get a hitch right here. You get a slot fade. And the reason you run it is to give this guy much more space to operate in this one-on-one in here. That's the fourth. This is a gotta-have-it situation. Fourth down, you're kind of in that gray area. You don't want to punt. Don't want to kick a long field goal.
First drive, too, right?
Yep. Post safety. Julian Love been having a great year. He gets a great break on the ball. It was an accurate ball. You either got to do one or two things here as this deep safety. If you run it back to the top, he gets a great read on Jalen Hurts, great break out of the post, but you got to make a decision to either attack the ball at the highest point. They always coach us up, hey, attack the ball at the highest point if you're a DB. Don't wait for it.
Yeah, what's that mean? That means your highest point?
That means that the highest point literally that you can get the ball. So if I'm coming over the top, like you don't want to wait for the ball like a receiver or come here. Like you want to get to a position where you're jumping up and you're attacking this ball at the highest point, because the receivers typically are running under it or they'll go up and make it. But that's why people get mossed, because they don't attack it at the highest point. He's running to a spot where this ball would drop if Devontae Smith is in there, obviously. So if you see, so his hands are out, he's running like this. But these guys don't get paid a bunch of money. They don't win Heisman trophies. They don't get drafted in the first round, letting these balls go up there. So you got to, A, attack the ball at its highest point. You heard Jordan Poirier, I'd rather have the interception 10 times out of 10. Or you got to separate the wide receiver from the ball. Now, 10 years ago, 12, 15 years ago, probably, this dude, you're taking his helmet off.
He wouldn't even go up for that ball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're going for the kill shot 10 times out of 10. In today's NFL, you kind of second guess it. But you got to go and attack this ball at the highest point.
Who do we saw? We saw somebody last week. Andy Dalton needed to make your third down or something.
Yeah, it was like 3rd and 17.
Yes, and they made a play and they had to punt. Instead, what happened?
Yeah,
Andy Dalton lost on primetime again.
Yep,
of course.
It's a dot though. It is a good pass. It is a good ball, and
it
a
gets
great
hit too while he throws it.
Great catch. Great catch from Devontae Smith, going up, catching the ball, and then walking into the end zone.
Hey, this comfort is afforded to these modern wide receivers that previous guys didn't have.
Yeah.
Like him when he made the play, I was like, man, you still got to be fearless because you can get it. Like going onto a football field, you can get hit.
They get hit low.
But like just the thought of this two dudes potentially high-lowing him, him still looking up and focusing on the ball and being able to catch it is unbelievable to think about. But I guess modern football, he's not going to get murdered. I mean, there's still a chance.
He can still get hit very, very hard. He can still get blasted. So it takes a lot of courage to go up and make that play, no question.
Yeah, he high points the ball, for him, because he goes up, he high points it here. He's obviously not a big guy, but it is a different league. And Julian Love, you got A, highest point, attack it, or B, separate that receiver from the ball. And there was plenty of surface area that he could have hit him and tried to do.
But you don't hurt anybody.
No. And that's what happened to Gronk a lot for the Patriots when they changed that rule. Is guys just start hitting him low, and he would, he'd be out for the year because he had a broken leg,
knees or head. Right, that was the big conversation.
Yep.
And then he heard a bunch of people be like, "I'd rather them hit me right in the face."
Yeah.
And take him a knee, and they're like, "Don't say that."
Nope, you're wrong.
Okay, we're in the middle of a concussion thing. We need you not saying. No, fuck. They could give me new knees. You know what I mean? But the reason why they can is because it's not good to get them busted in half. Like, so.
Yeah.
I want to see it at least.
Aim for my head.
That was a thing.
Yes.
For like a year, I think that was a conversation.
Especially on like those routes that the Patriots use a lot, so much because of Peyton Manning, like those seam routes.
All right. Yeah.
Peyton
Manning taught Tom Brady the pull guard.
Oh, that yeah.
Pull guard, tight end behind linebacker, because you pull the guard, obviously, going to suck up all the linebackers.
Hard.
And then you got a tight end right behind. And then I think you said Gronk has 100 touchdowns because of the play that Peyton Manning taught him.
Yep.
Read it a lot.
I wonder how many.
Especially that high red area. That was a big play for them.
Dallas Clark, I guess, did it as well.
Oh yeah.
Was that a game changer? Is that real? Is that the story we've been told? I think that I got that proper, right?
Yes, that was. They did that on a Peyton's Places.
Is that a big deal there for a linebacker? Obviously, you're the target of that particular play there.
What, when they pull the guard to suck you up and then sneak him behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, there's like pop passes and stuff they've talked about over the years that people run. But, yeah, it's pretty tough to defend, no question. Hopefully you don't have to fill that B gap and have the tight end vertical. I've been in schemes where that is the case, and that is not fun.
Yeah, some schemes are just fucking you, aren't they?
Well, it's a route that fucked this scheme. We're gonna have a deep half safety down here. And this is something we've been seeing a lot too. So this middle run through defender in cover 2 is usually a linebacker that's coming from here. A lot of teams now are starting with another DB, and they're just kind of starting them deep down here, and then he's still responsible for whoever's running deep middle. So right now it looks like some type of cover 2 defense. So you got the corners in, and then the flats, and then you have the safeties in the deep half. Now for him, running back from the top, for him, this deep half safety on the backside, you got a receiver and a tight end. And once again, everybody's kind of inside the numbers. You're close to the alumni section, but for him, everything's going to go away. And if you're a deep half defender, DBs, when you're looking across the field, like your deep threat is going to come from the opposite side of the field. So what Seattle's going to do here is they're going to run DK Metcalf on an over route and then Goodwin on a deeper over route. So Chin is only going to see that first DK Metcalf one. He's never going to get vision on 11, which is also a track star. So 2 fast guys running across the field. Geno Smith, like he's been doing all year. So you see it open up right there. So he was that deep half safety. He got influenced by DK Metcalf. You got Goodwin running behind him on a deeper angle over route. That's a great route concepts. Obviously, this takes time to develop. And then a great throw from Geno as well. This is tough right here.
Goodwin's having like a resurgence with them, huh?
He is having a good year.
It's a great throw.
It's a good year because you got 2. You got Tyler Lockett. You got DK Metcalf. 2 really good receivers, so that you can go in there and operate. You're gonna get matchups. Now, this is the other guy that can help him as this middle field reader, because middle field cover 2, you're usually going to the passing strength. That was the 3-man side before this back came across. So maybe he could see that second one coming over, but somebody's got to pick up that deep crosser. That's a long throw, long developing play, big play, great execution from Seattle.
Geno checking before the play, too. It seems like Geno's just like
He
is
the
a
guy.
fucking guy.
Yeah.
Little Latte told us they'd love to lock him down long term.
4 or 5 years.
Feels like they might.
4 or 5 years.
Could get another quarterback, too.
How do you feel about Little Latte?
I like him, man.
Me too.
I like him, man. He, going out there trying to make his own name. You can respect that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sits on the floors.
Has good energy.
He was sitting on the floor the other day, wasn't he?
He was. That's a really super rich
Yes,
people
it is.
thing. Like,
No, I thought his dad wouldn't let him sit on the furniture when he's in that nice bar. He said no one sits on this fucking furniture. Sit your ass down on the marble floor.
Sitting on the floor. Hey, breaking legit news too. He talked about the Debo shit. Hey, it's not as bad as, and then
Rams having the Odell rights.
Yeah, Schultz hits.
Yeah,
that was wrong. But Schultz hits. There's no reason to bring that up.
What?
I rock with Schultz.
They did. We all We are all Schultz fans.
Big fan.
Yes.
He's coming out here, right? Isn't he coming out here?
Yeah, you said he was staying over.
We can't.
Standing invitation.
Yeah.
We got a lot of floors he can sit on.
Yeah, no fucking chairs though. I swear to God, Schultz. You sit on one of these chairs.
I need to see the video.
You're gonna get smacked.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh man, good Geno. This was bad Geno right here.
Too much of bad Geno.
It's not a lot of bad Geno. It's not. This is very uncharacteristic of him though. But this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 3 deep, 4 underneath. Now he's going to sprint out to the left. You saw it kind of get built. If you run it back to the beginning, this is a sprint out formation that gets built. Usually you're going to have a back. Running back to the backside of the quarterback, opposite of wherever he's sprinting out to, and then you get a tight end that's kind of, we used to call it C area. He's going to be in this area. So they build this sprint out formation, and then they're going to sprint out. And when Geno sprints out to his left for right-handed quarterbacks, when you make these throws, obviously going away, you got to kind of square your hips up and make this throw. Now, Geno does that, but he took way too long. Like right when he hits that hash pause, like that, this ball should be out because this is wide open. Because of the sprint out and DK running this out route, J.C. Horn, the deep third defender, he goes with the out route initially. You got deep post safety, ton of space. If you put that one of those blue, like ton of space out here for him to throw this ball right now. But that space closes up really, really quick in this league. So he took way too long. When you see it from the back copy, nice return. J.C. Horn, he can't do it. Got tackled by the turf monster. Should have been a pick six. He was having an unbelievable year last year as a rookie. Got cut short with a knee injury. He's been having a great year this year as well.
That's flip of the hips.
Yeah. So you'll see he takes he takes a hitch. So he's wide open right now. You saw where the corner is right now. And then he takes another hitch, which is forever for a DB to react to. So he not only plays the short route, DK Metcalf, but he comes back and plays the top route as well. But I think if Geno lets that ball go down, turf monster got him.
That is a quick spin move.
Yeah, J.C. Horn's a guy.
Oh yeah, he's a dude. There's a reason. Remember, this dude was first defensive player drafted, I believe, and drafted one pick ahead of Patrick Surtain.
Yeah.
And they both been home run draft picks.
Surtain just gets more pub because the quarterback on his team sucks more.
At football. This year.
Yeah, probably. It is. I don't know why. It came from Bama too. Maybe Bama. People knew more in college. But J.C. Horn, he played big time SEC football too, though.
SC, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
What's going on? They're talking about Beamer down there.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're axing them.
Big time wins. Beat Clemson.
Beat Tennessee.
Beat Tennessee.
Beat the shit out of
Spencer
Tennessee.
Rattler still there?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
Is he
deciding
coming out?
He's deciding on whether he's coming out or staying back.
Did he play? Is he good enough to?
He had 6 studs one game.
Yep.
Think about that.
Physical tools.
Like Richardson, the kid from Florida, same thing. Huh?
Yeah, what's that all about? What do you think
What's
that
that
is?
about?
Just
He's not going to be he's not playing the Las Vegas Bowl?
no.
They're saying he's going to get drafted to Carolina.
I'm not happy.
I saw him in the
Top
Colts jersey.
15.
Yeah, I
On
saw him in
Twitter.
a Colts jersey too.
Colts,
in the Colts jersey.
Colts out here.
Colts would be the perfect pick because then they'll stink again for another 20 years.
We don't know that. I'm just saying. I don't think we know if this guy's a guy. Right? I mean, half a season he was playing like a quarter. The first half it was just like freak show athlete.
Has the
That
tools.
spin move, touchdown.
But do we have any clue if he could play football or not? And then when he announced to go to the NFL, I'm like, oh, I guess he knows he can play football. That's really good.
Same deal.
fuck's
I mean,
going
he's
on?
gonna probably have to sit 3-4 years before he really. I think they said he's only started like 11 games.
I'd rather get paid from his point.
Yes.
I'd rather get paid big money to develop, to get coached well, and if you're investing in the top 10, 15 pick. And then I think what Josh Allen did.
I did not expect him to be a top 15 pick.
Oh yeah, they had him going
At
to
all.
Carolina at 11. McShay.
Go,
you get
Ben.
no
If
short-
you're,
yeah.
if you're AR, you go. If you're a number 11 overall pick. But for me, that was surprising. I was like, damn, I remember. I guess I didn't keep up with the second half of their season as much. I'm looking into it over the next few days here before the Vegas Bowl. But like at the beginning, it was like very electrifying. But he hadn't thrown a touchdown. I don't think he had thrown a touchdown in like 6 weeks or something like that. It was like, what are we?
Not a polished, far from a polished
But if he's going 11, fucking take the money and run.
Yeah, made that spin move and that jump throw early. That was kind of like when he jumped on everybody's scene. Yeah. But anyway, Deshaun
Well, then their
Watson.
backup. Did you hear about their backup? Florida.
I did.
He's a Florida guy, yeah.
Florida boy.
That's what you guys are up to.
Hey, Florida boy.
Legacy guy, man.
Florida boy.
That's weird.
That was,
Huh? What do you got to say,
it's bad
Debo?
ball right there.
Bro, that's
It's bad.
that was like
Bad ball.
Oh, yeah. Debo, where are you from
you
again?
all right?
Shaking
South
off a bit.
Fort Lauderdale.
Lottie
I'm
Dottie.
pretty sure so is that kid.
Really?
Sure.
You still go to the elbow room often? Or?
Never heard of that spot.
It's a great spot. It's on the beach.
What is it?
It's a booze bar.
What?
Elbow room?
Yeah, elbow room. It's down there by
It's by the
Solis?
W. It's by the W on A1A.
Oh, okay. I know exactly.
Hey, Lottie Dolly, good time. What a
Good
fucking
time.
city.
Good time. Lou Anaramo still got a place down there.
That's
Yeah, he
right.
didn't go there. He went to Morgantown, West Virginia.
Good job.
Anarumo.
Anarumo, I'm sorry.
I thought you said you liked him.
Yeah.
Love him. Love
Why are
him.
you saying?
Okay,
Say his
Anarumo.
name
I'm
wrong.
Face a
not
little
great with
bit.
names, guys. I'm sorry.
Same.
But Watson, no,
There's a name.
Jesse Bates.
Another one. And also Lou Anarumo.
Hey, these are Lou's guys right here. And actually, he had them right here. Once again, where are we? Alumni section. Everybody inside the numbers.
Hey, talk about that again one more time.
Play action.
Talk about alumni section. one
Alumni
more time.
section. Between the 40s, where the alumni sit, this is where you're going to draw up a lot of shots because on the other side of this alumni section, once you get into that 40-yard line, it gets to a point really quick where the field becomes wider than it is longer, Paul. So as defenses, you get less concerned with with offenses being able to run by you. So now it gets tougher for the passing
Get super
game.
soup canny down there.
Yep. So offensive
Loose.
coordinators, quarterbacks, they would prefer to take those shots from this part of the field and then, that high red fringe area before it gets tighter. So here, once again, just like that Geno play, we got space. We got opportunity. Off the play action, you run it back beginning.
Jeez.
So it's going to be a play action fake out of the gun. You get a little pre-snap motion, play action, and it's going to be a wide. You see a safety coming down. Everybody's got run gaps. And then this over route. Same route. We see this route over and over again. We see the play action. It's the same shit week in, week out. A lot of space. Deshaun Watson, rusty, for whatever reason, doesn't throw it.
There's a reason, D-Bud.
No, for whatever reason, he doesn't throw this ball on time. And once again, you wait too late, space closes up really, really quick in this league. Jesse Bates makes an unbelievable play out of the post. You'll see it again from the back area, get the motion, get the play action. It's dialed up. boom, Peoples-Jones wide open. You got space, it's a super clean pocket. You got to make that throw earlier because if you don't, that type of shit happens.
That's the Anarumo boys.
Yes,
That is,
sir.
isn't it?
Hey,
Flying
around,
Where's
boys.
Lou? Is he over here?
Hey,
Is
how
that him
come-
right
He's
there?
right there.
That's Zach Taylor. I thought Lou's got his
Lou's
hand
doing,
up
Lou's
right
doing
there.
the windmill. It looks
Yeah.
like, maybe.
Is this him?
Right
Is
there.
that
Yeah.
Lou? Is that Coach Anaruma?
That looks like Zach, I think.
That's Zach.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
Zach
Lou?
right there. That
Is
might,
Lou
be, that might be
jumping?
Lou right there.
Yeah, that's Lou.
Let's go, Lou.
Anarumo. Baby Lou. He's got some heart.
Hey!
He might be able to dunk.
Holy shit!
That was a hell of a jump.
What a hang
Is that
time.
real? That guy's not
It's, uh,
58.
The sideline looks a little different than our sideline.
Yeah, it definitely did.
How so?
Look at him. He fucking crow hops into that.
Oh, man.
Spins off.
Man, avoided major injury right there.
Yeah, for the other guy, you don't want to run into Anarumo.
Go down to the end zone. All right, let's get to the next one. Tariq Woolen, rookie. Deep third. This is something we talked about a few weeks ago. Just wanted to show this example of him. So deep third defender, cover three. This is a cover three, country cover three, as Coach Pagano will call it, not carrying the verticals route. So DJ Moore is going to run a seam. So if these both receivers go vertical, this one corner is responsible for both of them. We don't see it played well that often, but we'll see. This is why you draft the corner 6'2" that runs a 4-2 or 6'4" that runs a 4-2 because you can do shit like that.
Number one in Pro Bowl voting right now.
Holy
As he should be. I think he's leading the league still in interceptions. And when you draw this up on paper, you know, it always sounds easier than it is. But two verts, once again, he's going to end up running a curl route. But that's him, the curl flat defender. He's letting him run. And that's a lot of ground that Tariq Woolen covers because your post safety is on the other side of the field, outside the hash. You'll get a better view from the tight copy because there was space for Sam Darnold, and this is where the better quarterbacks in the league
Oh yeah, you've always said.
Yeah, you've said.
would throw this ball. Sam Darnold 2-0 right now, man.
Yeah, you're damn right.
know.
Beat the Seahawks in Seattle.
Yeah, so you see this is post safety
After
right
turf
here.
pass.
So post safety is all the way out there.
Yeah.
So right now you're going to see that it's going to be plenty of space. Let it pause. If you throw this ball in here, DJ Moore probably walks into the end zone, but you leave it up the seam, and once again the space closes really fast in this league with DBs.
He probably didn't even see fucking.
Yeah, that's the biggest adjustment for quarterbacks when they get to the league is how fast windows close because the guy's open. If you take that extra hit, you take that extra read, and you don't throw with anticipation, players can make plays like this.
Is he still trying to adjust to that? He's been in the league for like 8 years.
Long time.
Yeah, what are we doing?
We still don't know.
Hey,
We still don't know.
That guy's making $20 million this year.
these are the bonus
Tune up.
plays we got to.
Tune
So
up.
I know you hit me up about Tariq earlier on. How does Tariq get one-on-ones? If I'm a D coordinator, I'm always keeping somebody on top of it, but Mike Davis, he's going to be backside one-on-one. Play a lot of press coverage. Had a pretty good game, too, but you got a 3-by-1 formation away from him, and then Miami, right before the snap, they're going to shift this running back as well to make it they're going to put everybody away from Tyreek Hill. The defense obliges and brings so nobody's up. It's just me and him. That's not in the press at that. So now it's Mike Davis one-on-one press technique.
Jesus.
What are we doing?
I mean, this is.
Thought Staley was a defensive guy.
This is.
Well, he's quarterback.
Oh,
Sees the
His defense
through the eyes of a
it's
quarterback.
whoa.
So
Is it right, AJ?
Obviously, Tua sees
That is correct.
I mean, that is not.
Pretty good coverage. So
I mean,
far.
just one-on-one.
Solid cover.
So
He
far it is, yeah.
I think he trips up or something. Something happens, but I mean, this is.
Well, his hamstrings probably said, "Yeah, we're fast," but also,
Yeah, that's the dude. 50. I don't know how many 50-plus yard touchdowns, but he's already top 2 or 3.
Yeah, he's third in NFL
Yeah,
history
already in his young career. So that's not a guy that I want to leave. I don't care who that corner is. That I want to leave just butt-ass naked on that backside of the formation. But they did. And
how about Tua? Psh,
good throw. Good throw. In stride.
Yeah.
Half-handed.
Is that a push
Once again, Mike Davis had a good game. But the thing about Tyreek Hill, just like Poirier said earlier, one play, one trip up, one anything, it's a touchdown. So
he's a pretty good player.
pretty good, pretty fast.
Slow jog,
Pretty fast. We'll run through this one. Jared Goff probably got 2 plays in the huddle, checks to the second one. It's going to be a fake toss. We always talk about where's number 3, 1, 2, 3. That's number 3, fake toss. These guys are outside leverage, nothing but space and opportunity after that fake toss. They execute it. They do a lot of this in the red area.
Goff looks fucking
They
good,
do a
huh?
lot of this
Fucking
in the
player.
red
That
area.
is smooth.
Look at that fake. Oh,
Fake pitch.
Good
Set.
toss.
Yeah. So obviously these guys got to go. Everybody's going, and then you just got a lot of space with these guys outside leverage, which you should never be outside leverage and man coverage that tight to the end zone. But you'll see even better from this copy.
Ball's over there. Psych.
dude, this guy is
Look
this
at
fucking
that.
Chris Angel?
He could have tucked this bitch and ran if he wanted to.
Seed.
But,
Bang.
But yeah, they do a lot of this, especially down there. Who's calling plays for them?
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
Shout out Ben Johnson.
One of the best red zone teams in the league.
That's because the creative gadget.
And Lou talked about this play. Jamar Chase not even expecting it. This is trust. This is timing. This is obviously accuracy. Because pre-snap, you run it back real quick. Pre-snap, Johnson, he's the post safety, and he's leaned all the way. This is exactly where post safety should be when you got a dog like this out here. So he's 2 yards outside of the hash to this side. So I can see why he wasn't expecting the ball. But Burrow said, fuck it. I'm going to my guy. I know where he's going to be. I know where I can put this ball. Unbelievable throw by Burrow. Trust, and then a great job by Jamar. Obviously, you can see him coming out of break. He's like, okay.
Dart.
Denzel Ward's coverage was so good, he didn't expect the ball to be thrown there at all. He wasn't even
Nobody
looking.
did. Nobody did.
I mean,
That's
you
cool,
got a
Joe.
post safety right. That's why you put the post safety there. And John Johnson, really good player. He, I'm sure he's kicking himself in the ass right now, giving that one up.
Sorry, John.
But great play,
Got thrown it into a fucking shoebox.
Yeah.
Bro, he's so good at football.
Yeah.
Burrow.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
You're a big fan.
Oh yeah, unbelievable.
Makes the
His
throws,
mindset,
makes the decisions.
skill set, mindset, everything. Smart kid, tough kid, obviously, and you could tell that the team loves him. The coaches, that how much that shit matters. So everybody rallies around him. Joe Burrow leading you out of the tunnel. You feel pretty good about your chances.
Yeah, and if you're a fan, you should feel great about him being your quarterback. And once again, remember, when his contract's up, there's an owner just a couple hours away who has a museum who'd love rock star Joe Burrow to be over here.
There you go.
Good luck with everything, and thank you so much, DB. Do you want to win some money for the people, or do you want somebody else to do it?
Hit some putts.
Come
Hit some
on,
putts.
man,
No,
D-Bud.
I
you
tried. You should have seen it, dude, but I tried. It wasn't good.
He's a lefty. We don't have a lefty putter.
Oh, basketball today.
Okay. When
Can I get
Darius
to the putt?
Butler, the host of Everything DB, the Man-to-Man podcast, and NFL matchups, makes this shot or another shot, we will give 10 people $500 who randomly retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put their cash tag in the same reply so we can pay you efficiently. AJ, anything to say to Darius Butler before he shoots this magical shot?
He's gonna make the first one. There's nothing really.
Hey.
D-Bud doesn't need any advice or any inspiration.
I agree. The hoop looks bigger today, D-Bud, doesn't it? The swag is outrageously fantastic.
Ooh, that was right
That
on.
went in.
Right
We'll
on.
take one in from here.
A little more.
No, that was good. That was good. We're good. This one falls for Darius Butler.
football
Man,
on
these
the
all
Java
look good.
track.
Fuck.
That's not good.
Damn, that
Those are
felt
really
good.
good shots.
Yeah.
Bank that thing.
That was great, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Darius makes a shot. $500.
Short. Sorry,
One
guys.
more.
Java. Hi, this is Darius Butler, host of the Man to Man podcast, Everything DB, and
Attaboy, D-Bud.
NFL matchups. And he is a man who, because he just made that shot on his first try, we'll give 10 people $500 who retweet this video, say something nice to somebody, and put their cash tag in the same reply so that we can pay you efficiently and quickly on Cash App. That's money. AJ, great work. D-Butt, great shot. Boys, fantastic show today. Big thanks to Coach Lou Anarumo, Ian Rappaport, Jordan Poyer, and for everybody watching. In the back, you guys crushed it. We will see you tomorrow as Week 15 of the NFL season kicks off. Be a friend, tell a friend. Hockey Talk tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, youtube.com/Hockey Talk, or That's Hockey Talk. And Hammer Dahn in 10 minutes at youtube.com/Hammer Dahn. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.